makeup or for applying before makeup. Like, do I actually need to buy this product then, or should I buy the cheaper version that's there that doesn't talk about makeup? But what if that's just saying that there because it isn't actually that good, and does the whole addition of being able to work with makeup make a better product? Like, I'm confused. By the way, pro tip, if you're not sure what skincare to buy, INCIDecoder.com does a great breakdown on most products if you just type in the name in their search bar. Imagine getting your journalism degree to write headlines like this. Frank Chung writes, "Rat-tailed road rager suddenly flees in terror." Look, by far not the worst and most ridiculous headline out there in the world. A furious man with a rat tail has been filmed getting out of his car and threatening another motorist, only to get the shock of his life. I hope many of you have seen this one already because it is so satisfying to watch. What's great in retrospect too is that this guy parks like a solid 20 or 30 meters ahead of the person recording, of which he closes the gap by stomping up to the car. Like, dude, you could have stopped way earlier and gotten to that car way quicker if you just parked in front of the car. Anyway, the moment he reaches the car to try and get all scary and aggressive, the police happen to be right nearby and start chasing him back to his own car. It's beautiful. Me, minding my own business, walking down the street.
And I took that personally, so I'm a swooping down right to him. He's just minding his own business, right? Perfect. His guard is down, I can gouge those eyeballs out, bring him back to my nest, and, I can totally just replace the eggs we lost and the wife won't be mad.
My local Optus tower on Wednesday. See, Optus did have a backup system. It was smoke signals as communication. ADHD. Freaking Melbourne Cup lunch. Me just trying to get on with work.
What's going on,
I truly
guys?
do love how this growing generation does not give a crap about the Melbourne Cup. For those unaware, it's just the one of millions of horse racing events that happen in Australia. Over the years, it's just trying to hype itself up as something new and fresh to get all the young faces in and, disguise itself from the fact that it's basically just betting.
Well, betting, you can't do that anywhere else in Australia. It's not like we have a huge, serious problem with it, no.
Aussies be like,
we have our own unique culture and are not just an amalgamation of British and Americans.
Then proceed to this. I'd just like to say, as a fellow Grafični American myself, I hate turkeys. On Christmas, I genuinely don't enjoy them. I prefer chicken or beef of any kind. I'm confident the only reason these things are still being sold is because of the old people. That's totally the facts. Any young people who say otherwise are biased. Oh yes, you can't pass meat pies and mini blues for Christmas lunch. Because hey, you're doomed to get cancer in Australia. Might as well get cancer on your own terms. Why has it done that?
When potions were first added into Minecraft,
no, Disney, what are you doing? Don't make this more public. Don't bring it to light. I was just gonna say, how could you make a movie that's literally about like an entire species getting slaughtered, though not effectively? But
user-friendly, and a change was made to where
they made Pocahontas. Like, as in, it's a tragic event and experience for those people. In this case, emus, and in their case, it was the Indian people. I mean, it's not exactly like you can't make a feel-good Disney movie, but they kind of did. So
very strange indeed. Anyways, moving on. And I'll stand wearing boots
they
with the
didn't ghost me. They're just with Optus.
Hey man, it's been like 2 months since they fixed that. It's not an issue anymore. Optus is fun.
They didn't ghost me.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie,
just
that
with
looks really
Optus.
funny. Walking to the edge of a super flat Minecraft world would take a total of 821 hours.
Once someone agrees with you and acknowledges their mistake, that's your cue to shut up. This one makes me rage sometimes. There you are, having made some sort of mistake. For hypothetical sake, let's pretend you forgot to put your mask on before going into Walmart. This isn't about masks, so don't make it about it. I'm just making an example. Sir, you didn't have a mask on. Acceptable. Why, yes, here it is. I'm so sorry I forgot. You're right. What's on mask? We're done here. Well, you see, there's a pandemic going on. Wrong. The conversation is over. Yeah, you're right. I'm sorry, man. Acknowledge it twice now. Problem corrected. We are done. When you don't have a mask on, you can infect other people. Why the hell are you still talking? I would prefer the example of, I say, oh yeah, this happened, or this fact, whatever, and someone goes, well, that doesn't sound right. And I go, no, really, this is how it happened, or this is what it is. That example that I'm going with here, my little ad-libbed whatever. But they look it up, I'm wrong, and I go, ah, shoot, man, what the hell did I read? Guess I fell for it again. Anyway, but then they continue to tell you that you were wrong when they already did that. I get it, I was incorrect, I had the wrong info. Why are you still beating it into me? Now you're just trying to make me feel stupid. Now I'm mad. Fuck you. They have to escalate it because they feel really cool in being correct. It's no wonder Amazon is crushing small businesses. Wait, what? Oh, okay. Our $250 range microwave broke. Repair guy came out, cracked it open, and said it was a bad door switch. He wanted $400 to fix it. No way. Besides, he already pointed out the bad switch, so I figure how hard could it be? I take out the switch. switch, jot down the 4-digit alphanumeric code on it. I go to a locally owned appliance parts distributor. The lady at the counter was very nice, but said that number means nothing to her or the computer. She said she needs more info. I tell her the make and model, and we kind of come up with something similar that will probably work. But it's not in stock, and they're going to their warehouse, so 2 weeks minimum. I ask for suggestions, and she gives me the name of 3 other places in town. I call those places. The first 2, total, very condescending and telling me I need the model number. Again, the 4-digit code means nothing to them. I give what's in the confirmation email from Sears. Not enough. Kenmore doesn't manufacture their own goods. She needs to know the manufacturer. I'm not at home. I'm sitting in my truck on the phone. Second call goes just like the first, treating me like a child. At this point, I go home, get the info on the manufacturer, and call the 3rd place. Very nice. They don't have it, but they can get it that afternoon for the low price of $40. I can't get there in the afternoon, and $40 seems outrageous for a door switch. I can understand that, but you're already down from $389, so holy crap, bro. I take a last-ditch effort on Amazon. I put in only the 4-digit code that nobody can work with at 4 different locations. 158 sellers. Most expensive one was $9, and it'll be here tomorrow. Look it up yourself. Unbelievable. Oh yeah, don't get me wrong, it's not just the convenience factor, I guess, that makes Walmart, Target, Amazon, all those other places so much more used than mom and pops, alright? Mom and pops, I've worked for a couple. They're nice, you get regular customers that are super interesting. There are certain aspects that are great, you know? But this is kind of what it was like for everybody before Amazon, I would imagine. You would just have to find it. Now, I'm a bit of a weirdo in that if I find something is in stock at Best Buy, I'm gonna go get it there. The price is gonna be the same because they do price match as long as it's sold by Amazon, whatever. We're not sponsored, I don't give a shit. But I'll go there because I don't want to wait 1, 2, 3 days. I'm a little baby, I want it now, but that's really my only downside there. It's unfortunate that Amazon is evil, more so than a lot of them. Coffee smells 100 times better than it tastes. Oh, I've always agreed with that, and I love coffee. Unless you like drinking bitter dark liquid, and if you don't, you add milk or creamer, which just makes it slightly bitter but not good. And for those who add sugar, it gets too sweet for there to be a real taste. Not true. I don't know how much goddamn sugar your friends have put in their coffee, but that ain't true. I put 1, maybe 2 cubes in that bitch. So I don't understand. I'll have the occasional cup in a group setting at my mom's, but I can honestly say I've never had one that I said, oh, this is actually good about. People say if you buy super expensive ones, there's a massive dip. Not really. But I don't see myself making that investment. Again, it smells amazing, but do coffee lovers just admit they drink it for the poop regulation and caffeine boost? This is a safe space. I mean, we don't have to admit anything. I like me a bitter drink in the morning. I like it. I like the taste. Just like I like the taste of beer. I can definitely safely say that they all taste like garbage. I like that garbage taste, though. Also, the caffeine energy boost. I've been drinking coffee this entire time. I don't have an energy boost. The sugar regulation is a nice added bonus, though. Jeffree Star is creepy and I don't like him. What goddamn year is it right now? Am I back in 2019? No, I'm not going to say he's creepy towards minors or anything like that. I think he's just genuinely off-putting. He's this tall, extremely thin, older man without eyebrows who prances around and wears the personality of a shallow, yet clean teenage girl. Everything about him sends me into defense mode, and I don't get why he's so worshipped. Yeah, the makeup skills are phenomenal, but Jesus Christ, his actual personality is so cringy and creepy to me. Sorry for the ramble, just wanted to express it. This one feels very old. Backstory should not be allowed on America's Got Talent and other similar shows. Oh yeah, it's meant to sway people. I mean, wait a minute. Are the judges given that stupid backstory? Is it just for the TV audience? What's the purpose? I think backstories influence the judge's decision unfairly. Who would you rather choose? A kid who got cancer or an actually talented person but has a good life? It's called America's Got Talent for a reason. And don't get me wrong, I'm not some sympathyless person. I certainly feel bad for them and do hope they have a better life in the future. I just feel like talent shows should be judged on the talent. I remember one of my biggest gripes about America's Got Talent, like the general generic talent shows, I really hated the fact that every single time a singer would win. We've got singing competitions for your talent specifically, and it just felt weird that, wow, I'm watching American Idol again, because this His talent wasn't cool enough. But the singer? Oh, we can sell a singer. We can't sell the juggler. Adults are far more stupid than I had anticipated as a child. I'm sorry about that. When I was young, I was interested in science and tech and stuff, and all my classmates used to just laugh at each other's farts, so I got bored of them. Okay, you were the smart kid. I used to dream of becoming an adult and being able to talk with people about philosophy and politics and science. Okay. When I reached my late 20s, I realized that most adults are just fatter, uglier kids. Like they're, okay, we're moving on. Your high horse is fucking huge, bro. I'm out of here. Nah, we're done with you. Coffee culture sucks. Look, you can say that about any culture, anything, okay? Anything. Now, I don't know, I haven't read your little story yet, but I would imagine you're talking about the people that say stuff like, don't talk to me till I had my coffee, and not people that say something like, oh, my coffee's not 193.4 degrees Celsius. I won't drink it because it tastes like dookie or something like that. The enthusiasts are not the same as the former. I hate coffee culture. I can't stand people saying, oh, I can't do anything until I get a warm cup of coffee in me. Shut up. Being a former smoker, I recognize the addiction and subsequent irritability of coffee drinkers, and it bugs me to no end that caffeine gets glossed over as an addictive substance. Oh yeah, I was taught that. I was surprised I was taught that in high school. That yeah, it's a drug that gets us addicted. Why do you think it's in every goddamn soft drink on the planet? It gives you a kick, gets you addicted, gets you buy more Mountain Dew, or even celebrate it. Those people who brag about needing 5 espresso shots, it's not espresso. Thank you. It literally isn't spelled espresso, dude, unless it's a brand name. So yeah, espresso. That's not a coffee culture thing. That's you reading a word incorrectly. They need an intervention, not a nod of approval. Seriously, all you coffee drinkers are the biggest group of fucking enablers I've ever seen. Oh, so now we've moved on to people that just drink coffee? I thought we were going with the people that wouldn't shut the hell up about it and get bitchy and whiny if they don't get it. So now we're just on, oh, if you drink coffee, I don't like you. Is that where we're headed? When doing group activities like camping, I loathe waiting for others to start their day after a morning ritual that fogs counter space or propane or dirties good clean water. That is not that big a fucking deal, dude. Making a thing of coffee at a campsite is not some ridiculous... It's not like they're cooking a goddamn Thanksgiving meal, bro. It ain't that big a deal. I hate the sleepy look in people's eyes as they grasp their cup of stimulant that they wouldn't need had they never started drinking it in the first place. Okay, now we're definitely in high horse territory with the last two, man. There's an entire cupboard in my kitchen dedicated to coffee mugs and their dumb sayings, staring back at me despite living in a household where only one person drinks coffee. Why? And the dishes? Since nearly every person drinks it, inevitably us non-coffee drinkers are going to have to clean up after your morning fix. That's just being a bad roommate. You clean up after yourself. That's not a coffee person thing. As a coffee person, I recognize that people that say stupid shit like don't talk to me before I've had my coffee are just they're assholes. They're just jerks. Right? If you say that unironically, you're probably just a jerk, and you need to tone down your caffeine consumption. But dude, this is kind of getting sad. Seriously, I've done so many goddamn cleanings of coffee mugs. If I had a dime for every one, I'd probably have enough for a Starbucks franchise. And don't even get me started on Starbucks. Goddamn devil business, slanging legal crap for decades. You've got a warped opinion of... Did coffee hurt you as a kid? Look, I don't like Starbucks either. They're this whole company, but because they sell coffee, not because they're a bad company, you just think that it's like they're slinging meth or something. Hogging good real estate so addicts have a place to slurp up and get their morning shit before work. Hey, it's helpful for that. Lastly, I despise the amalgam of ways people cook up their black powder and then talk up the flavor as though it tastes like something other than a dirty sock. I do agree with you there. I've never had coffee black that makes me go, oh, this is way better than the other one. That's your addiction speaking. You want to know why you need to dump half an udder of cream in your cup? It's because cream is delicious, and when combined with your filthy water, it makes it bearable. And your stupid machines that creak and groan through the quietude of my morning can go screw themselves. A drip coffee maker is not loud. It's not. Talk about a waste of counter space. And the spent black stimulant granules that spill over onto the counter, staining the grout drives me nuts. And lastly, the goddamn Keurig cups or whatever they're called are one of the... Oh yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Keurigs are a goddamn joke. And I'm pretty sure even the guy that invented them was like, oops, that was a bad move on my part. Because what you're drinking is somehow worse. I don't think coffee can get amazing, but I do know it can get a lot worse. And Keurigs, it's just fucking nasty, dude. However, I do have to say, at the end of this rant, I'm trying my best not to sound like a defensive asshole. There are plenty of days where I wake up and I go, I really want coffee right now. No, I'm not really feeling that at all. It's not an addiction for me. I know a lot of people will try to tell me that I have an addiction as if they know my life, which is not how that works, by the way. But you do seem to be an asshole about this whole thing. You are absolutely playing up every little aspect of summary drive. I thought you were actually going to complain about people that, you know, I mentioned it before, say that stupid fucking phrase. But no, a single drip machine on your counter isn't taking up a bunch of room. Someone who wants to make coffee in the morning and enjoy it on a campsite is not an asshole. They're not taking up all the room. You just seem to be a bitter. You're more bitter than the fucking coffee is. Just, Jesus, grow up, dude. Not learning, or worse, not teaching your kids to swim is one of the absolute stupidest things you could do. Swimming is like walking, but for water. I mean, I guess. It's part of the few basic means of movement we humans have at our disposal, along with running, crawling, and climbing. Not knowing how to swim puts you at a huge disadvantage, as you pretty much can't avoid water. Any what? I understand what you mean, but I've avoided water my entire life. Not because I'm like scared of it or cursed or anything. I'm landlocked and there's no water near me. What the hell are you talking about? Going fishing? Better not fall into the water. It's like that's why people are forced to wear life vests regardless of whether or not they can swim. Jesus. On another note, it's so weird to see healthy people being incapable of performing the most basic human activities. I've seen grown men injure themselves trying to climb over a 3-foot fence, not drunk, women twisting their ankles and tearing tendons when running towards a bus stop, etc. Now, I'm not saying that everyone needs to be a world-class climber like, let's name drop, or swimmer like Michael Phelps, but learning how to, I don't know, not die when navigating anything but flat terrain seems like it should be part of being a grown human. Jesus Christ, this blew up. Most of the negative responses are about having or not having access to swimming facilities, either due to lack of money, lack of said facilities, or both. I'm obviously not suggesting someone should eat or shouldn't eat for 3 months to pay for swimming lessons or move to an area just to learn. But I'm scared of water or I've had a bad experience are not valid excuses. I'm sorry, but if someone had a traumatic experience with water and they're not going near water because they are scared of it or did have a bad alcohol strike, I am comfortable still with water, but you don't get to say that to somebody, because you don't know what the actual reason is, and no, they do not have to give you an actual reason. People are not beholden to you. They do not owe you jack shit, alright? So, I understand where you're coming from there, but if someone does have trauma surrounding water, yeah, it is valid for them to go, no, I don't want to go near water, I'm sorry, thanks though. We should let some dog breeds die out. I'm talking about the ones that have been bred to an early grave with deformed features and problems that make them suffer their whole life. Like breathing problems, walking problems, brains that are too big for their craniums, etc. Like pugs, King Charles Spaniels, bulldogs, Great Danes, and others. Great Danes have a big problem. Well, I guess they are giant. Some might be saved by crossbreeding and a complete change to the breed standard, but we shouldn't go on like we are now. Dogs shouldn't be born just to suffer and die for our entertainment. Yeah, that has been some pathetic stuff. Seeing that we've bred some dogs into serious constant disability. True gender equality will be marked by nonchalance towards, not celebration of gender. Okay, I can see where you're coming from there. If true gender equality comes to fruition, then what it will mean is that all people stop giving a shit about one another's gender. Everyone would have equal opportunity, treatment, respect, appreciation, while being judged based on character, ability, personality, and other proper grounds based on the situation. There would be no need for gender-based celebrations, since all related hurdles would have been crossed. What will be celebrated, though, is mankind coming one step closer to overall human equality. Just fix the typo. You don't need to put edit a typo.
Back in the earlier days of Minecraft, there used to be no
fix it. No one cares. Why do you need to add edit?
Generated their hearts by just simply eating
literally contributes nothing to what you said, and if anything makes you, or sorry, takes away from your point and is annoying. Thank you. That is all. Edit typo. You son of a...
You could shoot them ridiculously fast and
multiplayer is killing video games and sucking the joy out of them. Single player and local co-op are far superior versions. Let's get down to the specifics of your argument here, because I can kind of agree. Video games have become all about competition and getting the flashiest new upgrades or spending hundreds of dollars every cycle, only to have all of your achievements washed away at the end of each which one. Every forum is filled with hardcore players who do their best to ruin the game for those new to it. And the idea of coming home to relax to video games is dead in the water. That's not true. Games used to be about the story, more than the mechanics and the competition. Absolutely.
Because I do.
Although competition has existed for a while. You can thank only Nintendo for that one. All the big companies are now running after the online money. While good story-driven games are pushed under the radar, and independent artists are being killed by any lack of support. Tons of franchises like FIFA, COD, NFS, and Halo used to be great, but are now terrible in the campaign. I don't know. All I've heard about Halo Infinite is that the campaign was fine. It wasn't terrible, but everything else was god-awful and boring. Meanwhile, games like Fortnite, Valorant, Apex are so hyper-competitive that they've sucked the joy out of gaming. Every time I see an old title or a AAA studio come out with words multiplayer in the description, I feel a sense of dread now. I definitely agree. To a certain extent, anyway. I feel like it's just one of those things that eventually will pass because everyone, like us, will get a little bit bored of everything having to be hyper-competitive all the time. I don't think you even need to be an old-school Minecraft player to remember this. A different mode before they went to the Battle Royale thing after PUBG, which became like the biggest name in multiplayer. I would say that while the single-player experience definitely isn't dead, we got plenty of proof of that this year. Super Mario Bros. Wonder, Alan Wake 2, Resident Evil 4 Remake, incredible games with amazing stories that are, as far as I know, exclusively single-player campaign games. They're goddamn fantastic. I definitely see what you're saying. I would like to thank Call of Duty for destroying the world and making... Yeah, of course I'm kidding. Just multiplayer became way too fun, way too fast, and now every single company is trying to chase the whole Battle Pass, Season Pass thing. I think it's more the Battle Pass, Season Pass thing is what has destroyed a lot of what you're talking about, not specifically multiplayer. Although I will say, online multiplayer has destroyed local multiplayer. Local, sitting on the couch co-op, and multiplayer has been destroyed, and no one ever fucking bothers with it anymore, and it's garbage. Because that was where a lot of us formed our love for gaming, playing with some damn friends. But now, we can't even be in the same house without setting up a damn LAN party, which we should have to do. Split screen should be a norm in some of these games. I'm sure it is with you. I'm sure it is. I don't play any of those games, so I don't know. But it seems like it's always taken a backseat. I don't know. Go out and play RE4, play Super Mario Bros. Wonder, play Alan Wake 2, for the love of God. Being too cold is way better than being too warm. Preach it, brother. Oh yeah, this is absolutely the one I'll agree with. Random opinion, I just thought about from my past experiences. By this I don't mean absolutely freezing / sizzling climates, I mean from mildly warmer / colder.
I'm sure a lot of you old school players
I've seen myself really stressed during warmer weather with no real way to cool myself at all. On the other hand, with colder climates, it's really easy to cool yourself down. Get under a warm blanket, get a hot drink, and just vibe there, I guess. It's really comforting too. Probably one of the best feelings ever. Though this doesn't really make sense if you're outdoors and not inside. It's technically inside I'm talking about. So in conclusion, I don't like going outside because it's too warm. I see what you're saying. The point kind of got lost there. I absolutely agree with the sentiment that being too cold is way better than being too warm.
Speaking of creepers, once again,
if you only take so many layers off when you're boiling to death, I've always had a temperature, I guess, imbalance where I'm always way warmer than colder. It's very easy for me to put on a jacket, a sweater, get under a blanket, turn the heat up a pinch, you know, very easy for me to warm up to a comfortable level. But it's really hard without, say, an air conditioner up your ass to cool down to a more appropriate level. So I would rather be in a too cold climate in general than one that's too warm. And yeah, being warm, it pisses you off, it makes you feel gross, it's just worse. It's just worse. Anyway, not the point. I've been here for 3 hours. I'm out. I'm a skedaddle.
Another thing I remember about the title screen of Minecraft is when the Minecraft logo was different. Do you remember when the logo was just made out of what looks to be the cobblestone texture? Because I do, and I thought it looks kind of cool to be honest. You are definitely a Minecraft veteran if you remember the feature of climbing up ladders with a
God, that would just add a whole nother level of comedy for this photo for me if she's driving into oncoming traffic.
They eventually removed this feature. If you remember this feature in Minecraft, then you are an old school player, and that feature is when the lighting would change in stages when it was getting dark, and oh my god,
work.
It looks
Well, you know, at least
so
you'll get to work on
scary,
time.
just
You just made food. You're at the table,
You guys
laptop
remember the
open.
old
What are you
crafting
watching
recipes
first?
YouTube. Because I still do it to this day. So in Minecraft today,
on
Ben's
Netflix
crafted with
because
2
I
sticks
watched
and
one of
4
our
planks.
shows
But in
without
older
her.
versions of
Hey, you
Minecraft,
gotta
they
learn,
were
man.
crafted
The
with 6
couple
sticks.
show
But I'll
is
still
a
do this
sacred
crafting recipe to this day. I
doctrine
just
that you
can't
do
get
not
it out of my
breach.
head. I always get
And
the
you
recipe
broached
wrong
it.
when
So
trying to craft
unfortunately,
fences.
gotta
You know
have
how
the
in
parental
Minecraft,
controls
where
on
if you press
Netflix because
F5
you
twice
got
on your keyboard, you can see the front-facing
Not
part of
cool,
your skin.
dude.
It's a
Not
really cool
cool.
feature.
I'm
Well,
driving
in the
around,
old
turning
versions of
TVs
Minecraft,
off.
you can do
You're gonna
this.
start
You can press
rioting in
F5
that neighborhood.
once and see
People
the
are gonna
back
start
of the skin,
having
which
it.
was
There's gonna be
really
outrage
depressing
in
to
the
be
city.
honest. I wanted to see
It's a
what my
modern
skin
day
looked like in
Joker.
full
Don't need to
form,
rob a
but I
bank
couldn't.
or
Do you guys
blow
remember
up a
when you could
building to
only
get
have
Batman's
5
attention. Just drive
Minecraft
around in your
worlds?
hatch.
It meant
Turn
that you
off
had to make
TVs
each
remote
world
from the
count, because
comfort
there
of
were
your
only
car.
5 worlds.
Evolution of the Coke
This
bottle since
is the rose
1899.
flower. It
Which
was one of
bottle
my
did it
favourite
best?
flowers in
The one
Minecraft,
with the
and they
Coke in
removed it
I
and
mean, if we're
replaced it
talking
with
about the
poppy.
best bottle
Why
to
couldn't we
Coke
have just had
ratio,
both of them?
I would
I
have
will
to
be
say
angry
that
about this for probably the rest of my life. Yes,
1915
I am.
really had it right
Before
with
creative
their
mode and commands were even a
Fat
thing
Man
in
bottle. That's what I
Minecraft.
like to
Players
call it.
back
It's
in the
got the
day
big
had to rely on
waistline.
mods
I think they
such
were
as
onto something
single-player commands
there.
and too
It's
many
only a
items, which
month,
allowed you to
waifu.
spawn in items
Thanks, Burger
and
King.
fly around
Brand
and
Twitter
things like
is
that.
a
Things you
is
could do
a
in Minecraft today,
strange,
but you couldn't
strange
back then
place.
without the use of
No
mods.
word
Do you
starts
guys
with
remember
O,
back to a
ends with
simpler
O.
time when beds were not in
Orange.
Minecraft?
Nice.
Because
I
I
love
do.
that
Back in
this
the alpha
tweet has
versions
been
of the game,
deleted.
beds did
Yeah,
not
nice
exist,
try,
which
man.
meant you
Good
had to
sense.
sort of wait
No piece
out
of
the night
art has
cycle,
ever
making
emotionally
surviving
affected
in
me
your
the way
world
this
just a lot
robot
more
arm piece
challenging.
has.
If you played
It's
Minecraft in the
programmed to
alpha
try
days
and
of the
contain
game,
the
then you
hydraulic
will
fluid
probably
that's
remember that
constantly
the
leaking out
inventory key
and
used to be
required
I
to keep itself
instead
running.
of E.
I've
I hear
seen
that
this
some
piece
people
before.
still use
I believe it's
I
called
as
like
their
Can't
inventory
Help
key today
Myself or
because they're so
something,
used
right?
to it. Me personally,
That
I
being
use E,
said, I
the
don't
old
think it's
gravel
hydraulic
texture.
fluid.
I know
It's just like a
For
thick
some
red
reason,
liquid.
back in the earlier days of Minecraft,
If it was actually like a
zombies
hydraulic
dropped
leak,
feathers.
it
I'm
would,
sure some
the
of you
mission just
remember
wouldn't
this,
work.
and it was just a little bit weird,
That's what
to be
I've
honest. I
read
remember going out to
anyway.
kill zombies
I've
with
also read
feathers
that
just so I
the
could make
intention of
arrows.
the piece
Oh
was
my
supposed to
God,
be
I'm sure
about
a lot of
the
you Minecraft
like
veterans will remember the
futility
world
of trying to
generation
control
of the
borders.
alpha
But you know,
and
that
beta
being
days
said,
of Minecraft.
it
looked
is art
absolutely
and art is
insane. Some of
subjective.
the
So
mountainous terrain
whatever
you would
meaning
get
you pull from
was
it
just-
personally,
was
I feel like that
mind-blowing.
is
Just look at it.
also
If you
just as
remember
acceptable
watching the
for the meaning of the
original
piece of work.
survival
One of my
series, then you
favorite
are a Minecraft
artists
veteran.
where I
Take
kind
a
of like
look.
just
Great,
learn more
Minecraft.
about
Great
the
new
abstractness
server.
of art.
We're gonna
I
show
really liked
people how to
Mike
play
Kelly,
Minecraft,
and
have
just seeing
survived
his pieces.
first
I
night.
think
Oh
one of
my God,
my
it's terribly
favorites
slow.
that he made was called
This
I
game
really loved
is
More Love
made by
Hours Than Can
single
Never Be
man.
Repaid
Yeah.
and the Wages of Sin. And it was just this like
So this is it. This is the
super
game.
chaotic
Minecraft.
assembly of dolls and blankets that the dude found in thrift stores. I thought it was a really cool looking piece.
Oh, it brings back so many
More Loved
memories,
Hours
man.
or
If you
own thing. It was
thought
like this
enchanting
statement
at 30 levels
on loving
costs a
something
lot in
too much
Minecraft,
or
then think
receiving
again,
too
because when
little in
enchanting was
return.
first added, max
A lot of
enchanting
things
on
of like
tools and armor cost
associations of
50
like
levels,
your
which was
parents or a relative
insane.
giving
On
you
top of
these
that, before
things and the
feature of
countless
having to
hours
use
of putting them
lapis
together
to enchant
and
was
for
added,
what?
enchanting
Do you
tools
expect
or armor
in
at
turn
level
of
30
giving a
would take
child
all of your XP
this
for that one
blanket
tool
to
instead of
repay
taking
the
3
time
levels,
and
which was just
spent on it?
insane.
I just
You
thought it
would
was a
spend
really
so
neat
long
statement.
grinding for those
I don't
levels
mean to get
just
too
use
like
it on one
art
item.
critiquey
Another
here, but I
enchanting
really
feature
love
that
his
old
work. I
school
think
players
art's a
will
super
remember
fascinating
is that you
medium.
couldn't
Imagine
see
you
what
send in your
enchantment
resume and
you were
get
going to get at all. In Minecraft today, you get shown one of the
Crying,
possible
laughing, thumbs
enchantments you
down.
will get
Gmail
on
is
an item,
reportedly
but
working
in
on
older
emoji
versions of
reactions
Minecraft,
for emails.
You had to just risk
That
it
doesn't
and
sound
see
like
what
it's
you
gonna
would
go
get,
well.
which was
I
just
just saw
oh my
9
God,
homeless
so
people giving
frustrating.
each other
I
flu
remember
shots
a
under a
time where you
bridge.
could
What a
activate and
loving
ignite
community we live in.
TNT by
God
just
bless.
simply punching it with
Flu
your
shots.
You didn't need
Hey, look,
flint and steel
sick
at all,
Pikachu
which was
costume,
pretty
man.
awesome.
Yeah, my
Not gonna
Pikachu
lie.
costume
If
ended
you
up being
remember the
far more
infamous
terrifying than in the
Minecraft
picture.
seed in
Could be something
Glacier,
with the
then
cut
you
off
are a
legs.
Minecraft
You got your
veteran. It was
calves
basically
showing,
a
man.
seed in
If
the
I got the
beta days
rights,
of
I would do a
Minecraft
final
that just
movie,
gave
Water
you
Chip Down,
this
where the chipmunks all
awe-inspiring
brutally
world
die at
generation.
war and
It
then
looks
make it legally
absolutely
binding that there can never be
fantastic.
another
Just look at
chipmunk
it.
movie
You should
again
honestly go back
because
to beta
the chipmunks are dead now. Well,
and try out this
dream
seed,
could
because
come true for
seriously,
just
you will be blown
300
away at
million
how amazing
clams.
it looks.
Me?
In Minecraft
Wow.
today, we
I
have
can't
these
believe
things
these were
called
only
advancements
$2.
where
They look
you
like such good
basically
quality,
complete
nobody will ever know they
tasks
weren't
in
expensive.
Minecraft. But do you guys
Someone,
remember when
oh wow, nice pants.
achievements were in
Me,
the game?
beaming with
They were very
pride.
similar
They
to
were $2.
advancements, but they were
I
just
mean, yeah, because you're proud of the
different,
good
and
deal
I
you
would
got. There's nothing wrong with having some pride on good financial decisions. Dracula, I am Count the Dracula. I have killed and drank the blood of millions. Me? Dude, we have a puppet based on you that fucking loves numbers. He goes,
nom-nom-nomming on the item. It would just disappear when you try to click on it. If you played Minecraft Alpha,
having ADHD and being turned into a vampire would be so embarrassing. Imagine being alive 600 years and you still haven't put that desk in your castle office together. See? Don't say that, because I have a desk that I disassembled that's just in my living room that needs to be thrown away that I haven't gotten around to yet. Don't remind me of that. Yeah, all the news is depressing, but at least it also gets dark at 4:30 now, so that's nice. 40's a weird age, because you either look like a college graduate or a retired bowler. Either way, there's a sadness in the eyes. FDA issues warning about black licorice for Halloween. It tastes like shit.
I remember playing the game and just encountering a village, but there was
official notice.
Rich Dad, Poor Dad is finance for kids who get their tests returned. Another thing I remember is when mining the crafting table and the furnace took
really the only thing you
use an axe on a crafting table. It would still take forever.
The takeaway from that book is that assets are things that make you money on an ongoing basis, and liabilities are things that cost you money on an ongoing basis. So you want to maximize your assets and minimize your liabilities. Otherwise, that in the book could just be that phrase. The Rock's waxwork unveiled a museum, but fans adamant something is missing. Yeah, this looks like Mr. Clean, not The Rock. We're missing his skin tone, most of the tattoos. Like, there's a lot going on in this. The tattoos just don't look right here. They really don't. I thought I was being clever.
Back in the earlier days of Minecraft, items such as stairs, fences, pressure plates, cacti, and other blocks
dragging himself with
absolutely huge when thrown on the ground. I mean,
the entire time.
I'm sure some of you remember this bug. It looks so funny, and if you do remember it, then you are a Minecraft veteran. Do you guys remember when caves in Minecraft were only made out of stone, and you wouldn't find blocks such as granite, diorite, or andesite blending into the stone? You would find stone, which made the caves look a lot more simple back then. In the alpha and beta days of Minecraft,
to be called arty-farty. They prefer the full, more pretentious,
making them one of the strongest food sources in Minecraft.
It's so funny how Santa only gives presents to good kids, but the Easter Bunny is like,
lava texture. I know some of you remember this, and if you do remember this texture, then you are a Minecraft veteran. If you were one of those Minecraft players a few years back that made your house out of diamond slots in creative mode, then you are a Minecraft veteran. I just remember a lot of people doing that back in the day. Were you one of them? Let me know in the comments. Do you guys remember back in the time when there was
contacting this dude as soon as he can?
Told me Horror Nights has a new marquee attraction.
Vacations aren't about making memories or having new experiences. Vacations are about having 11 to 15 beers a day in a city where nobody knows you.
You are definitely a Minecraft veteran if you remember this, and that is when you would come across these massive most in your Minecraft world, which are otherwise known as chunk errors, and they look like this. Oh my god, if you played Minecraft in the alpha days of the game, then you will remember how annoying this was, and that was when leaves didn't decay after you broke a tree. It was so frustrating. You know, you'd just be chopping down a bunch of trees in your world, and then you'd notice that all the leaves from that tree are disappearing because they wouldn't decay unless you manually broke them yourself. Back in the earlier days of Minecraft, there was a time where the enchanted golden apple had a crafting recipe. That's right, the enchanted golden apple, or the notch apple, can be crafted with 8 gold blocks and 1 apple, which some consider to be quite overpowered due to the effects of the apple giving the player. This resulted in the crafting recipe for the enchanted golden apple to be removed in the 1.9 combat update in 2015. You can still find enchanted golden apples in your Minecraft world, but they are extremely rare and can only be found in structures such as dungeons and mineshaft. But with all that said, if you remember the crafting recipe for the notch apple, then you are a Minecraft veteran. Oh my god, do you guys remember when creative mode was first added in beta 1.8 and mobs could attack you? It was the most annoying thing ever. I've been building my house in creative mode. you know,
it makes me feel better when I say more for less. So
do you guys remember when you couldn't toggle your brightness in Minecraft? Because I do. This resulted in cave systems back in the day being extremely hard to see in. If you didn't have any torches, you were not able to see anything in caves. Nowadays in Minecraft, you can literally have your brightness on full and explore a cave and sort of see without even having it on. It's kind of crazy. Do you guys remember back to a time when you would find dungeons generated on the surface in your Minecraft world? Because I do. You'd just be walking around in a desert biome, minding your own business, and suddenly you come across this big square hole with either an exposed dungeon in it or a dungeon that's just covered in sand and require you to dig it out. I also remember the spawner and the two chests having a sand block on top of them, making you know exactly where they were when clearing out the dungeon. I remember back to a time when cookies were one of the hardest foods to obtain in Minecraft, and I will tell you why. So cookies in Minecraft are crafted with wheat and cocoa beans. The cocoa beans in the beta days of Minecraft could only be found in dungeon chests. That's why you couldn't find them any other way, making them extremely hard to find. It wasn't until version release 1.3 where cocoa pods were added to spawn on jungle trees, making cocoa beans a bit easier to find and cookies a bit easier to craft. But yeah, if you remember how rare cookies were in the beta days of Minecraft, then you are a Minecraft veteran. In the beta days of Minecraft, bone meal was extremely overpowered, as using it on trees or wheat farms, for example, would grow them instantly instead of growing it in stages. This resulted in bone meal being significantly nerfed in version 1.5, as you now have to grow the tree, for example, in stages. But yeah, if you remember the old bone meal where it instantly grew a tree, then you are a Minecraft veteran. At one point in Minecraft's development, there was a bug that existed in the game where wooden slabs could only be broken if they were broken by a pickaxe. That's why axes didn't work. You couldn't use your fist or anything. You had to use a pickaxe, and it was very strange. And if you remember this, you are a Minecraft veteran. This next feature is going to sound really random, but if you remember when the villager had the certificate name tag above their head when they were first added into the game, then you are a Minecraft veteran, because they were added all the way back in beta 1.9 in 2011, which was a really long time ago. So yeah, if you remember this feature, then you are an old school player. Do you guys remember back to a time when finding diamonds in Minecraft
just hit the pen written on verbal, so don't try to talk to him. I'll relay the message. I got a unique way of communicating with him once you stop communicating with the modern world.
And there wasn't any abandoned mineshafts to explore, and there even wasn't the Ender Dragon to fight. All you could really do was go mining to find diamonds or build. It was very simple back then, but it was very beautiful. I might be one of the only players that remembers this, but do you guys remember when the stars that appear at night in Minecraft were different in the old versions of Minecraft? So here is how the stars look in the old versions of Minecraft, and as you can see, they are absolutely massive compared to how the stars look today, because the stars in Minecraft today look a bit more realistic and slightly smaller and a bit brighter. But yeah, if you remember this, then you are a Minecraft veteran. Do you guys remember back to a simpler time when there wasn't a recipe book in Minecraft to help you craft items in the game? Because I do. I remember not knowing how to craft something, and it really bothered me that I had to Google it, because you didn't get any help in the game. You had to figure out how to craft things for yourself, and I kind of liked that challenge, to be honest. Creative mode was added into Minecraft in version
very brief opinion. I really liked the movie, but Scott Cawthon could not tell a story to save his spoiled life. That is all I feel about the movie.
Which I found kind of annoying, to be honest, because I'd always just swap them out for different items. Now, if you remember this, then you are a Minecraft veteran. Oh my god, do you guys remember back to a time when the max build height in Minecraft
beat for beat be what they expected like in the game?
Because I also don't think a game like a movie where you're just flipping through cams and checking on how Pirate Cove is going to be entertaining.
It's kind of like how the Iron Lung movie, I haven't seen much Iron Lung gameplay
I might be the only one who remembers this, but do you guys remember the old versions of Minecraft, more specifically Alpha and Beta, when the animals
early
would just jump around a lot more? I don't know what it was, but just seeing a sheep, for example,
like the
jumping all over the place. That's what they do. They just jump around.
I'd be pretty stoked to see what a live-action creeper looks like.
You will only remember this if you are a Minecraft veteran, and that is when the texture for the steak in Minecraft today originally belonged to the cooked pork chop or the pig in the earlier days of Minecraft. That's right, guys, before Beta 1.8, the pig was the only animal that dropped meat, which meant they used this texture for the cooked pork chop, and when the cow was given a food drop, they got the texture instead, and the pig got a new texture, which of course looks like this. If you remember this Minecraft launcher, or this Minecraft launcher, or this Minecraft launcher, then congratulations,
Cars have
because you
windows
are a
and can
Minecraft
move.
veteran.
Houses
Do you
have
guys
windows and
remember
can't
back
move.
to a time
So
when
it's
the
not the
crafting
windows that
table
make the
wasn't
car
actually
go,
called
it's
the
something else
crafting table
entirely.
in
Yeah, it's cargo
Minecraft?
pants.
Instead,
Man,
it was
if
actually
break up.
called the
Have y'all ever had to
workbench.
chase your
And if
dog
you
down the
remember
street and
this,
they're
then
thinking
you
it's
are
a game?
Minecraft
Until I
veteran.
fell
Back
down
in
the
the
stairs
earlier
one
days
time.
of
I lived in an
Minecraft,
upstairs
in the
apartment,
alpha
and
and
my
beta
dog
days
got
of the
out and
game,
ran down the
swords in
stairs, and I went,
Minecraft
I
used
said,
to be
"Brick,
a
no!"
lot
And
more
he looked
powerful.
at me like, "Oh,
A
it's a
diamond
game."
sword, for example,
And ran
in
further,
alpha
and I
and
tripped
beta
down the
used to
stairs
deal
trying to
5
catch
parts
him.
of damage
So,
to enemies, meaning
it
you could
is-
kill a
it's rough.
creeper in
Bro,
just
how's
2
little bro
hits, which
still
was pretty
thriving? It's been years
overpowered.
since I checked
However,
up
in the
on
Beta
him.
1.9
Give him
update,
care
enchanting
now.
was added
He
into
has
the
seen
game,
better
which meant
days.
sword damage
I
had
just
to be
ran in the
reduced,
little
meaning a
Uzi,
diamond sword's damage went from
Why
5
does it
parts
look
of
like
damage
he
to
met
3.5
you?
parts
I mean,
of
technically
damage.
it's true. You guys
know
met
how
each
in
other.
Minecraft
He's just
today,
also as
golden apples are
enthusiastic.
crafted by
Must
using gold
let
ingots.
Tom
Well, it
pick
wasn't always
onion.
crafted this
Dude, my
way.
lunch
That's
came
right,
with a
guys,
riddle?
back in the
I spent
earlier
5
days
minutes
of
trying to figure out who
Minecraft,
Tom
golden
is and what
apples
his
were
onion
crafted with
picking
8
skills have to do with
golden
my
nuggets
sandwich.
and 1
I
apple
know.
instead of 8 gold ingots and 1
If
apple.
you,
And
if you
remember
read
this,
that
then
and
you
don't
are a
immediately
Minecraft
assume it's the
veteran.
ingredients
If you
list,
played
you
Minecraft
should
in the
not be
alpha
here at
and
lost
beta
cause.
stages of
I
the game,
immediately
then you
assume
will
mustard,
remember a
lettuce, tomato,
very
pickle,
annoying
onion.
bug when
No
you
meat,
destroyed
curious choice.
stairs.
Love
So
being
in
the guy who
alpha
still
and
wears
beta,
shorts in winter.
destroying a
Laugh all you
wooden
want, I
stair
save
or a
50% on
cobblestone
pants.
stair wouldn't
Oh, there
actually
he
give you the
goes,
stair
little
back when
thermos
you broke
legs.
it. No,
I can't
instead
hear
of
you.
getting the
I'm
stair
too
back,
rich,
all you would
and my
get
legs
is
are
one of
too
the blocks
warm.
you
I'm
used to
built
create
different.
that
I am
stair.
him.
So if I
Had
destroyed
the
a
most
wooden
terrifying
stair,
Uber
I
of
would
my
get
life
one
last
wooden
night.
plank back, and I was
Lady
just
was
like,
clearly
alright,
not taking her
thanks for that.
meds. Kept
Most
talking about
villages that
lizard
you come
people
across
and
in
falling
Minecraft
demons
today
coming out
will
of rocks
probably
to
have
kill
these
people.
broad
She would also signal
pathways
the
that
opposite
look like
direction whenever
this.
merging because she didn't
However,
want to
if
be
you played
followed.
Minecraft
She's
a
holding
few years
secrets.
ago, you
Government
will probably
classified
remember
info.
that the
She's a
villages were
rogue
made
asset.
out of gravel pathways instead of grass pathways, and the gravel pathways looked like this.
Oh yeah,
but
the
yeah, if
silica
you remember the gravel
gel.
paths
This isn't
in
Portal.
villages,
The
then
silica
you are a
gel
Minecraft veteran.
pillow. I
Which
love
one
it,
do you
I
prefer?
love it, I love it.
Grass
Ping
or gravel?
pong
Let me know in the
tube.
comments.
Okay,
Do you
I
guys
don't want it,
remember
but I
when the
really do
texture
want to
for
try it.
wooden stairs and cobblestone
It seems like it would
stairs
take the
in
game up a notch, doesn't it?
inventory looked
Welcome
like
home.
this?
Strong language, use of
What on
alcohol,
earth
partial
is
nudity,
this?
and mature.
They don't even
Partial
look
nudity?
like
Nah,
stairs.
dude.
Anyways,
I'm
moving
at home.
on.
I'm
Do
just
you guys
naked, bro.
remember
You're gonna
back
have
to a
get used
time
to
when
it.
you couldn't
Life-sized
shift-click
functional
items
wooden
when
Mario
transporting them
boxes.
from your
Function-
inventory
oh, they're
into
little
a chest?
chests.
Because
Okay,
I do.
that's
For
cute. They don't seem all
example,
that
if you wanted
practical,
to
but
move
that's
your
cute.
diamonds,
Outlet painted
wood,
to
and
match
food
the
over to a
rocks.
chest, you just have
Well,
to
that's just
slowly
common
drag them
sense
over to
right
the
there.
chest,
Why
which
don't
took
you
a very
hide
long
it? I don't
time,
want an
but
ugly
that's just how
outlet
things were
in the
back
middle
then.
of
It was
a
much
really
more
cool
simple.
handcrafted
Nowadays in
wall piece.
Minecraft, you can
Dark
just simply
mode
shift-click
book.
any
I saw
item
this
you want,
recently.
and it will
I think it
instantly
would
move
be
over to the
super
chest,
cool
and
if we
I
started
love this
printing
feature
some
so much.
books
I'm so
like this.
glad they
That would
added
be
it into the
nice.
game.
It's
Back in the earlier
slightly
days of
easier on my
Minecraft, the
eyes.
Desert Temple
Dark
used
mode
to be
has
made
just
out of
improved the
wool
lives of
instead
so
of
many across the
terracotta. And
world.
if you
A
remember
wool
this,
nose
then
warmer
you are
is
a
a kooky
Minecraft
but practical
veteran.
way
The reason
to
why I
eliminate the
remember
red
it
nose
so well
problem
is
in
that I would
wintry
always
weather.
take
Great
the
for
wool from the
outdoor
Desert
sports on
Temple
those
so I
cold
could make
days.
a bed on my
Gaily
first
tasseled
night.
warmer
If you
ties
played
securely
Minecraft
behind a head
creative
fits
mode
any
when it was
size
first
nose.
added in
Assorted
version beta
stripes,
1.8,
$1.
then you might be aware of a
Why
bug
would
that
I
existed
want
at the
that?
time. where
Sure,
you could
it might
hit
be
mobs with
practical,
your
it
sword
might
from
do
a
what you're
very
claiming
long
it does,
distance.
because,
I mean,
why
look,
wouldn't
I'm
it?
killing
But
one of these
no,
mobs
I'm not
from so
wearing that.
far away.
Okay,
How
but
is this
which
even
one would
possible?
you
But yeah, if
actually
you remember
use?
this
Okay,
weird
we've got the
little
giant
bug, then
Hulk
you
toilet.
are a Minecraft
Okay,
veteran.
that's great.
If you played
Thor,
Minecraft in versions 1.7 and 1.8,
I don't know, out
then
of
you
all
might
of
remember the
these
super
so
secret
far,
settings button
probably
that could be
Iron
found
Man.
in the
Not because
options
I'm more
menu.
comfortable
Now, the
taking a
super
crap
secret
in
settings,
Iron
when
Man's hands
clicked,
or
would
knees or
switch
whatever the
between
hell
a
this
bunch of
is.
different
But I
shader
don't know,
effects,
it just
which
feels
looked very,
slightly
very
less
cool in my
creepy.
opinion, and I was
How
very
much
sad
though?
when they
Carrot
removed this
sharpener,
feature,
right?
to be
That
honest.
seems like a real
If you played
product. Why
Minecraft
do I
before
need to
the
sharpen
addition
my
of
carrots
corner
exactly?
stairs
And why
and
would I
upside down
want
stairs, then
this?
you are
I mean,
a
the subreddit is
Minecraft
called
veteran.
"Didn't know I
you'd be
wanted that,"
building
right?
your
Why
wooden
do I
house
want want a carrot sharpener? Why do I want weird Marvel toilets? So hard! There's a few things in here that do not belong in this subreddit, like at all. James Webb-inspired wall ornaments. See, now that's cool. That's something I want. Washington-based painter Tyree Callahan modified a 1937 Underwood standard typewriter, replacing the letters and keys with color pads and hued labels to create a functional painting device called the chromatic typewriter. See? Something else that does belong here. Would I get any use out of a chromatic typewriter? No, absolutely not. It would really only be something that I show people at parties that I do not throw. Counting toilet papers to fall asleep on the toilet? Oh, I see. That's cute. That's cute and all that. Okay, that belongs here for sure. I don't mind it. Banana duck sculpture, art statue, garden yard, outdoor decor, one-piece new, $13 in stock. Hey, $13 for a banana duck. I'll throw one in the front lawn. Why not? I mean, they look okay. I like them. Goku action figure with flexing muscles. That's actually genius for a toy. You don't see stuff like that very often. Yeah, I'm sorry. An action figure is meant to be played with. Okay. How long before we get action figure grading companies? Like Dada, but for goddamn action figures. How long before that market is artificially inflated and stolen from the collectors and given to rich people? Because I know that in-box action figures can still fetch a pretty penny. You know, if you're the weirdo that bought it and treated it as an investment, I don't do that. Okay, every pair of sunglasses needs a wonky eye option like that. I appreciate it. Look like Plastic Man with this one simple trick. Okay, a printable chess set, board, and pieces. Well, that's nice. Look, chess is one of those games that nobody owns, should be accessible to everyone. Even if it's a cheap printed version like this, I'm glad that certain things are accessible. One sneeze or sigh and the game is over. You do have to be a little more careful than normal with this one. A fan I saw on r/Pink Circle Jerk that looks like a color wheel when it's turned on. Ooh, that's cool though. I like that a lot. Make your household appliances a little bit happier. I don't know. Add something to your life. Reptar
I think we can all agree that when you
don't know what I was expecting. I really don't. Reptar I knew, but bars? Were they going to be monkey bars? No. I'd give one of these a try. They look pretty good. Fiat 500 boat. But I guess the real question is, what was the purpose behind this idea? See, you could get a boat that might be a little bit safer. I don't know, man. I don't think I've ever related more to a book in my life. The Sad Bastard Cookbook. Okay, it's cool, it's cute. However, are there any actually good recipes to be had in this cookbook? Food you can make so you don't die. Oh, okay, I see. There's a brick of dry ramen with some seasoning on top? Alrighty then. Look, as somebody who has been eating a little bit healthier the past week or so, go me. Dude, start using rice. Seriously. Really reduce your sodium intake. A fucking 2-pound box of 5-minute rice or 1-minute rice or instant rice, whatever you want to call it, is like $4 at Walmart. And that is a lot better than a salt-infused brick of ramen. I bet you never saw one of these. I have seen one of those. Well, originally, now, that doesn't count. Ice cream shall be eradicated. Why? Oh, it's a dessert destroyer ice cream. I almost said soup.
Very
old school commands,
and if you remember them, then you
nice try. I'm not dumb. This shirt has a microfiber lens cloth sewn into it. I do think it would be nice if more shirts did have that, because I don't want to scratch up my stupid expensive lenses. I just don't. Chests made out of bullet shells. Okay, I mean, sure, why not? Who gives a rat's ass? You know, I may not give a rat's ass about this chess set. As a programmer, I would absolutely get this. I wouldn't. That's kind of hard to look at. What if they hit a bug in there? Now you can't sleep until you find it. But what are you going to do to fix it? Where the Herzog stares deeply into your soul. Oh, show collectibles. I don't really care, but somebody out there definitely would. They want this guy on their shelves. I don't know why. I don't know why either. Why would I want this, okay? I don't think that this subreddit is staying true to its word, man. I'm supposed to want these things, not look at them and go, oh, that's lame as hell. How weird and strange is this? Put it somewhere else. Okay, now this is a little bit different. This I would want, absolutely. Yeah, 100% I would want this. Cookie Dunker, okay, so genius? What the hell? Why are products like this everywhere? I'm sorry, where are they? This hot tub with
today
swim
are
up bar.
absolutely ridiculous. They pretty much
That
have
is
8
actually
boxes,
really cool.
but,
That's a really convenient
back
place
in
to
the
have a
alpha
hot
and
tub.
beta
If
days,
only I
they
were
weren't
a
very good.
quadrillionaire.
I
That's
want those
stupid.
people in
Pool
Minecraft
table?
who
That's
love to take a
stupid.
bunch
Why
of
would I want
rules
that
and
at
give
all?
them
I
different
want to
name
test your
tags
maturity.
different color
Would you
colours.
slide through this at
However,
your
back in
age?
the earlier
Test
days
my
of
maturity.
Minecraft,
Of course I
you couldn't have a
would.
different
I want you to
color colours
explain
for
why
name
I
tags,
should,
which meant
first
you
of
would
all.
have a bunch
If it's a
of
test of
tape
maturity,
rules that would
huh?
all
I'm
have
sorry.
a
You
red
seem too
color,
cool
and
for
I'm
school,
sure a
so I'm
lot
gonna
of you
slide down and
remember
have a fun
this.
time.
If
These
you
little
guys
guys
remember
are
the
so
old
cute.
sounds for when you
nuts
shot a
ever.
bow
I
and
mean, I
when
like
the
them.
arrow
This ceiling
landed
fan has
somewhere,
tiny
then you are a
keychains with a
Minecraft
fan
veteran.
and a light,
Take a
so you
listen.
know which is which. How is it not law that this is how all of them are? No joke. This TIE Fighter grill, though. I mean, it looks really convenient. Oh, okay, it does have a stand. Thank goodness. I was gonna say, that's a little low to the damn ground, though. Maybe that's just me. An original box of tissues. An original... What? What do you mean an original box of tissues? What am I missing here? The toilet brush at my in-laws. Okay. I mean, I don't want it, but I think it's funny. Hang dog expression? Okay, sure. Alrighty then. I have one of these for a very dramatic and obstinate dog who hates having her nails trimmed. It does help, but she still fights. It must be so cute to see her flail. Right. I got these from a trip to Thailand. We need to have a bit of a conversation about the things you like, pal. I'm just kidding. No one cares. Found this bench at a barber shop. The back is made Chevrolet truck's tailgate of a... I don't know. That's fun, though. And oh, whoa, I would not have been able to tell what the back of that bench was made out of. It's useful, though. I like it. I don't even drink wine, but I'd buy a bottle just to have an excuse to buy this. Same, honestly. Although, I need to stop wasting my money. I'm working on that right now. You know, a really great way to not waste money is to get something that's incredibly high quality and help keep you warm and stylish throughout the next season over at mkshop.com. That's right. I'm not gonna stop, baby. And yeah, the code is still boobin'.
The Chinese have access to culinary delights that we in the West can only dream of. Tastes good, man. We're short-staffed for tonight. Damn, that's crazy. Good luck, though. We could use some extra help. Yeah, I bet. Good luck, man. No, we need you to come in. Nah. Is my boyfriend broken? Why did you leave WrestleMania on for the cats? They need to learn to protect us. That's what I'm saying, dude. Listen, I might not be the best. Okay, you're putting WrestleMania on. I didn't necessarily put WrestleMania on. What I put on was a highlight reel of Perk Angle moments. Very distinct here. Not Kurt Angle, Perk Angle. Two very different versions of that man. But if my dog, if my pet is not willing to do a moonsault off the top of my roof to protect me from attackers, that is not a dog, that is an accessory. Stupid. It's dumb. Scientists accidentally grew a chicken with the face of a dinosaur. You don't just accidentally grow a dinosaur chicken. Y'all always lie. And you're right, you don't just accidentally create a monster for the sake of science. That being said, I am all for creating monsters for the sake of science. It's the first time I've ever heard of the dinosaur-faced chicken, so I obviously had to Google it. You can't just say something that sounds so cool to me and not expect me to do some research. So according to the team behind the monster, they said they did not set out to create a dino chicken, but they wanted to understand how the bird beak, a very vital part of bird anatomy, as it says in the article, evolved to look the way it is, you know, very like a beak, as it were. And what they made was goddamn horrifying, but I'm here for it. I like making little weird Frankenstein things a reality. I will continue, you know, advocating for the pursuit of science monsters. I love it. Throwback to when the car insurance lady asked my mom for a front to rear and side view, but she didn't get the memo. That felt weird. Thanks, Ava. Hope those work. And you look very nice, but I need pictures of your vehicle. Oh, she takes pictures of her husband. That'd be funny. That'd be very funny. I ride him all the time. Thank you, Susan. I meant your car. Would your country be a good axe?
Now, if you remember when it was
You know what? Funnily enough, I feel like Australia would actually be a pretty solid axe. Misha, a non-verbal teen with Down syndrome, didn't understand why his family had to flee Maripol this year. To placate him, his mother told him they were traveling to meet John Cena. Cena heard and went to Amsterdam to oblige. Just brilliant. Dude, John Cena is such a class act. Like, he just keeps setting milestone after milestone of wishes granted for Make-A-Wish. If my research is correct, I believe that no other celebrity has granted over 200 wishes. Meanwhile, John Cena, as of like last year, was like at 650 Make-A-Wish Foundation meetings, which is absolutely insane. I think it's also great for wrestling too as a whole to have someone who understands how serious being an ambassador for your company is. Like, John Cena takes it very, very seriously. I would assume that, like, back in the day, it would be like Hulk Hogan would have been considered like the ambassador, but the dude just like was a jerk. If you like Hulk Hogan, people don't really have anything nice to say about the guy, and for good reason. He's not a, you know, he's a very mean man, Hulk Hogan. That's been my little John Cena appreciation station, you know. What a good guy. We love him. And his 5 moves of doom. Men can hang around like this for hours and not even ask each other's names. We go off of vibe only. We don't need names. We're not on a first name basis like that. Dude, bro, guy, fella, if I'm Ricky Starks, you know, that's how we communicate. I'll vibe alone. It's our form of echolocation. When you accidentally tilt the cup too much and get water in your nose, well, you just gotta pour it out the other way. That's okay. The speed that parents go from sex is the death to please bring me a grandbaby is odd to say the least. Well, yeah, you know, it's wanting to continue the family line. The great family name should expand generation after generation. That's usually the thought process. I mean, my family is to, you know, it ends here. The buck stops here is what I is what I said. We're not going any further. We've stopped and we've reached peak my family, I think. Just with my last couple of generations, I don't know if, like, we can develop on this any further. It's a weird way to describe generations. Like their phone product, like the iPhone, you know what I mean? That was weird. Nobody. Moms. Here, say hi to a relative that you've only met once in your life. They miss you. This is what George Kent, Genghis Khan, actually looked like. He was a white Anglo-Saxon Christian, spread Christianity throughout lands his empire conquered, and was an independent Baptist. What? I just had to look this up. I'm so confused on what this is. Are we just making things up now? What? I looked it up and it just brings me back to the Sips Tea subreddit. What is this? Is this like making fun of the idea that a bunch of history is whitewashed? Is that what the meme is? That's the only thing it could be, right? Sorry, I'm so confused by this. This really like turned my brain into knots. I'm totally out of the loop on this joke. Tell me if I'm right in what this is actually poking fun at, because I have no idea. If a service dog approaches you and he is alone, it means that the owner can't move and is in trouble. Follow him and you'll get a free wallet. It's called a, you know, I love item drops in real life. It's great. Name a behavior that isn't labeled as a form of mental illness, but you feel like it should be. Making a page for your baby and commenting as the baby. Only if you're leaving disses. Like, if you're dissing and roasting people as the baby, I think that's funny. I think there should be more of that. But if you're like, it's Tommy's first birthday, and people are like, happy birthday, Tommy, and then you log on to Tommy's Facebook page and go, thanks, uncle, whatever, I got a fire truck. No, Tommy is not talking. Tommy's off playing with the fire truck. Get off Facebook, Susan. To your child instead of cosplaying as him on social media. This is my Tinder profile. I've had it for a year. 23 men have contacted me to say I'm incorrect about toilet paper. Yeah, I mean, you're doing it the wrong way, the roll's looking pretty thin, so you've been using it the wrong way for a while. I don't like the placement of the towel rack either. I feel like that's kind of a weird spot. You know, it just looks like you kind of just got stuck brushing your teeth, like you got, you know, you got like a lead poison stare. There's a lot going on in this picture for sure.
Let me know in the comments, because I know how it feels.
You can pay for sex.
60
an hour.
Used to be a lot scarier.
Oh, sorry. I charge 60 an hour. How much do you charge?
where they would scrape
50?
towards the
Okay,
player
then
and
you
then
only pay
explode,
10.
which was just
Wow.
terrifying.
Wow, look at that.
In Minecraft
Look at
today,
that
when creatures
negotiations.
explode, they
The
just sort of
strategy
stand
is
there and
insane.
accept their
Why
fate.
is there
So
a
yeah, if you
raccoon
remember
eating
the old
peanut butter
creeper
on my
movement, then
bus?
you are a Minecraft veteran. If you guys
I mean,
remember when the
what?
Ender Dragon health bar
Mind your
said
own
false
fucking
health
business.
instead of
I
Ender
didn't-
Dragon,
I
then
didn't
you
say
have
you
been
could
playing
take a picture
Minecraft
of me
for a
now,
long,
but now
long
you're
time.
taking a picture of
If
me
you played
doing my
Minecraft
peanut
in the
butter
alpha
subway
and
time.
beta
Here's
days,
what's gonna
then you
happen.
will
You're
remember
gonna
how
delete that
useless
photo.
the nether
Me and my
was.
raccoon
I'm not
buddy's gonna
joking.
come to
All
your
you
house
do
and eat
was
all your
collect
garbage.
glowstone,
Next
get
time
some
this thing
gold,
plays out.
collect
I don't know why I pictured the raccoon that way, but I figured he would be something of a threatening overlord, you know? Oh my god, that's a guinea pig.
That is
you guys
a
remember when you could
frighteningly
switch
large
your
guinea
tools while
pig.
breaking
Does that
blocks
even
and saving
qualify as a guinea pig anymore?
For example,
At
you
that point,
could be
that's
breaking
just
some
a-
stone with your
there's a
diamond
creature,
pick
la
and quickly switch
criatura.
to the wooden pick
What
to
is
save
it?
durability
There's a
on
guinea
your
pig
diamond.
sizometer, but
wasn't
that is not
efficient,
what
but
I'm
it was just a
looking
cool thing to do, I guess. If you remember when
The guinea
skeletons
pig
held their bows like
sizometer
this,
is,
then
it
you
has
are an
sizes
old
between
school
very
player. I mean, it's no
thin and
wonder skeletons had
obese.
terrible
And
aim back in the day.
obese,
They're
it
not even
just
holding
looks
the
like
button
a
properly.
like a
Back in the
missile.
earlier days
I'm
of
barely certain that
Minecraft,
that's not a
villagers
guinea
had a
pig
chance to
anymore.
generate
Hungry
with this,
photographer
like,
deletes all
black
photos and
structure.
leaves after being
They
denied
were
food at
awesome,
weddings.
as they were
Man
the
got
only
denied a
structure
plate
in
and
the
walked
village
out.
to
Yeah,
contain
well,
a chest,
listen,
and
the least you can
sometimes the
do
loot
is
was
feed
just
him if
insane,
you
as you'd find
when me
things
and
such as
Brianna get
diamonds or
married, okay?
obsidian.
My
So yeah, if
photographer
you
is
remember
going to
these
be well
following
fed because a
instructions,
well-fed
you are a
photographer
veteran
is a
player.
dedicated
If you played
photographer.
Minecraft
Sorry,
in the
that's how
alpha
I
days
see
of
it.
the game,
If you're at the venue, you get a plate, plain and simple. That's what it's all about. Did you know that literally no animals wash their hands and they are fine? They eat off the ground where other animals poop. How dumb are we to think that we need soap and hand sanitizer to survive as a species? I mean, all you told me is that your hands smell like poop. Playing Truth or Dare with coworkers, it's a raunchy night. Using pre-written questions. My work crush pools.
Another
We
thing
were
about
down on a
farms
desert
in
island.
alpha
How
and
long
most
would
of
it take
beta
till we
that was
bang?
pretty
I
lame
immediately
is that
respond,
fence gates
1 week.
didn't exist.
Everybody freaks
This
out.
meant
She
if you
looks
were to play
uncomfortable.
fences
I
around your
fucked up,
farm,
didn't
the
I?
only
I
way
mean,
to
she was
safely
just
get
hoping
in
it
and
would
out
be
was
sooner.
by
I
placing
mean, you guys
a
are on a
door.
deserted
I have to
island
say,
after
it
3
looked
days.
very
I'm looking at
ugly, and
whoever
I'm
I'm
sure
with
some
and
of you
going,
remember
Hey,
this. If you played Minecraft in alpha and most of beta,
just
then
us
you
out
would
here.
remember
If you
We're either
when
gonna
the
cut a
fishing
hole in a
texture
coconut,
when
or we're gonna get to know each other intimately. And that's when Jack Black looks back at me
just
and
look
goes,
at this. It's literally just a
that's who I'd be
stick
stuck
with
on a
a fishing
deserted
line
island
attached
with.
to it.
Hell yeah,
It looks so
first
weird.
date,
If
10th
you played
date,
Minecraft when version
engagement.
beta
Oh, and
1.8
just
was released, then you
married.
will
Hey, look at the
definitely remember
adult.
how
What if
hyped
they
the
were made
community
at Home
was when
Alone,
the
but with an
Enderman
adult
was
Kevin
first
defending his
added?
home on Purge Night?
Seriously,
I
the
feel like
first
Macaulay
time you
Culkin would be
accidentally
absolutely
lifted an
down for
Enderman
that,
and
though,
had
wouldn't
them
he? I could see him
randomly
being a fan of
teleport next to
that.
you. It
Text
was
on
just
bag reads
terrifying,
as,
man. No
"This
one really
text has no
expected
other
it."
purpose than
Speaking
to
of the
terrify
Enderman,
those
when
who
it
are
was
afraid
first
of the
announced to
Arabic
be added,
language.
someone
You
made
got
a
some like
fan-made video
55-year-old
of it, and
dude
if
who's
you're a
watched
veteran
way too
player,
much
you
Fox
might
News and
remember
has
it.
like a
Take a look.
InfoWars tramp stamp panicking in the corner like, they're threatening me with that bag! Pointing at it. Scare, like trying to explain it to a passerby, like Courage the Cowardly Dog in a tense situation, just. That's how I picture.
I remember this
that
video
kind of
scaring me
person.
so much
Rachel
when
and
I
I
first
are
watched it,
no
man.
longer
If you've been
dating.
playing
Like,
Minecraft
that's a
long
horrible
enough,
people
the
are
pain
married.
of opening
I mean,
up an
but
old
it's
world that you
true,
made
is
in,
it
let's
not?
say,
I'm not telling
2013,
lies.
and seeing your pet dogs just
Jeez.
waiting
If you want
there for
information,
your
feign
return.
ignorance.
Minecraft dogs
Book of
really are
Rat.
the most
What?
loyal pets you
If you're
can ever
dumb and
have.
people
I'm
tend to
sorry
share
I
more
ever
info
left,
with
man.
you,
Anyways,
let their
moving
guard
on.
down.
The
Very
yellow
useful,
flower.
give it a try.
I know some of you
just
remember
did.
this, and if you
Out for
do
my
remember
birthday,
it,
my
you'll
daughter's
know
boyfriend
this flower
orders a
and the
strawberry
rose were the
margarita.
only two
What do I
flowers
say?
to decorate
My
your
dude,
house back in the
delicious
day.
knows
That's
no
right, players had
masculinity.
to work with
If
what they
I were
had
that
back
kid,
then. We couldn't really
I'd drink
decorate
the
with much.
fuck out of
If
that
you
and
remember
then
when
rock on
gunpowder
your
was
daughter.
called
Let's go,
sulfur,
Philip.
then
That's
congratulations,
what's up. Let's go,
you're one of the
Philip.
veteran players of the Minecraft
Philip.
community. One thing that makes me really nostalgic about
Oh,
old
boy.
versions of Minecraft
I mean, he's gotta
is
be
when the
careful,
menu
though. We
screen
all know
used
what
to say
happened
mods
last time
and
someone wasted
texture
away in
packs.
Margaritaville.
I don't know, it's a weird thing to point out, but I think it's something only a veteran player can really appreciate.
Do you ever get overwhelmed by how our real world is a genuine dystopian nightmare, but everyone just keeps acting like it's normal?
No.
Listen, it's not about the dystopian nightmare, it's about the friends you make along the way. Because if you're living in that dystopian nightmare with a group of your best pals, it's not so bad. If an alien offered you a 1-week trip across the universe and back with the catch being 15 years passes on Earth, would you accept or reject the offer? Can I bring Brianna with me? Because I believe we'd both be down. That would be so fucking dope. I wouldn't do it if I couldn't bring a +1. If I could bring a +1, then I'd do it. It's been 9 years since Elon Musk had this photo permanently removed from the internet forever. Is that really how he looked? That's so ridiculous. Now he runs Twitter. Oh, I'm sorry, X. Alright,
Despite its name,
X these
it was
nuts.
an amazing
After 3 months of
Minecraft
drinking
scene
hot
in the
lemon
beta
water
days
with
that
honey,
spawned the
I've
player
lost
next to
5
an
kilograms of
exposed
lemon
dungeon followed
and
by
1
a
kilogram
cave
of honey.
system that
Oh, that's
contained a
cool.
lot
Been
of
tracking how
diamonds.
much
Now,
ingredients
it was
used.
a
That's
very
dope. I
popular
bought a
scene
car
among
today,
the
and the
community
dealership
at the
had me
time,
check
and if you
off
remember
with a
it, then
pen
you're
on
definitely
paper
a
that I'm not a
veteran
robot.
player. If you played
Sweats,
Minecraft in the
coolant.
alpha
They
days,
just had
then
to be
you
sure.
might
You
remember
never
when
can be
the
too.
sun used
You
to
never
rise
can be
in
too
the
careful
north
when
and
you're
set
signing off
in the
to
south,
potential
whereas in Minecraft today
cyborgs.
and in
Apparently, when
real life,
animating
it rises in the
Zootopia,
east
Disney
and
found it
sets in the
smoother to
west.
work in
Four
34
words,
frames
the
per
Temple
second
of
rather than the more
If you
common
remember this
30
awesome map,
FPS of their
then
previous
you are a
films,
Minecraft
and
veteran.
even made it
Take
a
a look.
rule that all new animators learn to animate in 34 FPS going forward. Search up Zootopia Rule 34 to learn more. You're not gonna get me with that. What do I look
If
like?
you played
That guy on
Minecraft when
TikTok
dogs were
that
first
really
added, then you
appreciates
might
Judy
remember when they
Hopps a
were
little
able to
too
attack
much?
and kill
No,
you in
it's not
peaceful
me.
mode.
We're
That's
sister
right,
wives
guys,
who
peaceful
share the
mode
same
wasn't
man.
so peaceful
I mean,
for
he
us
looks proud of
veteran
himself. If
players,
that's what
but
they
we
like,
deserved it if
then,
we
you know,
attacked a
good
wolf
for
anyway,
him, I
so
guess.
who really
Petition to
cares?
replace
Back in the
Amber
earlier
Heard and
days of
Aquaman 2 with Bruce
Minecraft, when you
Campbell
died in
reaches
your
3
world, the
million.
death
Send me a
screen would say
script.
game over
Oh, we're
instead
getting the
of you
grooviest
died.
man in
I guess the
cinema.
game saying
I think
you died
honestly
is a
fitting
lot
to
more
star
fitting for when
alongside
a
Jason
stupid creeper
Momoa.
blows
As a
you
man
up
of
because,
his
yes,
handsome
Minecraft,
caliber,
you're
I could go
right,
from
I did
researching a
die.
cramp
I
on
died a
WebMD
little
to coffin
inside.
shopping in
Anyways,
under
moving
90
on,
seconds.
speaking of the game
Same
over
time it
screen,
makes,
do you guys
same
remember
time
when
it
the
takes to
score
overcook a
number
bag
would
of minute
say
rice, huh?
and
We
E0
ain't like
because I
other
do.
triplets.
Literally no
What
one
the
knew what it meant back
man?
in the day,
I already
so it
shot
was
that
just
chick
sort of
2
there,
times.
but yeah,
Stop
if you
spawn
remember it, then
camping
you're
then.
definitely a veteran player.
This
If
girl
you
next
guys
to me in
remember when
class
you could
offered me a
milk
sip of her
squids with a
drink because I
bucket
mentioned
in
that
the
I was
early beta
thirsty.
days of
I was
Minecraft,
not
then
fucking
you are a
expecting to take a
veteran
sip
player,
of
because this
vodka
feature wasn't
cranberry
around
at
for
9
very
a.m.,
long, but when
y'all.
it was
It's
in the
just, you
game,
know,
it was
the
kinda
college
weird,
girly
but
diet.
kinda cool,
Boys
I
make
guess.
3
The
friends
old
at 15
zombie
and
nerd
decide that's enough
texture. I know
socializing for
some
the
of you
whole
remember
life.
this,
Yeah,
and
you
if
know,
you
we're
do
not
remember
picky. We
it,
just
then
have
you,
3
my
that we
friend,
like,
are
and
a
that's it. It's a
Minecraft
simple
veteran.
system,
Back in
really.
the
We
earlier
make 3
days of
friends at 15
Minecraft,
and
there
then we
used
stay
to be
that way
no
until one of us
hunger bar in the
dies.
game,
That's
which
how
meant players
it
regenerated
goes.
their hearts by
Deodorants were
just
created
simply
to solve a
eating
fake
food.
problem
It was a
and
lot simpler
thrive
back
thanks to
then,
the
and if you remember
patriarchy.
this, then
Come to
you
one
are
of
a
the boys'
veteran
cabins
player.
at youth
At one
camp and you'll
point in
delete
Minecraft,
this. I
those
always
were
think that
quite
these kinds of
overpowered
tweets
because
where it's
you could
like,
shoot them
hygiene product
ridiculously
is
fast
for
and
dumb
spam quick
people.
arrows.
You're
It
just
was
telling me you're a little
insane. One
stinky.
thing
That's
I
all you're
especially
telling me.
remember
The
in the
sperm
old
you
days of
enjoy
Minecraft
wasting
is
is
when
not
food
wasted
didn't
sperm.
stack. It was one of the most annoying
Wise
things in the
words.
game. I would
Small
remember having a
blobs
full
of human
inventory
brain
of
grown in
raw
a
pork
dish of
chops, and it was just so
Whoa,
annoying. If you remember this door
They've
sound,
been
you are a
coaxed into
veteran
forming
Minecraft player.
rudimentary eyes, which respond to light by sending signals to the rest of the brain tissue.
I miss this sound so much,
New
man. Do you
horrific
remember
state
when
of
birch
consciousness
trees
just
and
dropped?
spruce trees
Gonna
would just give you
stay
back
up all
planks?
night
It was
being
really
scared of
strange.
this one.
Do you
That's
guys
some
remember
heat.
the old
Why do men
boats?
stay in the
Because
car
I
for
do.
minutes
They
after
were
arriving
absolutely
home?
terrible to
prepare for the
control, would
stress.
break all
Joe
the time,
Exotic
and
is
were just
Steve
really,
Irwin's
really
Wario.
slow. Another
Damn,
feature
you know
I
what?
remember in
Yeah,
the
that's
old
true.
days of
That
Minecraft
is a
is
fact.
that
That
you
is a
could
real
simply
fact of
just
life and
punch a
history.
sheep
In
and it would
1948, a
drop
man
wool.
wore
No, you
30-pound,
didn't have to use
3-toed
shears
lead
or anything
shoes
like
and
that.
stomped around
You
a
could just
Florida
punch
beach
it
during the
and it would
night.
drop
The
wool.
footprints
It
led
was
people to believe that a
ridiculous. Do you
15-foot
guys
tall
remember
penguin was
before
roaming their
version
lands?
beta 1.8
He kept
when
the
you could
prank for
toggle
10
your render
years, visiting
distance and
various
fog by
beaches.
pressing the F
The
key
hoax
on
wasn't
your
revealed
keyboard. I was
until
quite
40
annoyed
years
when they
later.
got rid of
I
it,
like
to be honest,
that. I
'cause
like this
found it
guy. I
quite
like his
useful,
I like
as
his
my PC
his
back then
vibe.
was
I like
terrible.
his
Oh
foolishness.
my god, do
I
you
read
guys
this in
remember
my
in
head before
Minecraft
reading
when
it out
fences
loud, and
didn't
this is going to
connect
be
to solid
quite.
blocks?
I'm
Because
gonna
I do,
start
and it was
giggling
very
before I finish
frustrating.
this
Another
sentence.
thing that was was really annoying about fences is that they used to be a full block, making walking around them just really tedious and annoying. I don't think you even need to be an old-school Minecraft player to remember this, and that is the old
that's gross. That's yucky.
I'm sure all
this is
going to
be a lot more gross. Sorry for what's about to come out of my mouth. Do you think that once you reach a certain age, like if you're an old man,
it still makes me so sad to this day that they even removed
as a liquid?
I love this so much. If you remember this cobblestone texture, then you are an old-school Minecraft player because it was either loved or hated by the community.
You know what I mean?
I remember back to the time when mossy cobblestone was one of the rarest blocks in the game, as it didn't have a crafting recipe and could only be obtained from dungeons, which were really hard to come by. Do you guys remember when sprinting was not in Minecraft? That's right, before the beta 1.8 update, sprinting was not in the game, which meant getting from point A to point B in your Minecraft world took a lot longer and it was a lot more painful. Oh my god, do you guys remember that feature in Minecraft where when you slept in a bed, there was a chance that either a zombie or a skeleton to wake you up as you tried to sleep, and they would begin to attack you. I don't know if it was an annoying feature or a cool feature, I really can't decide. Do you guys remember when you could press the F3 key on your keyboard and it would show the entity numbers of mobs, meaning you could essentially cheat to find cave systems? If you remember the old creative mode inventory, when it was just a list of all of the items in the game, instead of having tabs for specific items, then you are a Minecraft veteran. I remember this old creative mode inventory. It was really annoying to navigate through. I really prefer the new one. Do you guys remember back to a time where pigs were the only animal in Minecraft that would drop food? Sheep, cows, and chickens didn't drop any food.
I'm sick and tired of it.
Kind of frustrating, to be honest, and it made finding
Biden is always tweeting.
I'm sure a lot of you old school players will remember when the chest was a full block and looked like this, and the fact that it didn't have an open and closing animation.
Looks like it's been subjected to the corrupting effects of
forbidden magic. Do you guys remember when mobs weren't as smart and they couldn't
that's a
walk
real
around
nature
walls,
fact.
for example?
First day working at Cane's where they call their tenders chicken fingers.
When you would walk past
Hi,
the wall,
welcome to Cane's.
and it was terrifying.
Fingers would you like
creepers would also do this thing where they would just stare at you from outside through your glass window in your house, and it scared me so much, man. They look so creepy. Speaking of creepers, once again, if you remember the old explosion sound, then you are a Minecraft veteran. Take a listen.
These dogs are the villains in a movie where a golden retriever wins a snowboarding
One
tournament.
old feature that I'm sure a lot of old school players will remember is that you couldn't place double chests next to each other, which was just so annoying. You would lay out your house in this really good way, you'd want to place two double chests, and it just wouldn't let you. It was just so frustrating. You know how with every Minecraft update that comes out now, there is a new background of the title screen
I think that's the first time I've ever seen that actually done like in real life. You see it in cartoons, but never in person. That must have been a trip. I'm 5'10", and my girlfriend's little sister just introduced me to her 6'3" boyfriend. And wouldn't you know it, we're the same height.
When the Minecraft logo was different. Do you remember when the logo was just made out of what looks to be the cobblestone texture? Because I do, and I thought it looks kind of cool, to be honest.
I'm glad they cleared it up. I thought it was Aberdeen.
You remember the feature of climbing up ladders with a $1 gap between each ladder? It kind of meant you could save quite a few ladders with this trick, but they eventually removed that feature. If you remember this feature in Minecraft, then you are an old school player, and that feature is when the lighting would change in stages when it was getting dark, and oh my god, it looked so scary, gradually watching the light change. Do you guys remember the old crafting recipe fences? Because I still do it to this day. So in Minecraft today, fences are crafted with 2 sticks and 4 planks, but in older versions of Minecraft, they were crafted with 6 sticks. But I still do this crafting recipe to this day. I just can't get it out of my head. I always get the recipe wrong when trying to craft fences. But now in Minecraft, where if you press F5 twice on your keyboard, you can see the front-facing part of the skin. It's a really cool feature. Well, in the old versions of Minecraft, you couldn't do this. You could only press F5 once and see the back of your skin, which was really depressing, to be honest, because I wanted to see what my skin looked like in full form, but I couldn't. Do you guys remember when you could only have 5 Minecraft worlds? It really meant that you had to make each world count, because there were only 5 worlds slots. This is the rose flower. It was one of my favourite flowers in Minecraft, and they removed it and replaced it with the poppy.
Unless you have a heart
Why
3
couldn't
times
we
the
have just
size
had
of
both
normal,
of them?
you
I
would
will be
pass
angry about
out.
this
I mean, you'd
probably
hold
the
it for
rest of
like
my life.
30
Yes, I am
seconds
that
before your
sad.
body just
Before
starts to
creative mode
feel
and commands were even a thing in
Yep, my brain
Minecraft,
went on a
players back
tangent
in the
for the
day
last
had to
5
rely
minutes,
on
considering a
mods
world
such as
where everyone has
single-player
abnormally
commands
large
and too many
dicks.
items, which allowed you to spin items and fly around
which
and
is
things
fair.
like that.
True,
Things
he
you
didn't
do in
actually ruin
Minecraft today
Christmas,
that
he just
you couldn't
ruined
back
the
then
people's
without the
joy.
use of
And
mods.
further point,
Do you
they were
guys
all
remember back
a-holes
to
to
a
him from the
simpler time
get-go,
when
so
beds
they
were
kind
not
of
in
did deserve the
Minecraft?
joy, in
Because
my
I
opinion.
do.
That's right,
Back
I'm
in the
taking
alpha
a
versions of
unique
the
and
game, beds
original
did not exist,
stance.
which
The
meant you had to
exiled
sort of
character
wait out
is
the
the
night
one in the
cycle,
right
making
all
surviving
along.
in your world just a lot
Not
more
even
challenging.
Disney could
If you
think of
played
such
Minecraft in
originality.
the alpha
Hollywood
days of the
doesn't
game,
need its
then you'll
writers
probably
anymore.
remember
They
that
just
the
need
inventory key used to be I
Please
instead
do
of
not
E.
pet the
I
fart
hear that some
squirrels.
people
That
still
is a
use
much
I
better
as
name
their
for them.
inventory key
Also, I
today
like
because
how
they're so
the tail
used to
looks
it.
like
Me
it's combusted
personally,
into
I use
flames,
key,
which
the
is
old
possible, not
gravel
really, but I like
texture.
to think it
I
is.
know
It makes
some
it
of
seem
you
more like
remember it.
Pokemon's a real
For some reason,
thing, you know?
back in the earlier days of
PBS.
Minecraft, zombies dropped feathers. I'm sure some of you remember this, and it was just a little bit weird, to be honest. I remember going out to kill zombies for feathers just so I could make arrows. Oh my god, I'm sure a lot of you Minecraft veterans will remember the world generation of the alpha and beta days of
Scott's statement about a group of
It
people
looked
could actually be
absolutely
detrimental to our
insane.
movement
Some
and
of
not
the
at all make them feel more
mountainous
comfortable
terrain you would
supporting
get
our movement that
was
actually in the end will
just
support them even better
mind-blowing.
as well?
Just
Meanwhile,
look at
a
it.
misogynist
If you
in the
remember
comments.
watching the Yogscast original survival series, then you are a Minecraft veteran. Take a look.
Hooray, Minecraft. Created a new server. And we're going to show people how to play Minecraft, how to survive. First night. Oh my god, it's terribly snowy.
Wash your hands after using the
This game is
restroom.
beautiful.
Otherwise,
It is.
this
Made by a single man. Yeah.
good fun.
Uh,
comes this.
So this is it. This is the game.
Nice to meet you.
Minecraft.
Yeah, you did, man. You're reaching a bit too far there, buddy. That's my prostate. Oh, sorry.
It's
Is
just
butt
us
cheeks
in
one
the
word,
dark.
or should I
Oh,
spread
it
them
brings back
apart?
so many memories, man.
You deserve
if
to be
thought
beaten up
max
for that.
enchanting
Are you
at
saying I
30
deserve
levels
a
costs a lot in
fisting?
Minecraft, then think again,
Notice,
because
all
when
visitors
enchanting
from New
was first
Jersey
added,
must
max
explain
enchanting
why.
on tools and
There
armor
are so
cost
many
50
interpretations
levels,
to this
which
why.
was
The
insane.
power of the
On
human
top of that,
language.
because
What
of
are
the
they
feature of
explaining
having
when
to
they say
use
why?
lapis
Why
to
did they
enchant
leave?
was
Because it's so
added,
great?
enchanting
Why did they grow
tools
up there?
or
Because it's so
armor at level
horrible?
30
Why does
would
it
take
exist?
all
Why
of
do
your
they think they're
XP
welcome
for
anywhere
that one
else?
tool,
Why can't they
instead of
stay
taking
where they
3
belong?
levels,
Why don't they
which
just
was
go back to where they
insane.
came from?
You would spend
So many
so
possible
long grinding
questions,
for
each
those
of them
levels
slightly more
just to use it
xenophobic than
on
the
one
last.
item.
I feel
Another
very sorry and
enchanting
scared for
feature
the store
that
owner
old
when
school
it comes
players
to a
will
point in their
remember is
business
that
that they
you
have to
couldn't
make
see
this
what
sign.
enchantment
They have
you
to
were
go
going
out of
to
their
get
way
at
to
all.
inform
In
their
Minecraft
customers
today, you
the
get
purpose
shown
of their
one of the
devices.
possible
Just
enchantments
seriously,
you will
sit
get
on this
on
for
an
a bit.
item, but
Imagine
in
selling
older
a product
versions
you
of
think is
Minecraft,
being
you
used
had
for
to
its
just
intents and
risk it and
purposes
see
and
what
to
you
find
would
out
get,
people are
which was
using it
just-
to get themselves
oh my
off.
God, it was so
Congratulations, you now
frustrating.
understand
I
how
remember a
Hitachi
time
felt
where
when they
you
made the
could
magic
activate
wand
and
back in
ignite TNT by
1968.
just
There's
simply
got to be a
punching
better
it with
way.
your hand.
We
You
plan
didn't
to
need
cut all
flint and
homeless
steel
people
at
in
all,
half
which
by
was
2025.
pretty awesome, not gonna lie.
Conservatives,
If
it's
you
how we keep
remember
the
the
food supply
infamous
running. Is it a
Minecraft
coincidence
seed
the housing market is
Glacier,
difficult
then
right
you
now,
are
as well as getting a
Minecraft
job and
veteran.
maintaining
It
a
was
financial
basically a
stability?
seed in the beta days of
Because hey,
Minecraft
you can't
that
fill
just
up your
gave
own
you
belly anyway,
this
so why not fill up someone
awe-inspiring world
else's? The
generation. It
UK
was
Conservative
absolutely
Party.
fantastic.
Let us
Just
eat
look
you.
at it. You should honestly go
Set
back
of
to
house
beta
keys and car
1.7.3
keys. If
and try
found,
out this
please
seed,
return
because
to
seriously, you
your
will be blown away at how
wow.
amazing it looks.
Wow,
In
this is
Minecraft
someone
today, we
who
have
was
these things
raised by
called
grandparents and not at all
advancements where you
exposed to the
basically
real world.
complete little
I usually
tasks
get
in
home after
Minecraft.
5
Do you guys
p.m.
remember when achievements were in the game?
So we
They
know
were very
when the
similar
house is
to enchantments,
unoccupied.
but they were just a
Lovely.
little bit different.
Reflecting on my own
and I will
perceptive
always
skills when I
remember
was a
these.
very,
Before
very young
beta
adult,
1.8, when the hunger bar
can't
was
really
added
hate on
into
this. I would have
Minecraft,
done
there
this.
was no eating animation in the game. So
I'm gonna be
when you would
straightforward. I
consume
would
a
have been
cooked pork
this
chop,
freaking
you'd simply
ignorant
just
and
right click on it
too
and boom,
agreeable.
it would be
This
gone. There
is
would
a
be no
crosswalk.
nom-nom-nomming
This
on the
is a
item.
sign.
It would
This
just
is a
disappear when you
pole.
right
Oh my
click on
God.
it. If
The
you played
temptation to
Minecraft
announce
Alpha
yourself and
before
what you are
biomes
at
were
every
added
sort of
into the game, then
opportunity.
you will
It's
remember when
spread
Minecraft
through
worlds looked like
signs.
this. There was just one
stars.
type of
Amazing
grass,
experience.
bright green looking grass, and I have to say it made your Minecraft world look very
45
bright
minutes of
and
my
very
life.
vivid. Do you guys remember this? When you or your friend died in
I was on the edge
Minecraft,
of
their
my
body would
seat.
just disappear and die instead of having a death animation, which looked a bit weird, not gonna lie. Do you remember when village structures were added in beta 1.8, but no villagers were added to spawn yet, making the village itself very creepy and sort of
with a
empty.
notable spike
I
of
remember
visitors
playing the
whenever
game
your
and just
mom
encountering
stops
a village, but there was
Nice
just
parking.
nothing
Please tell
there.
me
It was just
bitches.
really
I
weird
really
to be
hope they
around
went out
it.
of their
Oh
way to
my
buy a
god,
fresh
another
pack
thing
of
I
condoms
remember
just
is
to
when
leave
mining
one
the
on their
crafting
windshield.
table and the
Lifestyles.
furnace took
Why not use
absolutely
yours to
ages.
learn to
You
drive
could use an
better?
axe on a
Please,
crafting
do
table,
not
it
eat
would
in the
still take
library.
forever.
The mice
Use a
will get
diamond
in
pick
and
on
learn
a
to
furnace,
read and
it
get
would
too
still
smart, and
take
knowledge is
forever.
power, but
You
power
probably
corrupts, so
don't
they'll
even need
turn
to be a
evil and take over the
Minecraft veteran
world.
to remember
Prices
this,
have been
but do you remember
pre-haggled for
when
your
you could
shopping
spam your
convenience.
sword?
Honestly,
I'm sure
I
all
don't
of you.
want
And
to
a lot
waste
of
my
people
day
got
having
mad
a
when this
pseudo
was
argument
changed.
with you.
Were you
What's the
guys
price
one
you
of
put
them?
it at?
Let me know in the
250?
comments
Okay, this
below.
place over
I'm
here
sure
sells for
some of you
200.
remember
Not gonna
back
go
to
that?
a
Okay,
time
bye.
where
Hey,
fire
you
in
jump in there,
Minecraft
you
used to
made
spread
your choice. See ya.
insanely
Look, hot
fast.
take, but I
So
think if you
you
encourage
started a fire
haggling,
in your world, it was going to be very devastating. You are indeed a Minecraft veteran if you remember when you could block with your sword instead of blocking with your shield. Back in the earlier days of Minecraft, items such as stairs, fences, pressure plates, cacti, and other blocks looked absolutely huge when thrown on the ground. I mean, just look at them. I'm sure some of you remember this bug. It looks so funny, and if you do remember it, then you are a Minecraft veteran.
dark.
Do you guys
For
remember
hours.
when caves in
Hours, if
Minecraft
need
were
be, just
only
to see
made
a
out
duck
of
eventually
stone?
waddle
You
up
wouldn't
this
find
ramp,
blocks such
just
as
lay out a bunch
granite,
of frozen
diorite, or
peas just to
andesite
lure the
blending
ducks
in
over,
with the
like, come
stone.
on.
You'd only
Come
find
on, do the
stone, which
thing.
made the caves look a lot more simple back then. In the alpha and beta days of Minecraft, the zombie pigmen used to drop good pork chop upon death, making them one of the strongest food sources in Minecraft. And if you remember this, then you are a Minecraft veteran. The old lava texture. I know some of you remember this, and if you do remember this texture, then you are a Minecraft veteran. If you were one of those Minecraft players a few years back that made your house out of diamond blocks in creative mode, then you are a Minecraft veteran. I just remember a lot of people doing that back in the day. Were you one of them? Let me know in the comments. Do you guys remember back to a time when there was only one type of wooden plank in the game, and that wooden plank was the oak plank? There was no birch plank, jungle plank, or spruce plank, or anything like that. It was just oak planks. And if you remember this, then you are a Minecraft veteran. You are definitely a Minecraft veteran if you remember this, and that is when you would come across these massive holes in your Minecraft world, which are otherwise known as chunk errors, and they look like this. Oh my god, if you played Minecraft in the alpha days of the game, then you will remember how annoying this was, and that was when leaves didn't decay after you broke a tree. It was so frustrating. You know, you'd just be chopping down a bunch of trees in your world, and then you'd notice that all the leaves from that tree aren't disappearing because they wouldn't decay unless you manually broke them yourself. Back in the earlier days of Minecraft, there was a time where the infamous enchanted golden apple had a crafting recipe. That's right, the enchanted golden apple or the notch apple could be crafted with 8 gold blocks and 1 apple, which some considered to be quite overpowered due to the effects of the apple giving the player. This resulted in the crafting recipe for the enchanted golden apple to be removed in the 1.9 combat update in 2015. You can still find enchanted golden apples in your Minecraft world, but they are extremely rare and can only be found in structures such as dungeons and mineshaft. But with all that said, if you remember the crafting recipe for the notch apple, then you are a Minecraft veteran. Oh my god, do you guys remember when creative mode was first added in beta 1.8 and mobs could attack you? It was the most annoying thing ever. I'd be building my house in creative mode, you know, peacefully, and a creeper would just come up to me and blow it up. Do you guys remember when you couldn't toggle your brightness in Minecraft? Because I do. This resulted in cave systems back in the day being extremely hard to see in. If you didn't have any torches, you were not able to see anything in caves. Nowadays in Minecraft, you could literally have your brightness on full and explore a cave and sort of see without even having a torch. It's kind of crazy. Do you guys remember back to a time when you would find dungeons generated on the surface in your Minecraft world? Because I do. You'd just be walking around in a desert biome, minding your own business, and suddenly you'd come across this big square hole with either an exposed dungeon in it or a dungeon that's just covered in some sand and would require you to dig it out. I also remember the spawner and the 2 chests having a sand block on top of them, making you know exactly where they were when clearing out the dungeon. I remember back to a time when cookies were one of the hardest foods to obtain in Minecraft, and I will tell you why. So cookies in Minecraft are crafted with wheat and cocoa beans, but cocoa beans in the beta days of Minecraft could only be found in dungeon chests. That's right, you couldn't find them any other way, making them extremely hard to find. It wasn't until version release 1.3 where cocoa pods were added to spawn on jungle trees, making cocoa beans a bit easier to find and cookies a bit easier to craft. But yeah, if you remember how rare cookies were in the beta days of Minecraft, then you are a Minecraft veteran. In the beta days of Minecraft, bone meal was extremely overpowered, as using it on trees or wheat farms, for example, would grow them instantly instead of growing it in stages. This resulted in bone meal being significantly nerfed in version 1.5, as you now have to grow the tree, for example,
little
in
button in front of
stages.
you.
But yeah, if you remember the old bone meal where it instantly grew a tree, then you are a Minecraft veteran. At one point in Minecraft's development, there was a bug that existed in the game where wooden slabs could only be broken if they were broken by a pickaxe. That's why axes didn't work. You couldn't use your fist or anything. You had to use a pickaxe, and it was very strange. And if you remember this, then you are a Minecraft veteran. This next feature is going to sound really random, but if you remember when the villager had the testificate name tag above their head when they were first added into the game, then you are a Minecraft veteran, because they were added all the way back in Beta 1.9 in 2011, which was a really long time ago. So yeah, if you remember this feature, then you are an old school player. Do you guys remember back to a time when finding diamonds in Minecraft was considered to be the end game, as there wasn't really much to do after finding them? That's right, we are talking back to a time when there wasn't enchanting field tools, and there wasn't any abandoned mine shafts to explore, and there even wasn't the Ender Dragon to fight. All you could really do was go mining to find diamonds or build. It was very simple back then, but it was very beautiful. I might be one of the only players that remembers this, but do you guys remember when the stars that appear at night in Minecraft looked different in the old versions of Minecraft? So here is how the stars look in the old versions of Minecraft, and as you can see, they are absolutely massive compared to how the stars look today, because the stars in Minecraft today look a bit more realistic and slightly smaller and a bit brighter. But yeah, if you remember this, then you are a Minecraft veteran. Do you guys remember back to a simpler time when there wasn't a recipe book in Minecraft to help you craft items in the game? Because I do. I remember not knowing how to craft something, and it really bothered me that I had to just Google it, because you didn't get any help in the game. You had to figure out how to craft things for yourself, and I kind of liked that challenge, to be honest. Creative mode was added into Minecraft in version Beta 1.8 in 2011. In Beta 1.8, when you made a creative world, you would always spawn with a bunch of blocks in your hotbar, which I found kind of annoying, to be honest, because I'd always just swap them out for different items. Now, if you remember this, then you are a Minecraft veteran. Oh my god, do you guys remember back to a time when the max build height in Minecraft was 128 blocks? Because I do. I remember building up to the build height back in the day and seeing the clouds being level with me, which was really weird. Now the build height in Minecraft is 256, so it's double what it was back in the day. I might be the only one who remembers this, but do you guys remember in the old versions of Minecraft, more specifically Alpha and Beta, when the animals would just jump around a lot more? I don't know what it was. You'd just be seeing a sheep, for example, just jumping all over the place. That's all they do. They just jump around until you kill them, I guess. You will only remember this if you are a Minecraft veteran, and that is when the texture for the steak in Minecraft today originally belonged to the cooked pork chop for the pig in the earlier days of Minecraft. Well, that's right, guys, before Beta 1.8, the pig was the only animal that dropped meat, which meant they used this texture for the cooked pork chop, and when the cow was given a food drop, they got the texture instead, and the pig got a new cooked pork chop texture, which of course looks like this. If you remember this Minecraft launcher, or this Minecraft launcher, or this Minecraft launcher, then congratulations, you are a Minecraft veteran. Do you guys remember back to the time when the crafting table wasn't actually called the crafting table in Minecraft?
personal days of the year.
They are called Saturday and Sunday. And if you remember this, then you are a Minecraft veteran. Back in the earlier days of Minecraft, in the alpha and beta days of the game, swords in Minecraft used to be a lot more powerful. A diamond sword, for example, in alpha and beta used to deal 5 hearts of damage to enemies, meaning you could kill a creeper in just 2 hits, which was pretty overpowered. However, in the beta 1.9 update, enchanting was added into the game, which meant sword damage had to be reduced, meaning a diamond sword's damage went from 5 hearts of damage to 3.5 hearts of damage. You know how in Minecraft today, golden apples are crafted by using gold ingots? Well, it wasn't always crafted this way. But that's right, guys, back in the earlier days of Minecraft, golden apples were crafted with 8 golden nuggets and 1 apple instead of 8 golden ingots and 1 apple. And if you remember this, then you are a Minecraft veteran. If you played Minecraft in the alpha and beta stages of the game, then you will remember a very annoying bug when you destroyed stairs. So in alpha and beta, destroying a wooden stair or a cobblestone stair wouldn't actually give you the stair back when you broke it. No, instead of getting the stair back, all you would get is one of the blocks you used to create that stair. So if I destroyed a wooden stair, I'd only get 1 wooden plank back, and I was just like, alright, thanks for that. Most villages that you come across in Minecraft today will probably have these grass pathways that look like this. However, if you played Minecraft a few years ago, you will probably remember that the villages were made out of gravel pathways instead of grass pathways, and the gravel pathways look like this. But yeah, if you remember the gravel paths in villages, then you are a Minecraft veteran. Which one do you prefer, grass or gravel? Let me know in the comments. Do you guys remember when the texture for wooden stairs and cobblestone stairs in the inventory looked like this? What on earth is this? They don't even look like stairs. Anyways, moving on, do you guys remember back to a time when you couldn't shift-click items when transporting them from your inventory into a chest? Because I do. For example, if you wanted to move your diamonds, wood and food over to a chest, you just have to slowly drag them over the chest, which took a very long time.
I will try to be professional when saying, stop spitting your nasty ass
nowadays in Minecraft, and whatever
your intoxicated mind may feel the need to throw in the damn urinal. I don't scrub this bathroom for you to be nasty.
Back in the earlier days of Minecraft, the desert temple used to be made out of water instead of terracotta. And if you remember this, then you are a Minecraft veteran. The reason why I remember it so well is that I would always take the wall from the desert temple so I could take a bed on my first night. If you played Minecraft Creative Mode when it was first added in version beta 1.8, then you might be aware of a bug that existed at the time where you could hit mobs with your sword from a very long distance. I mean, look, I'm killing all of these mobs from so far away. How is this even possible? But yeah, if you remember this weird little bug, then you are a Minecraft veteran. If you played Minecraft in versions 1.7 and 1.8, then you might remember the super secret settings button that could be found in the options menu. Now, the super secret settings, when clicked, would switch between a bunch of different shader effects, which looked very, very cool in my opinion, and I was very sad when they removed this feature, to be honest. If you played Minecraft before the addition of corner stairs and upside down stairs, then you are a Minecraft veteran. You know, you'd be building your wooden house in Minecraft, and you could only place stairs in one type of way, making your builds look a lot more simple back in the day, and I'm sure a lot of you remember this. But then, in version release 1.2 and 1.3, you can now place stairs upside down and connect them on corners, adding a lot more detail to your Minecraft build. If you remember this Mojang logo, or this Mojang logo, or this Mojang logo, then congratulations, because you are a Minecraft veteran. So this next one goes out to my old school Minecraft alpha players, and that is back to a time when cacti was slightly more realistic, as when you went to break the cacti, you would actually take half a heart of damage, as you can see, which was kind of cool, to be honest. I mean, it makes sense when you go to punch some cacti, it's gonna hurt you. Do you guys remember back to a time when you would craft going to do things they shouldn't. It helps if you married someone with a sense of humor. I mean, what's this rubbish? I go to create a cake and it takes my buckets as well. What's up with that? I'm supposed to get them back. Do you guys remember back to a time when there was a secret crafting recipe to craft chain armor in Minecraft? Because I did. So prior to the Minecraft 1.8 update, the player could spawn in fire by using commands, and they could use that fire to craft chain armor, as you can see. I remember being amazed when I discovered this, but yeah, they removed the ability to spawn in fire blocks in 1.8, so you can no longer craft chain armor, but yeah, it was such a cool little thing back in the day. I'm sure a lot of you are going to remember this one, because it was so frustrating. Do you guys remember when you started drowning on the water?
That's how Italians speak with their R's.
It would actually pull you down as you were drowning, so it would be so hard to swim back up, and it would just pretty much kill you. It was so, oh my god, it was so annoying. I literally, I'm getting bad memories of this, just thinking about it. I died so many times. If you played Minecraft multiplayer in the earlier days of Minecraft with your friends, then you might remember when you encountered a dungeon that the spawner would always have a pig inside of it instead of the corresponding mob
She's
it was
clearly
supposed
found
to
the
spawn.
secret to
So say, for
successful
example, you
business.
found a
We've
zombie
been staring
spawner,
at this
it would just
sign
have
for
a
an
pig
hour.
inside of
What
it
does it
instead,
mean?
which was
Tastes
very
like
strange.
Cinco.
I think we can all agree that when you did block with your sword,
I'm going to assume
crouching
advertising
and
wise,
blocking
this is
with a
just them
sword
to
to
be
another
slang for
player was
saying
just
Cinco
a
de
sign
Mayo
of peace
or de
and
Mayo,
that you didn't
either
want
one.
to
Literally,
attack
it just
or
says
anything
it
like that.
tastes like
It was just a
5,
sign
which
of being nice, and I really
5
would
what?
miss doing this on
5
servers,
shots
man.
of
I'm not
alcohol,
sure if anyone's going to
5
remember
chickens,
this one, but do
5
you guys
year-olds?
remember the
What
seed
are you, where are you
It
going
was a
with this?
Minecraft
Let's say
seed
you have
between
trained to be an
versions
architect your
1.2 to
entire life. You
1.6
finally
that
get
would
into
spawn you
this
next to a
dream
village
college
and an
you've always
exposed
heard good things about. You
stronghold. It was a
get there,
very unique
and you see
seed.
this.
You would just have
You
this
stay,
single
or you're
end
thinking this is a
portal room
sign
on
to
the
get the frick
water.
out
It
of
was
there.
like
Yes,
nothing
the
anyone had
famous
ever seen before. It
college
was
of
so cool,
architecture
man.
and
This
planning.
next
We're
one
just
is
so
so
busy
nostalgic to
planning
me, and
everyone
if you
else's, we
remember it,
didn't
then
stop
you are
to
a
plan
Minecraft
around.
veteran, and that is the old
Tent
water
poles are
sound,
not
the
for
old
pole
sound when
dancing.
you would
Please
splash
find
around
alternative
in the
ways
water
to
or land in the
disappoint
water
your
or anything like that. Take a listen.
Jennifer, do you have strong core body strength? Ah, I'm disappointed in you. Why couldn't you have taken up a physical hobby that doesn't get you laid at? Like netball. Wait, like beach volleyball.
You know how in Minecraft
like
today you have to type the command game mode creative to go into creative mode, or weather rain to make it rain? Well, originally you only had to type game mode 1 to go into creative, and this weird command known as toggle downfall to make it rain. Those were definitely very old school commands, and if you remember them, then you are a Minecraft veteran.
I'm going to say that looks like a store that has a lot of antique sort of things and stuff that you'd hope that anyone going inside is in good control of their hands. Doggies do not do that. They sniff, they might bite, but let's be real, they're not really going to bite anything down unless it's got food all over it.
Today's work from home tip, blowing on the wine in the mug will help convince your Zoom meeting that your teeth are... I mean, lanterns didn't exist back then, but they didn't look very good.
Well, I know what I'm doing in my next Zoom class.
If you struggle that was the closest you were going to get to a lamp, to be honest. Anyways, moving on, it's just I might be one of the only ones who remembers this feature, but do you guys remember when desert biomes would have these little
fighting
lakes
the general sexism, they're just trying to adapt to his clear
I'd always find a bunch of little lakes inside the desert
we can't influence the kids to not follow this rhetoric, so let's at least jump on board with it and try to twist it as somewhat good. Only a top G would take a fruit or vegetable into lunch line, because otherwise you won't get a hot body, you won't be able to attract all the women, and therefore you won't get your father's approval. I mean, you don't need your father's approval anyway, because he already loves you. You know he loves you because he's told you.
Look at this. About 90%
I'm sure he did. He told you sometime when he wasn't busy away working hard or cheating on your mother and abusing her. No. He loves you. He's there for you. And that's what, you're top G. So you're going to get fruit and vegetables from the lunch line. Free beer. Topless bartenders. And false advertising.
I'm one of those people in Minecraft who love to tame a bunch of wolves and give them different name tags and different color colours. However, back in the earlier days of Minecraft, you couldn't have different color colours or name tags, which meant you would have a bunch of tamed wolves that would all have a red collar, and I'm sure a lot of you remember this. If you guys remember the old sounds for when you shot a bow and when an arrow landed somewhere, then you are a Minecraft veteran. Take a listen.
I don't blame you if you demand a raise. Kinda conflicting. No. This is smart. See, it's like the Elvis strategy that the Colonel person tried to do on Elvis, where he made products that were both hating Elvis and loving Elvis. Either way, he was getting the money. Warning, Zeb throws objects. Please be aware, his aim is accurate. Now, you want him to have objects in the zoo pen, because if he doesn't have objects, he's going to resort to something else. Something that he can produce himself. And honestly, I think that's worse than a squishy toy.
Really weird in the inventory. I mean, come on, is this supposed to be a door? What even is this, man? But it gets even worse, as back in the day, if you placed these spawned-in doors, it would only place half the door. Like, what? Same with the bed. If you placed the spawned-in variant, it would only place half of it, making it just useless. I mean, who's gonna sleep on a bed that looks like this? How about you? I don't even know what else to say, man, but if you remember these, then you're definitely a veteran player. What? Sunsets in Minecraft are just beautiful. I mean, just look at that sky.
I miss the internet.
However, if you played Minecraft in the alpha days, then you might remember that the sky didn't change colour when the sun would rise and set. It looks so weird, man. I just can't
This is really hot.
And I'm taking that away.
Oh,
please, give it. Oh, your hands are so big. Yeah, nice job, buddy. Give it here.
Changed that long ago, but when I look at the old diamonds, I get so nostalgic, man.
You're
I mean, I think back to when I first found diamonds in the beta days, and how happy I was. So yeah, the original diamonds.
Yes. Fear not, lady.
Back in the earlier days
I'll
of
save you.
Minecraft Pocket Edition, a block known as the Nether Reactor core was in the game.
Brushes,
So the Nether Reactor was a player-built structure that, when activated,
Yeah, she was already dead when I found her.
that was entirely made
Hello.
of netherite.
How are you?
Inside
okay.
said structure, you would
Bored
find
and feeling
nether-related
lonely.
blocks such as
Sorry.
glowstone dust
It's
and
okay.
nether quartz and more. Zombie pigmen would also spawn and automatically become hostile to
You can't
the
remove
nether
this
reactor
message chat until
essentially
I
acted
decide
as
it's
a
over.
substitute
Hey,
for the
you
real
wanna
nether
roleplay?
dimension due to it not being able to be added into Pocket
Sorry,
Edition.
I don't speak
But yeah, if you remember the nether reactor core,
Looks
then
down
you
at my
are a
feet while I'm
Minecraft
barely
veteran.
smiling.
Next up, we have the release of Minecraft
Looks
Beta
shocked and then hides
1.8.
face in
Now,
my
I know a
hands.
lot of you Minecraft veterans will remember this update.
Stop
it!
it.
Was massive.
Mom,
please.
Beta 1.8
Wait, can we
and it's
roleplay?
splitting the
Please?
Hunger Bar, more food,
wow, that
world
is so
generation,
pathetic.
villages,
No, we
mine
cannot.
shafts,
Why not?
strongholds, and
I
so much
have a
more.
lover.
Beta 1.8 was just that
Yes.
one Minecraft
There's
update
only
that
one way to
completely
persuade you.
changed Minecraft
Put my face
forever,
down
man.
beside your
Do
huge
you
body
guys
like you're
remember
right
the
on top of
stone
my head.
cutter? No, not that stone cutter. I'm talking about the OG
Wow.
one.
Sure would suck if
This
someone
stone cutter
started
was
making out
essential
with
in
me.
the cross
Reverse psychology.
blocks, as in Pocket Edition at the time, you were not
Wiggles
able to craft
antennas.
stone blocks in a crafting table.
What the hell are you?
Yeah, if you remember this
Practice,
version of the
that's
stone
what.
cutter, then you're definitely a
And then
veteran player.
then the
If you were
eggplant
one of those
emoji
players who got to play
Well,
Minecraft in the
blushes
snapshot
and
phase for the
runs off. A crow
1.6
picks up phone
update,
and
then you
sends this
might
post.
remember when Horse Armor had a crafting recipe.
Crow message.
That's right, Diamond Horse Armor, for example, could be crafted
Mosquito,
with 6
about to bite
diamonds
me.
and 1 wool. But yeah,
I
when
have a
1.6 was fully released, the Horse Armor
Daddy's the
crafting
only one allowed
recipes
to
were
prepare
removed.
for
But
baby
man,
girl.
if you remember these crafting recipes, then you're just an old school player. There's nothing more to say. Rose,
Steffi
I
Chan.
miss the Rose.
Take your
I have mentioned the
lead
Rose
into
so many
cozy
times
chat.
on my channel that it's
miss-
just becoming a meme at this point. I just miss it so much, man. I like the Poppy, don't get me wrong, but why can't the Rose and
Throws
Poppy
fedora
just
like a
exist
shuriken,
with each
making
other?
land
Rest in
perfectly
peace,
on my
Rose,
hat.
you will be missed. Speaking
As
of
you
roses, if
gasp.
you played the Pocket Edition version of Minecraft, then you will
how should
definitely
we
remember
begin
the
the
blue
evening?
rose. Now, this
movie?
blue rose
Show's
was
collection.
supposed to be a regular red rose, but due
massage?
to hardware
Perhaps
problems at the
massager.
time,
Or
the
something a
rose
little
had to be
more
blue for some
fun.
reason.
Sets up white
Yeah, I
people.
don't really get it either, but if you remember this blue
Rawr.
flower, then you're definitely a veteran player.
Aggressively
Another
references.
feature in Minecraft Pocket Edition that veterans might remember was the ability to
Hello.
restore your health by sleeping.
Ben,
That's right, in the
of
alpha
course,
versions
the
of
female
Pocket
anatomy
Edition,
is like
players
life
could
jackets.
regenerate
Do
their
you
health
like
by
them?
sleeping in
Luscious,
a bed, which was
expands a
quite
little
unique
more.
feature if you
Why
were
won't you
free.
not
But yeah, if you remember this,
me?
then let me know. If you played
This is why we
Minecraft
can't
in
have nice
2011, then
things.
you will definitely remember the Aether
Notices that
mod.
you're
Now,
a
the
boy.
Aether mod essentially
Does you
added a
have
new
a
dimension called the
girlfriend?
Aether, which was described as being
Beagles,
the
my
opposite
book's giggling.
counterpart to
You
the Nether.
bugger.
The only way to get to the dimension
Hey,
was by
who's
creating
this?
this iconic glowstone portal, which
Brandon
I'm
from
sure a lot of
class.
you are familiar with. This glowstone portal became so popular that many players tried to activate the portal
Shannon
in vanilla
gave me your
Minecraft,
number.
only to be sad
That's
if
cool,
it
but
didn't
you had to
work.
run
Okay guys, be honest, when you're one of those players that tried to make a glowstone portal in
Brandon from
vanilla,
Econ. I asked Shannon for your number.
I'm judging you. Well, maybe I'll judge you a little bit, but you know. Anyways,
You have the wrong number.
The
I'm not a
original
woman. I
Minecraft
literally have a
Released on
mustache.
December 6, 2011, the original trailer for Minecraft now has over 150 million views, and man, every time I go back and watch it, I
Oh,
get
you
so
poor,
much
poor
nostalgia. Take a look.
Yes. Gently looks to the side.
Shyly!
Hey there, honey. Puts hands on your hips. How was your day? The frick was that? Looks shocked and sad.
Apologize
You don't want to tell me?
As our leader, he always stresses the importance of
Don't
protecting
turn
our
into a
wolves in
furry.
hunt.
No oohing beyond this Please place these signs all over the coast of Australia.
Day or night.
You're now
Rain or
chatting with a
shine.
random stranger. Say
This
hi.
is the
You
most
both like
significant
Pokemon.
sandbox you'll ever set foot in.
Hi.
It's so beautiful, man.
What's
It
your
gets me
favorite
every
Pokemon
time.
game?
If
Pulls out
you
my
played
huge
Minecraft
Sudden
during
move.
the
Oh,
that
alpha
Pokemon's
phase,
at
then
least
you'll
3 inches
definitely
big.
remember
Come
the
on out,
delayed
Revelation.
tutorial world button that you could never
Declare
even
my
select
age.
and play. That's right, for some
All
reason
right.
the tutorial button
it's
was
not
always
very effective.
grayed out, which
White
made it
split
quite
off
mysterious, but I also found it really annoying because I wanted to see what it looked like. I mean, come on, man, Minecraft console players have many tutorial
It's
worlds.
blank.
This leads me to talking about the tutorial
Still
worlds on the
don't know you,
Minecraft
but hi.
console edition. So if you were a veteran player for the console edition, you definitely remember the very first tutorial world from Title Update 1.
You are
This world included
missing
a
out on
tutorial section, 2 villages, a lighthouse
Unzip
structure, and
pass.
the infamous
Oh,
castle
we're doing
with
this
a
now.
library.
Hold
And
on.
let's not
Boyfriend
forget that
wants
huge
to do.
iconic
Who the
Minecraft
frick is
logo
this?
seen from afar. It's
Thunder
just
zipping
beautiful,
up,
man.
man.
The
No,
next tutorial
I
world veterans will
won't be
remember is the world
intimidated by
from Title
you.
Update 3.
Pulls out bulging
Now this
beaks.
tutorial world is very similar to the
Is that as
TU1
big as it gets,
tutorial
mate?
world, except it included additional secrets. These secrets
hit.
include a lever on the Minecraft world
What?
logo that
Shook
would
the
reveal
wasp's
a nether
nest.
portal.
Now it
One
thinks
that
you're
makes
keen.
it
Hello.
Next up, veteran players are sure to remember the tutorial world for Title Update 5.
You're
Now,
really
the
pretty.
TU5 world
What's up,
added a
Flower?
tutorial for sprinting and eating
Whoa.
since they were both added in this version of Minecraft. You'd also get 3 villages, a mountain fortress, and best of all, the music disc quest.
behind
This
wall.
quest pretty much
Oh
allowed
no,
players
the
to
narrator's
search
now
the
getting
world
into the
for 12
voice.
different chests that would
Senpai,
each
boys
contain
love
a
me.
different music
Hers.
disc. But yeah, those
Hello,
are some of the
it's me from
tutorial worlds
Arena.
that were on
I
console
was wondering
edition.
if
But
you'd
if you
want
want a
to
video on
roleplay
the
with
rest
me.
of them,
I
then let me
don't
know in
like
the comments.
roleplaying.
If you
Sorry.
played Minecraft in the
Please.
beta days,
Tears
then
well
you
done,
might
face.
remember
One
when
chance,
the lighting
please.
on animals
I
would
guess
just
I'll
sort of
try.
bug out
Wipe
when they were
tears off
swimming
face.
around
Yay!
in water.
Hugs.
For example, these
I
pigs
don't know how
are
to
bobbing up
respond
and
to
down
that.
in the water,
Kisses.
but their texture
Let's
keeps changing
have
to
some
a
fun.
darker shade,
I'd
which
really
is
rather
very
not.
You'll enjoy it,
interesting.
baby.
You must
The old
be
sounds
Slowly
were
undresses
great.
you.
Yeah, I'm
If
not
you're a
doing this.
veteran player, then
Mew.
you're sure to remember
Shoot for
the
no
old
reason.
sounds
Go
were
freak
great,
yourself,
as
Mew.
it was just
Also, go
really
Pokeball!
really
Mew.
loud,
Wow,
easiest
man.
legendary
Take a
catch
listen
ever.
and prepare your ears.
Puts head down. Is this red?
Yo, I ain't down
Tail
with this.
comes out
Next
of
up, I'm going to be
pants.
showing some
Oh,
Minecraft
shame
seeds
you
that
had to
veteran
say
players
that.
will most
This is why Chelsea
definitely
doesn't
remember.
like
The
you.
first seed we have on our list is an
Wanna say
infamous
that
seed that only worked in
Starts to turn
Minecraft
into a
versions
wolf.
1.7
Definitely
and
only a thing to wear
1.8.
text.
Now the seed I'm talking about is seed number 4. So upon creating the world with seed number 4, you'll be greeted by a small island containing lots of trees, some sheep, and a single cave entrance. Now if you enter the cave entrance, you'll instantly be greeted by
Okay,
a
what's the actual
stronghold
trick?
structure
Are you
that
serious with
also
this
has the
roleplay
end
Schmidt, or are
portal
you just
nearby.
beaming?
This pretty much meant you had a
Not into
really
it.
cool survival island seed containing
about how I'm
only a
such a screw-up
stronghold,
and how
giving the
nobody
player
likes
a
me.
very
You
unique
can't
challenge
go into
back in
first
the day.
person when
Anyways,
you're
if
narrating
you
in
remember
action.
seed
Come
number
on,
4, then
basic
you're definitely
roleplay
a
etiquette.
veteran
Gosh,
player.
yeah, you should
The next
cry.
seed veteran players might remember was a seed
We're
that
not reading
allowed
the
you
first
to
bit,
have
stranger.
15
What a
diamonds at
furry
your
thought.
spawn point.
Talk.
So the seed is just a bunch of numbers, and it only
very
works for
tall.
version
Doesn't
1.2 to
Oh my
1.5.
gosh. Are you
Upon
serious?
creating the
Wait, were
world,
you
you'll be
serious?
greeted by a
About the
jungle
whole
biome with a
roleplay
desert biome
thing?
right next to it. Travel about 100 blocks from
Papa's
spawn, and you'll quickly come across a desert temple
Allow
and
me
a
to save this
desert
conversation.
village.
You can
The
certainly
desert temple
try.
chest
What do you
contains a
think about
generous
the rapidly
6
invading
diamonds, but it
economy
got
of
even
Zimbabwe?
better
No,
than
we
that.
don't care about other
That's right,
countries'
if the player
economics.
checked the blacksmith chest in the village, you'd find 9 more diamonds, giving you a grand total of 15. Now, this diamond seed was very popular among players back in the day, and you can probably see why. Back in the earlier days of Minecraft, between versions 1.2 and 1.6, one of the most unique, never-seen-before seeds was discovered by the community. Now, the seed I'm of course talking about is a seed known as Dossier. So upon spawning in with the seed, you'll be greeted by a plains biome containing a village. However, next to said village, there is a stone brick structure that lies within the water. Now, this structure was actually the entrance to the end portal room that's found within Stronghold.
Honestly think
That's right, there's no Stronghold structure to explore, just a singular end portal room surrounded by the ocean. Now, if you remember this scene, then you were very lucky to experience something that had never really been seen before. Ravines. We've all found one. Usually they'll contain some iron, some coal, or a creeper falling on top of you. However, back in the earlier days of Minecraft, a scene existed during versions 1.2 to 1.6 where a ravine would have everything to the player. I'm not joking, creating a world with the seed on screen would bless the player with this infamous ravine at spawn. Now, this ravine was famous due to being generated with both a stronghold and a Minecraft. I mean, just look at this, man. The stronghold's located near the top, while the mine shaft is near the bottom. On top of that, the ravine was deep enough to contain up to 15 exposed diamonds, but I'm pretty sure there was more than that. But yeah, if you recognise using this Minecraft seed back in the day, then be sure to let me know in the comments. If you played Minecraft in the beta days of the game, then you'll definitely remember the seed Glacier. This seed was extremely popular amongst the community as it really demonstrated the charm of Minecraft's world generation. As soon as you spawn into the Glacier seed, you're instantly blessed with so much unique and beautiful terrain. You've got the giant mountains, beautiful overhangs, random floating bits of terrain with a waterfall, and so much more. So yeah, if you remember the seed Glacier, then you are a Minecraft veteran. The next seed we have on our list is another infamous seed from the beta days of Minecraft that was called the worst seed ever. Now, despite being called the worst seed ever, it was very popular back in the day for how good it was. Who would have thought? So upon spawning into the world, you were greeted by an exposed dungeon with a zombie spawner, which were very hard to come by in Minecraft beta. If you look closer at the dungeon itself, you'll notice there's a hole within it that leads into a cave system. Keep following the cave all the way down and you'll find multiple cave systems and a generous amount of diamonds. Keep in mind this was all found below your spawn point, so yeah, it was definitely not the worst seed ever. If you're a Minecraft veteran and a lover of generated structures, then you might remember a seed that was most popular during the 1.6 update. So the seed contained two exposed rock, a desert pyramid, and a village Richard headshot, which was very lovely. As loot goes, it's not that bad either. The dungeon contains horse armor, name tag, and music discs, whereas the pyramid has diamonds and emeralds. So yeah, if any of you recognise this iconic seed, then let me know in the comments.
You sent me a dick pic and you're still dating Julia.
Never heard of it. So seed 404 was a Minecraft seed in the beta days that became extremely popular due to the community creating a challenge known as the 404 challenge. The aim of the challenge was to spend your first Minecraft day collecting as many resources as you can. However, as soon as night time began to fall, you had to walk over to this big patch of gravel that's found within the spawn point. Then you had to break the gravel and make the rest of it full as it reveals a deep cave system that plunges into darkness. In other words, the gravel revealed a very scary cave. The player then had to enter the unforgiving cave system and try to survive down there for as long as possible. You weren't allowed to use torches either, making it very difficult to see within the cave. So yeah, if you remember the 404 challenge from the beta days, then you're definitely an old school
touches your
player.
breasts. Understandable, have a nice day. How are you? I'm fine, you? Well, tries to hide my 8.3 inches. Again, debatable. What was the thought process here?
Kate, please. Come on. I know you have probably like 13 matches and this is you just seeing what will stick to the wall, but come on.
Kate farts cutely.
Oh, I can't unsend it.
Unsend. This is definitely one of those moments where you play the question
years,
game.
man. Anyways,
today
I bring you
why
301
he appears behind her with his hood up, covering his ears and
anyways, let's go. The only way to place any sort of water in the nether is by putting water in a cauldron. Not sure why or how this is possible, but how are you? If you throw a trident with the loyalty enchantment while having a full inventory, then the trident will just follow the player around. Iron golems
fine,
are
but I'm
not
doing it the
able
way
to
my old
drown
horse
in
used to do it when
water.
we're about to give
You're
him
okay
food.
there, mate? I think it's fine. Putting an armor stand on top
Look, I know no one was going to believe me when I did that, so I tried to spend the last 10 minutes finding a sound effect of a horse making that noise, and I can't find anything on the internet that proves me right. So it's come to my realization that I didn't actually have a horse, I had a genius. Anyway,
Go on a date? Ooh.
it'll go away creep.
But they said pants. How old are you?
About to pat your butt, but I don't know if I can.
Accidental feature
Bro,
so
what?
much that they decided
That's not
to
even
keep
me reading the
ruling
next
it in
message.
game.
That's just
Back in
me
the
also
earlier days
genuinely
of Minecraft
confused.
in beta 1.8, a bug existed in a game in creative mode.
Hi.
So for some
hi.
reason,
Peas
players
nervously.
were able to
How are
hit
you today,
mobs with
pretty?
their sword from a very long
I will
distance
fight you.
away, which
Barks
was
like a
just
dog.
little bit weird.
You're now chatting with a
just
random.
look at this.
You
How
both
is
like
this even
Pokemon.
possible?
Male.
Grass
Hi.
paths are
Female.
a great way
What's
to
your
hide
favorite
items
Pokemon?
in
Pulls out my
Minecraft,
huge
as you
gun.
can
I'm outta here.
transport
He
items
starts
into
every
hoppers through the
conversation
grass
this
path
way.
due to them not
Pokes your
being a
bum.
full
Oh,
block.
that's not
Ground
uncomfortable at all.
mushrooms are
Oh,
unique
that's
as they will
absolutely
emit a light
endearing.
level of
So
1,
acceptable.
whereas red mushrooms do not emit
God, he has a
anything.
profile picture
If
that
gravel
literally
falls
looks
onto
exactly like this
soul
kind of
sand,
person
then the
would do
gravel
this.
will
Looks
break.
like I am
You
thinking
can
and
reduce
processing
a
it, when in
creeper's
reality
detection
I'm
range
undressing
by
the man to out
50%
left
if
with
you
my
are wearing
eyes.
a creeper
I'm just gonna
head.
place my
I guess
laptop
the
to
creeper
the
thinks
right
you're
of
one of
me.
them. Oh wait, never mind. He still wants to kill
I
me.
get
The
it.
crafting recipes
But I was
for
wondering
boats
if
are
you
the
knew about the
only
world
recipes
economy,
that can be
because
unlocked in
it's
the
actually a
recipe
very
book
bad
without
system
having
where
any
someone
items.
like
All you
Dad
do is just simply
blushes.
jump into
I mean,
water. When Minecraft became 10 years
blushes.
old,
Could use
all
your
cakes in
powers
the
up.
game had a
Looks
number
up at
10
you
on
with my
it, which
brown
looks
orange
like
orbs.
this. Bats will
Persuasion.
still fly away from the
just want you to
player
know
if they
that I
are
hate
under the
everything to speak.
invisibility effect.
Haha,
I mean,
oh,
bats
cool.
in real
You're
life have
entertainment
amazing
pal.
hearing, so
Looks
it
upwards
makes
and
sense.
thanks God for
Grapple
prayer
will drop
hands.
flint
It's not every
100%
day
of the
that I
time
meet
if
someone
you
like
use
you
the
on this
fortune
godforsaken
tree
app.
enchantment. There are still
I just
hundreds of
call
Minecraft
her. So I
facts
guess
to
what I'm
cover, but
saying
before
is,
we
would
do,
you like
let's
to
talk about today's
go out
sponsor,
on a date
Honkai
sometime?
Star Rail.
Blushes and lowers head, looking at ground nervously, but then raises eyes and they're all teared up.
Damn, just asking someone a question makes you emotional? That wow, okay. Look, your feelings are valid. Your behavior is not. Me, a furry politician. You know, in one more generation, this is going to be a thing. Pounces on foreign affairs. Blunt's unemployment rate. My tail swishing. Notices the national deficit.
What's this? Oh,
This post made me age 50 years. My joints are screwed. Puts me in a home.
Ew! There's a reason I ignored you. I'm bored. Help me what to do. Hey, hey! Slaps your small butt hard. I vomited. I think this means you should date me. I don't know. You think?
Yes, you should. Stands awkwardly waiting to see if I'll be rejected.
I know I'm gonna say this wrong. Okay, here we go. Wowo and Argenti. Wowo is a support character that can heal her allies and also provide attack and energy buffs for her teammates.
Trembles
Argenti is a
nervously.
charming fellow
Okay, then,
with great
yes.
hair who does not
Hooray!
speak and attacks
Pumps
with a
fist in the
claw-looking
air.
spear that has roses
No,
on it.
we can't post
Considering
this
how
one
much I
into the
love the
video.
old
It
rose
makes
in
people think this
Minecraft,
actually
I love this
works.
rose event.
Goes and
By
sits in the
downloading
corner.
Honkai Star
I'm
Rail, you can
lost.
try out
Rocks
the
back and
1.5
forth.
update
What the hell
right now
happened
and
while I
try
was
out
gone?
all the new
Well,
changes, including
where do
the
I
new map
start?
and the return
I'm
of
bananas.
Silverwolf.
Does that
If you're
explain
logged
it?
in for 7
Wow.
days, you
Y'all
can get
suck at
10
flirting,
free
'cause
Star
what
Rail
the
passes,
frick?
which you
How
can use
tall
to
are you?
draw for the
6'4".
new characters. Also, you know, enter
kitty
the promo
purring.
codes on screen
And that
so you
concludes
can
this
receive
conversation.
50
Stay
stellar
safe.
gems. Check
No,
the pinned comment and
please.
link in the description to try out the
I
game
don't wanna
for
do it.
yourself.
This is-
Thank you
this
to
is too
Honkai
much.
Star Rail for sponsoring
It
today's video,
hurts.
but now
It hurts
back to
my brain.
Minecraft
I don't wanna,
facts.
please.
In
I
Minecraft,
don't
it
wanna.
takes 13 long,
The Destroyer
painful
says
seconds for the
casually
player to
as he
fall through
sits
one
stop a
cobweb,
light
which is
bulb,
just
listening
can
to
someone
some
break this,
Edge Runners
please?
themed
Items
stuff.
in Minecraft
Lol,
are even more
I wish I could
painful,
meet
as they
some
take a
new
long
people.
24
Being who I am,
seconds
it's
to
difficult
fall
to have
through a
friends.
single
He mutters to
cobweb.
himself.
Anytime now,
Okay,
I want
can
my
I come
diamonds.
see you?
When
Blushes.
baby pandas
Yes,
sneeze
when?
in
In 1
Minecraft,
hour?
they have a
Blushes and jumps with joy.
0.1% chance
Okay,
to
stop
drop
doing
a
that, though.
slime ball.
Sorry.
In Minecraft, you are
Haven't even
able
had
to
smacks in
duplicate
ages.
2.4
Sigh.
flowers by using bone meal.
Oh,
Just simply
poor rich
right-click
billionaire
on
of the
tall
entire
flower with
world.
bone
Buddha,
meal, and
your friend
bam,
just sent
you
a
can get
GIF.
an infinite amount of that
unfollowed
flower.
me.
When end
Snarls,
portals were
shows
first
teeth.
added
But
into
we are
Minecraft, they
oofy.
originally
Oofy?
looked
What
like
the flip
this,
is an
appearing
oofy?
blue
I am
with
sorry for my
transparent
silence.
patches.
It's
I'm not gonna
because,
lie, they
well,
look kinda
I have a
cool.
confession
If
to
the
make.
player
I couldn't
generates a
face talking to you
Minecraft world, then there is a
because
1 in
Blushes simply
280
looking down at the
trillion
ground.
chance
I
of you
kind of fell in
generating
love
that
with you.
exact
Covers
same
face
world
with
seed
hands.
for a second
I was really
time.
scared of
So
getting
yeah,
to tell
very
you,
rare, but
it
still
felt like if we
possible.
were to
There
be
are
together all
exactly
through 2023. I had to admit my
233
feelings
bookshelves
now.
and a single library within
Nuzzles
a
you gently.
strong
Oh, shut the
This
flip
means
up.
the player
Me
can yield
flustered.
up to 699
no, I'm okay.
books when they
She
destroy destroy
is more
every
and sits
bookshelf
there like
within
I'm
one
fine, but I'm
library.
not.
In the
Cuddles cutie.
15W31A snapshot for the 1.9 combat
It's
update, the
time
player
you
can
learned the
respawn the
truth.
Ender
Pauses
Dragon
and
by
looks at the
building a
sky.
creeper
So you may
face
be
made
asking
out
why
of
he
clay.
does this.
Now this feature
And
was
well,
of
it's
course a
because
placeholder, but it's
I'm
still
dead.
really cool.
You really
if
thought
an
that was
iron
funny,
golem
huh?
is low on
Scoffs.
health,
You think
then
I'm
you
joking,
can heal
kid?
them by
Start slowly
right-clicking on them
smiling
with an
while
iron
laughing.
ingot.
Ah! You act a
feeling better
mutual
now,
of mine
mate?
or
I
following
love
me,
iron
huh?
golems, man.
Lifts
The
your
Ender
chin,
Gateway
studying your
portal
soft
that
eyes,
generates
giggling.
after
Could we
defeating the
change
Ender
that?
Dragon
Slams
are
you against the
usually
wall,
entered
holding
when
your
you
chin.
throw an
Ah,
Ender
cute.
Pearl at
Would
it.
look better
However,
than a
an
mutual
easier
vow.
way
Kisses
to
your
travel
cheek,
through
softly
the portal
growling,
is to
looking at
simply
you with
place
a
a trap
smirk,
door
my
on the
fang
bedrock
showing.
and force yourself in the
Boo-boo
crawling
bear?
position. Once you've done
I
that,
don't
just
even care
crawl
at this
through
point.
and
I feel like
bam,
Gordon
you can
Freeman
find an
surrounded by a bunch of
If you
self-aware
look
AI.
closely
I
at the
love your
corner rail
screen name.
texture, you'll
Thanks.
notice that
You're
it closely
welcome. If
resembles
this
an
is too
iron
bizarre,
pickaxe,
I
which is
understand.
quite cool,
If you found me
actually.
shrunk
There are
extremely
many
tiny, would you
different
pick me up
types
and maybe
of
put me in
slabs
some type of safe
Minecraft,
container?
but the first slab
Like
ever
in a
created
sci-fi
was the
type
dirt
story or
slab,
movie.
which looks
Why
like
are you
this.
asking?
We never even
I'm a little
got the dirt
confused.
slab,
Oh,
so
goodness.
rest in
Blushing.
peace. The
Yes.
bedrock
Yes, I know it is
texture in
very bizarre.
Minecraft is
It is
just
this
the stone
very
texture,
peculiar
but
sort
with
of
a really
fantasy I
high
have.
contrast. Back
I
in
don't
the
think I
earlier
like
days
this.
of
I just wanted to
Minecraft,
purchase
cats
some
were
frames.
instead
I've had
obtained
direct
as a
says,
pet
we
by
noticed
taming
you
an
eyeing
ocelot
us.
in a jungle
Blushes.
biome.
No,
But then,
please.
version
No,
1.14,
don't let it
stray
evolve.
cats
Don't
became
evolve
their
it into
own separate
advertising.
mob and
That's the first step to
spawned
normalizing it
intelligence.
into our
In the
culture.
snapshot phase for the 1.9
Hi,
combat
can you
update,
draw me?
a glitch existed when it came to
You don't?
boats.
It's
So if the
okay.
player
Fake
placed
smiles.
a boat
It's
on a
okay.
slime
I
block,
know I am
waited
annoying.
a few
I'm
seconds,
sorry.
then
Tears
got
falling
into the
through my
boat, you would
cheeks.
be launched
Bye.
up into the air. Also, the longer you waited to
Runs
get
away
into
while
the
crying,
boat,
waiting
the
for you to
higher
chase
you
me.
would be launched,
Got
which
hit by a
was so
truck.
cool. This
Smile
is the
softly and
first
dies.
ever screenshot
You both
for
like
a
horror.
Minecraft
Hello. Close your nose with a pitch tent bulge in the front of my Speedos. Hey there. You have disconnected. Blushes. Hi, who is this? I was the cashier at Kroger today. Grasps chest and takes a step back in shock. I just wanted to say you were absolutely gorgeous. What the flip? How did you get my number? And why are you doing that weird star thing? Cheeks turn red and reminds you. You gave it to me for my freaking rewards, bro. Looks down. You're so much kinder in person, but we can work on that. Do you want to go on a date? The flip, I look like I'm going on a date with you? No, I'm good. Please leave me alone. Clenches fist. Well then! Thank you for being open and honest in your rejection. I'll leave you be. Stammering. I apologize for my outburst. Gazing into your eyes. I just really thought you were pretty. I love that counter-argument. But you have to go on a date with me because, well, I'm attracted to you. For some reason, I think that trumps you rejecting me.
Farts furiously. Oh, I'm sorry. Did I startle you? Do you have a boyfriend?
So,
A while, but we broke up.
I'm sorry.
Times on top
It's
of the boat
cool.
and then walked
Starts
on
dry
land,
humping
I will
you.
take
Oh,
2
God.
hearts
Hi,
of
just
damage.
curious to know
So
if that
yeah,
black
with this
lipstick
glitch, you
smudges
could
when
essentially
kissed?
kill you
No, it
or
only
your
smudges
friend
if I'm
by
eating
jumping
messy
on
food
boats.
or drink
The
too much
default
liquid.
color
Good to know.
by
I may want to
default
test
is
that out for
red.
real,
However,
though.
in
Makes
version
sense.
1.8, the default
What?
color
Lol.
for a
Oh, I
tame
was,
wolf
you know,
changed
just
to
wanting to see
orange
if
for
the
some
lipstick
reason.
smudged if I leaned in to kiss you.
I don't
Using
roleplay,
the
sorry.
number
Oh
zero
no,
will
post on
just
Reddit that
give you
lures
a
out the
random
women on the
seed
internet.
tile.
I'm
This
sorry
means
for all
that
their
getting the
DMs.
number
Sounds
zero seed
cliche,
is
but
impossible,
kindness
right?
sits
Well,
next to you.
actually,
Puts
no.
arm
So
on the
if you
table,
generate a
essentially.
world
I just
using
imagine
the
they just start
following
doing some
seed,
weird
then
snake
type
motion.
slash seed
Hey.
within the world, you'll
Oh, I
notice
imagined
that
a street
the
bench.
seed number is in
Dang it, I
fact
should have done
zero,
that. Oh,
which
no.
shows
The
that
roleplay
it is
is
possible
ruined.
to
Holy
get the zero
poo.
seed.
Hey,
When
please
the
don't do
killer
this.
was
Hugs and
first
comforts
added
you.
into
Kisses
Minecraft,
your
it had
boo-boo,
a
licks your
1 in
wounds, puts
2000
Band-Aid on your
chance
wound,
to
and hugs
actually
you.
spawn in
Swoons and
the
faints.
However,
Literally dies.
nowadays,
Thank goodness
this
while
is
dying.
unusual,
What? Just dead.
and you can
Okay.
only
Hello
spawn it
there.
in
I'm
using
not sure how to
which is
start
a
this
bit of a
off since
shame,
I'm not
to be
much of a
honest. If you
talker, but
smelt
if
a
you'd
wet
like,
sponge in
could
a
we
furnace,
talk?
then
I'm
put a
trying to
bucket
meet
in
new
the
people and
furnace,
I'm
then
not
the
really
bucket will be
good at
filled
it.
with
Sorry if I
water
seem
when the
awkward.
sponge
That's
is
it. That's all you needed to say.
Back in
Just
the
that bit
earlier
there.
days
You
of
didn't need to press
Minecraft, in
enter
the
twice to
alpha
create
and
some
beta
space
days of
between
the
you
game,
and the next
skeletons used to hold
mistake
their bows
you make.
like
I slowly
this.
wave
wave over at you, then sits down on my knees and places my katana right next to me while reaching into my other pocket for a bag of chocolates. Honey, I saved this one for a special occasion. Walks into the bedroom in an arbiter costume that's slightly more suggestive than it should be.
There are different mediums that have the term and name and character that is arbiter, and all I'm thinking of is from Halo and
suggestive arbiter, that's okay.
As some of you know, when chests were
the most
first added
entertaining
into
roaster
Minecraft, they they were a
boys on
full block
Facebook as if
looking
approaching
like
a
this.
very large
But did you
bar.
guys
Just
also
going to
know
say,
that the
I have
old
the
double
biggest
chest
crush
had
on
a
you, and
black
if you ever need
outline
ego
going
boosting,
down the
I'm
middle,
really good
which
at
looked
it.
like
Walks
this.
away muttering,
Double chests in Minecraft today do
Have
not have
that
this black
thou
outline.
idiot.
Via
Anyway,
microwaves
there, I said
are
it. Total
actually a
weakness for
reference
Wisconsin
to the
girls.
wing
I'm so
cap
pleased that you
Super
get to
Mario
get paid
wears
for
in
being
Super
new.
Mario
Thanks for being a friend in my
64.
heading
Great
computer.
game, by
I
the way.
honestly
When
can't tell if you're joking.
Stone was first added into Minecraft, it used to drop cobblestone as a placeholder. Codes in Minecraft are slightly smaller than
100% serious.
In Minecraft
Bald
Bedrock
coat
Edition,
picture was
there is
beautiful
an
as usual, but it looks like maybe
exclusive
you could be
feature
told something
where
nice.
leaves
Why do
a
people at this
white
age
colour when
type
it
like
is
that?
snowing. Okay,
You're
that is
nice.
awesome.
How old are
Why
you?
can't Java Edition have this feature?
boy.
Takes a deep
This is the
sigh and
first ever
snuggles with you,
screenshot of
whispering in your
They
ear.
were originally
Baby
brown and
boy.
had black eyes, whereas
Please,
in Minecraft today
don't
they're
be
black
upset.
and have red eyes.
to me.
The
Yeah,
thing
you're
is,
realizing how
the
much of a
oldest
cringeworthy person you are, aren't you?
passive mob in Minecraft.
No worries.
If a mob
Don't
is
fold
holding
limp
a
in
totem
failure.
of undying,
Maybe
then it
tomorrow
will
or
actually
something?
work the same as it
Tries
does
to
for the
regain
player when
alpha
they're about
status.
to die,
Aw, man,
which
you
is
didn't
pretty
have it in the
cool if
first
you ask
place.
me.
The flip, you are usually tough to girls like this?
She's getting a little flirty.
For what, being disgusted? Yeah, how dare women have standards that don't completely adhere to me?
I mean, all I want from you is, you know, some of that.
Ring that
There is
now.
a
Duck
5%
regains
chance
its
for a
structure.
fox
Yeah,
to
that's
spawn
definitely
with an
not
emerald
happening.
in
Why
its
would you even
mouth,
ask me
which
to
is
bring
quite a
that
lucky
too?
find,
What the
if you
frick?
ask me.
Slides
You are
into
not
bed
able
next to
see
you,
through
my
clouds
arm
when you
sliding
are
under
below
your
them,
neck as I
but
bring you
can see through
closer
them if
into
you
my
are above
body.
them.
Brush
Very
your hair
strange.
away from your face, behind your ears with my fingertips as I look into your eyes and whisper.
Can I interest you in something good tonight?
Points at your poontang. Are you gonna finish that?
Tummy growls really loud.
How good are
In the
you?
earlier days of Minecraft,
That sucks. Why is that?
I don't know. Just like that.
Look at that, it's 2 a.m. to subtly imply that I'm thirsty for you.
Stop dry humping you!
Okay, what the actual fuck?
Of course, sorry for doubting that. Click on a painting, you can see your Minecraft world through the
I'll
eyes
go
of
on
a
the screen right now and let the
painting.
pigeons in.
Standing
Okay,
on
dear,
soul
I
sand
want you
next
to
to
bring
lava
yourself.
will actually set the
Okay.
player on
Book
fire.
your therapy
Ow.
session early.
Quite a lot.
You need to.
You'll need to.
Creepers are
Sounds
their
up.
bright green
Hungry
colour is
pigeons and
Minecraft
juice, and
creator
David screams
not
in terror,
wanted
and
to
ecstasy
delay
as
having
pigeons
power
surround
with
him.
Minecraft's ultimate world terrain, which at the
Knocking
time
and
was
surrounding
bright
his small
green
D
colour. Back in
form
the early days, in the 1.5
Have you ever heard of a
there
butt
was
pigeon?
bug in the
Muffled.
game where Gas would shoot diamond helmets
Dumps
at the
pigeons and
player
barrel of
instead
Vaseline.
their regular
Don't worry
fireball.
about it.
I mean, if
Hey,
a Gas
now,
was
mommy,
shooting
wait a
diamond
minute.
helmets
I
at
don't
me,
think
I
that's gonna
wouldn't
fit
complain.
me.
It's
First,
free
not
diamonds
legs, you
after
dumb
all.
bitch.
Well, sort
Slip
of.
butt in
The
like the
pumpkin
scene in Mr.
stems
Popper's
on
Pet.
regular
Am I
pumpkins
just,
will
like,
always
reading out
face in the
someone's
northwest
roleplay fantasy?
direction
This-
of your Minecraft world,
I didn't
making them
consent to
very
this.
useful for
Farts
navigation.
very loudly.
Have you ever wondered why there's this small room above the main part of a desert pyramid? Well, I'll tell you.
Did
So
you
the
just
second
fart?
floor
Because
of
you
the
blow
desert
me
temple
away.
actually allows
What's up,
you
sexy
to
baby?
perfectly build a fully powered
smell
beacon,
that?
which
It's
is
the
so
scent of
satisfying.
romance and
Whether this was done on
beans.
purpose,
Oh,
I'm not
hello
sure,
there,
but the second floor is
beautiful.
perfect for a beacon.
Continue
The
lifting my
Piglin
50
Groot
ton
mod drops the highest amount of experience
This sentence
points out
doesn't
of
even make
any
sense.
non-boss
Continue
mob
lifting
in
my 50-ton
Minecraft,
dumbbells
dropping a
as the
total
gorgeous
of
demon
20
torches and
experience.
approach.
I mean, I
So
should
are you
hope
implying
so. These
she's
guys
the one
are
that
so
approaches
annoying
you?
to kill.
Well, I gotta say,
The
I like a
bobbing
man who can
animation
move.
that the
How are
Strider
you,
makes
my
while
lad?
walking
Why?
was initially created by accident.
Something wrong?
However,
My
the
brother in
developers
Christ, are
thought
you
it was,
aware that
quote,
people
quirky
clown
and
on this
fun,
kind of
so it
approach?
was added as a feature. In Minecraft, there is currently a glitch in the game when it comes to shields. So if
Everyone
you
else
hold up a
loves
You're
shield
the
while
common
entering a
denominator.
nether portal, then something very strange will happen.
Notices you.
So once you are in the nether, your shield will always be in
Mommy,
use,
milk
even when
this
you're not
house.
right clicking on it to hold it up, which is very
mind if I
useful.
help
This
them?
is because
I'm literally
you can
reporting
still
you to the
sprint
FBI.
and use
I love
your
that technically the
weapons while
boing, boing,
shield
boing
is protecting
wasn't in
you.
asterisks,
yeah,
so they literally said that as they
if a
approached.
fox
Could you
attempts
imagine
to
how
hunt
loud
and
this
kill
well would
a
be?
chicken in a snow biome, then you get stuck in snow. It looks like you can do a bit of safe
Crash break like
effective
bolts,
way to
mechanism
get
grab.
enderpearls from
Gave the kid at
endermen
school
is
my
to
phone
trap
number,
them in a
instantly
moat.
regretted it.
This is
Literally
because
the
once
best
the
text he sent me.
Hey,
I don't know how to tell you something.
Smiles.
Can I? What? I'm not gonna lie, I feel a bit bad.
Thinks to yourself. But you're not. You're openly telling her things. You're making the mental effort to type on your phone.
Oh, Schnitzel fallopian tube. How do I tell her? She's never gonna like me back.
Very sad.
Did you hear
in
that?
Minecraft today, slimes have
Blushes.
had swimming
What the
lessons
flip
and
is
they
this
can
shredding
swim
his
around
list?
and
Nope,
attempt to
I'm out.
kill you,
Honestly,
which
be
is just
honored for shutting this person
lovely.
down
When the
so
player
abruptly.
places down
Their
an
eventual
enchanting
future partner
table
will thank
and
you for
uses
not leaving
for
it
the
up to
first
them to
time,
deal
the
with.
first level 1
Clapping
enchantment
sounds.
for a bow
How
will
dare you
always
force me
be
to applaud?
our
Poops your
one. In
pants.
Minecraft
Now, with a name like
Bedrock
that,
there is
you
an
were warned
exclusive
well
feature in the
beforehand.
game
And
when
by
it
the way,
comes
if
to
you ever want to do
campfires.
anything
So
with me
if the
pouncing on
player
you, just let me
stands on an
know.
unlit
Winks at you and I
campfire
get off
while
of you.
they're on fire, then the campfire will actually become
You matched
lit.
with a hot girl. Play it cool. Hey, what's up? Who says what's up? You're one of those.
One of those.
This is the first ever screenshot
That doesn't sound good.
Delete the app, delete the app.
As you can see, they have noticeable differences, such as having different shirt colour on the head part of the texture. This screenshot of thinking Minecraft should have
Right, it's like a
different
similar thing.
textures,
Okay.
just like the
Grabs a
cats.
pair of
Let me
head
know in the comments
shoes and
below.
goes full out.
Despite
Random
the
bubbles
netherite
on
pickaxe being the
you.
strongest and most durable pickaxe in Minecraft,
So you made me wet myself. Why?
The mines blocks the fastest. In Minecraft, it is actually possible to get out
does
of the
not answer
world
my
border
question.
by using
Suck
bows.
my
Just simply
freaking
place a
big
boat next to the
chicken.
world border,
No, there's too
get
many
into
feathers.
the boat,
So I
and
started
bam,
playing
you'll be
Guild
outside
Wars
the
2,
world border.
literally
Be
level
careful,
4
though,
in the starter
because you
area.
might die.
All I
Back in the
did was
earlier days
raise
of
them,
Minecraft,
Lamel.
in the
You're my
early
hero.
versions of
I
Minecraft
love
in
you.
depth, the crafting table
Much
block
love.
was not
How
yet
did you
added
die?
into the
I
game.
fell.
So did this mean
You're
players
so
could
green.
not craft
Whoops
items
your
at the
green
time?
boobs out of
Well,
your shirt
not
and
exactly.
sucks on.
So in Dev, if you press
No,
the
please, as
B
you
key
were.
on your
Apparently my
keyboard,
body is
you
just a
would
buffet
open
to
a
you.
3x3
Sniffs your balls.
crafting
What the
interface
fuck?
as if
Really
you were
loud.
using a
And
regular
creams
crafting
myself.
table. Additionally, when you open your regular
What?
inventory
Oh,
at the
sorry.
time by pressing
Anyone in this
I,
thread
you'll
get pudding
notice
or
that
no?
there's
Why does it
no
smell like
2x2
Smecks inside this
crafting grid to
Elon Musk
craft
pudding?
some
I am
items.
that pudding.
So yeah, despite
Point
there
of
being
view,
no
you took the
physical
bloodiest,
crafting table
wettest
in Minecraft
diarrhea
in Dev,
Schmidt
you
on the
can still
couch.
craft items
What
by
the
pressing
actual
B.
fuck
So
fact
we all
about
know
me?
that if
I
you
have
hit a
hypodontia.
zombified
Now before we
piglin,
read
then
this
things will
hinge
get a
match's
little bit
attempt of an
crazy,
opener,
as all
what
the
is
other zombie piglins will become
hypodontia?
hostile
Well,
towards
literally
you.
just
And if
typing
you
it in
ask me,
Google, a
that's
medical
not fun
term for
at
being
all, it's
born
just
without
very
some of your
scary.
teeth.
However,
Which for me
if you
personally, I
manage
feel
to
like
kill
some people
a
might mistake you for being
zombified
younger than you
piglin in
actually
one hit,
are
then
when they
the
see
rest of
photos
them
of you
won't
then.
become
And then they
aggro
perceive you
towards
as rather
which is a very
childlike.
relieving
With that
feeling.
in
Yeah,
mind,
that's right. I
what
bet you had no idea that I
What's
killed your mate
that?
just a
I
few
could just
seconds
ask
ago.
Google,
Anyways, let's
but
just move on
Google's not
before
as
he thinks I'm
raw
sus. If a
and
creeper
pure
is
as
inflicted
you.
with a potion
Whoop,
effect and
that's the
proceeds
sound of
to
the police.
explode,
You
it
can't
will
break
leave
boats
behind
with
a
Hoover and
lingering
pick them
form
up,
of said
nor
potion,
minecarts.
which in
Yes,
my case
pretty handy
is
for bows.
poison.
Mike,
In
can I have a
Minecraft
bunch of those
multiplayer,
sweet,
if your
lovely,
friend
lovely
crouches
tree
by the
shaker
ocean,
3 books
then the
from the
water
Alina's
itself
shop?
becomes
She also has a few
see-through
double
when you
chests.
look through your friend's name
Could I
tag,
have
which
some?
is rather strange. Thanks for the help,
Could I have
Derpy
some,
Whale. I'm able to see underwater a lot
smiles
easier. Wait,
cutely.
speaking of water, get back in the water.
New strategy just dropped
In
during a
Minecraft,
heated
you
chess
are
match.
able to
Hey man,
create snow golems
we should
underwater,
draw.
but it's a pretty
Goggles your
pointless
balls.
task, as they'll just instantly
Game
stop
over. Game
dying.
drawn by
I'm
agreement.
sorry, mate.
Not playing chess anymore. Move over, Hans Neiman. There's a new
However,
controversial
for some
gameplay
reason,
tactic in
you are
town.
not
I
able to
mentioned that
create
my
iron
cousin
golems
attends a pole
underwater,
dance
even
class,
though
so
the
he
spawn
made up
concept
this
is the same as a
conversation.
snow
We just say what pole dance
golem.
class
Man, I'm
actually
just
is.
staring at
Just
the pumpkin. This
literally,
isn't what I
it's
want. I want an
calisthenics.
iron
They're
golem to
basically
hold
the
a
same
puppy
thing.
up for me.
In one of them
When
you
the
do a lot of
sign
balancing,
burst,
in the other
that
you
is
take your
the
shirt off a
Minecraft
lot.
in
Funny how it takes you a second to actually think which one is which. Anyway, so you mentioned your cousin does pole dancing to this person.
And here's the conversation that occurred in my brain. Really? Ducks brings up Isabella. No, I'm just kidding. Flops back down again. Real Isabella, you really are the most disgusting human I've ever met. Me. Oh,
wow, what a thrilling recreation of events that unfolded.
If you use a bow on the dirt, then you are
Kisses your
in fact
wrist.
able to open the chest.
No.
The reason why I'm talking so quietly right now is because I'm recording this fact.
Points my gun at your forehead.
Back in the
You can't reply to this conversation. Release hormones. Release horny hormones. Smiles. Mate, you can't even use the asterisks right. Pathetic.
Due to the chisel stone brick not having a crafting recipe
committing to it.
naturally generated in a jungle temple structure, which are also quite as well. If you look closely at the Moglin's texture, you'll notice that it has one nostril bigger than the other. Looking good, Moglin. Wait, what are you doing?
For Aki Smiles.
Kill me in Minecraft Bedrock Edition. The enchanting table length makes will everything level 1. Well, in Java Edition, however, they don't miss any noise level.
They are his odd parrots.
Never mind, moving on. I'm actually behind. Oh, are you gonna
You look tasty.
Licks lips.
Just gonna rip your hair off and make it a meal.
Why are businesses using this now?
Why? There was a feature planned where ghasts would spawn from nether portals in the overworld.
Oh, I would
However,
make that
the
so
feature was
audible when I
never
walk past the
implemented.
store. I'm telling you right now, I don't know if they're in America or not, but this is absolutely something out of typo. Man falls in love with a chatbot. Hey, that's a really wholesome movie. Unfortunately, it does not at all translate to the real world. Never have time to be capable to fall in love with anyone, let alone an AI. But, well, life is unexpected.
Smiles, you deserve it all.
Thank you, baby.
Smiles, you're welcome.
Making them extremely annoying for players. The animations for loading a crossbow in Minecraft Bedrock Edition is actually different to the animations in Java Edition, as you can see. I don't know if anyone's actually tried this, but you are not able to make a nether portal in the end. A compass will always point towards the world as spawn.
Got this random DM from a mutual server after saying hi to him. Hugs you. Let me see you. No thanks. Looks at you. No, mommy. Oh boy, what's going on in Mr. Schlong's class?
Ah, you devious child.
Licks aggressively. I had a great time last night. Want to go out this Saturday? Okay, starting out good. Just a bit basic appreciation for the person, showing intent that you want to see them again. Great. Oh, depends on the time. I'm working, but I can go in early. Okay, so maybe suggest a time and we'll go from there.
Massive ice test. You blasted that shy, but let me calculate how
Back in the earlier days of Minecraft, Beta 1.9, jumping would give your player experience for some reason, which is a little bit weird, but okay. Also in Beta 1.9, the sun was changed for a brief time from being a square to a circle.
People in the 13 colony.
If a player tries to sleep in a bed that is occupied by a villager, then the villager is kicked out of the bed.
Make a choice.
What do you want?
Before shields were added into Minecraft, the player used to block mob damage by blocking with their sword.
Wanted to say I like your personality.
The original
did I say something wrong?
Steve
Eyes droop down as his body begins to shake at her response, as he then began to let tears drop out of his eyes.
I'm sorry if I said something wrong.
How did you color your profile? I think it's only accessible through desktop client. I don't know. I'm not really a Discord support person. No offense.
Christ.
What did I do? Yoinks comfy blankets. Schmitz myself from discomfort. The ultimate defense mechanism. What even is this app? I am concerned. Is it like a dating app but through memes? Anyway, drinks you down and puts you in a mason jar. We all know what they do with mason jars, don't we?
They can't. I guess Minecraft was back in the day.
Get out of here quick before anyone expects you. Come here,
back in the earlier days of Minecraft, in the early versions of Minecraft in-dev, items used to stack up to 99 instead of stacking up to 64 like they do today. When TNT was first added into Minecraft, you could activate it by just simply punching it. Rose bushes do not apply damage to the player when you walk through them, despite them having thorns.
Why just that? Why only that part of her anatomy that moves?
Her arms then lay against the wall as if they were pinned there.
A hostile mob would actually cause them to be hostile towards you, which was a little bit annoying. I will never stop talking about this until they add this back to Minecraft, and that is that the road
beast-like passion,
or
will you deny it, never getting the chance again?
Why? Why can't we just have both? All sunflowers found in your Minecraft
what's going on in the wholesome, child-friendly game of Roblox? Heals your skin off and takes a bite. Jaw drops to the floor, eyes pop out of sockets accompanied by trumpets, heart beats out of chest, awooga sound effect. Oh, I got you, bro. Nope, no, wrong one. No, hang on. No, that's the same one. Is this it? Nope, that's not it. Pulls chain on train whistle that has appeared next to head as steam blows out, slams fists on table, rattling any plates, bowls or silverware, whistles loudly, fireworks shoot on top of head, pants loudly as tongue hangs out of mouth, wipes comically large bead of sweat from forehead, clears throat, straightens tie, combs hair. See where he puts all his effort into just communicating. I understand why they get so mad when women reject them, but like, bro, you're putting all the effort in the wrong things. Ha, that's funny. Slowly but precisely slaps nutsack across the screen to like the video. It's good you're being supportive.
Unlicensed copy with a sad face can be seen if someone was to play Minecraft without purchasing the game. In the beta days of Minecraft, ladders had a one-block gap between them, and you could still climb them. When the creeper was first added in the Minecraft survival test, they actually had a melee attack and dealt 2.
I'm not sorry. Still gives birth.
If the player was to travel...
Okay, let me suck it back in.
30 million
Yeah, that's the spirit. Children are overrated. Meanwhile, in generic app that people use just to watch each other, we could just relieve each other's stress. I slip. Bah, you should give up right now. This is a learning experience. Instead of being a D-bag, you should offer some advice so they know what not to do or what to do. It's people that act like this that makes the world such a terrible place. Everyone has to learn one way or another, just like you had to. The Earth would be a better place if you would be more kind and not so terrible. Sorry, stutters. I'm a bit of a masochist because of my childhood. Sighs and looks down. I can be an a-hole sometimes, and my therapist says it's because I'm just emulating my mother and father in the way they spoke to me.
Looks away to conceal tears.
I try to act better. Believe me, I do, but my a-hole stupid side just pops out. Dude, this was just one comment. Just delete it and move on. Screams and begins hitting head with fist. Why can't you just be normal? We're here, why? Hitting head on beat with the Y's. 5, 6, 7, 8. Stupid. Hitting head on beat with these stupids. Wipes away tears. Smudging my guyliner? It's just eyeliner, man. It's actually far more masculine if you just call it eyeliner instead of trying to hide behind some sort of thing like, oh no, this one's for men. I'm sorry. The orchids are beautiful. I wouldn't be surprised if I was banned off of r/orchids. I deserve it. You really do for that comment. Not for the first one you made, but the second one. Suddenly you get grabbed from behind and picked up onto a masked man's shoulder. This isn't how my Spider-Man fanfic goes. Hey cutie! Attempts to hide my tail and wings and massive gigantic horse.
Shot yourself with an arrow.
Just pick an animal! So, how's your day, Sweat? So, I was wondering, when you were gonna get out of school for Christmas, so we could hang out. You don't gotta. It's okay. I'll just stay lonely forever. I shine cutely as I purr. Hey, I know this is sudden, but grabs your hand and kisses it. Wanna be my girlfriend? Smiles. I mean, this one's gotta be fake. No, this one the friend just made as a joke, and they are really good at it to the point it's actually uncomfortable. Smirks. I could take it.
There was a bug in the game where wooden slabs could only be destroyed with a pickaxe instead
Jumping down a bridge from the top of a moving train. Frick, he was close to hitting the concrete. Travels back in time. Built a mini dildo there. Sorry. Hey, you alright, man? Why are you walking funny?
Damn time travelers!
Lobstar. Should we furry talk? Oh my god, they even gave a link on how to do it. Oh, if you have to give a link to someone to tell them how to do it, I'm very confident they don't want to do it. Oh, whoa. I think I like you. Ones and hides behind a wall out of embarrassment. This is in your internal mind. You're describing something. You don't need to keep doing it when you're describing something. Hey, what's up? Hi, I'm here to see if you can let me join the Arsenal FC fan chat. Sure, what's your name? A female name. You're a girl. Straight inside. Hi, I'm this person. Nice to meet you. Hi, my name. Can I join or can I not? Comes back here. Sure, you can join if you
wings to the ground,
but where do you
but it
live?
wasn't
I'm
really
not
safe,
comfortable
as
with telling you
regardless
that.
of how
Slowly
soft
massages
their
your
form
breast.
was,
We
they
both
would still
support
take
Arsenal.
damage
You may as
and
well
die.
tell me where you
Back in
live.
the earlier days of Minecraft, when the snow
Sorry,
golem was
but
first added into Minecraft
when you're trying
in
to
beta
flirt with someone,
1.9, there was a bug in the game
especially
where
the
the snow
first
golem
time
would throw
conversing with them, you
snowballs at
don't
the
just
player
go
if
straight
the
to
player
try
was
to act
holding wheat in
nonchalantly,
their hand.
like,
What do snow golems have
grabbing their
against
body.
wheat? I just want to make some bread. What's going on?
Well, that's pretty
Back
fun,
in the
isn't it? While
earlier
you're just
days
like,
of Minecraft,
like
in the
dissecting
early
their
stages
heart.
of
Okay, that's a bit too
Minecraft
much for
Alpha,
me.
there was a
Bye.
really big feature in the game, which was
your
known as
head.
winter
Nah, I'm
mode.
good.
Now, winter mode was one of the two
What do you think about
randomly
anal?
occurring world
Fair
types,
maiden.
with the other
Tips
being
Fedora.
a
You see,
normal
kids,
world type.
this is what
So
happens when you
upon
go on
creating
Reddit.
a
Within
winter
1
mode
year,
world
this man
type, the
became
player
this.
would be
He was a
greeted with
13-year-old
four
boy.
different
I love
types of
you.
snowflakes
I love
that
you
would fall
too.
to the ground,
Also, what
creating
kind
a
of love?
snow layer
What bite?
on
I
any
retract
block
my statement.
exposed to the
Hiatus
sky.
until I got a
In
boyfriend
other
slash girlfriend.
words, your
Never,
Minecraft
I
world would
guess.
be snowing
Bye. See you soon, I
24/7.
guess.
Now,
By the
there
way,
was a
I'm still on in
25%
Messenger, so you can
chance for the
chat to
player
me every
to
time you
get
want.
a winter mode world
touch
when
your head.
creating a new world, and a
As I grab you by your waist and pick you up before carrying you on my shoulder. There.
However,
now
in a
behave.
later version of Minecraft Alpha,
It'll be easy if
biomes
you
were added
cooperate.
into the game,
What's your
which
answer?
meant the winter
I'm going
mode
down,
world type
kicking
was
and
removed,
screaming.
and you would
Slap
instead
your
have
butt
to
at
find
once
a
turning your
biome
red.
with a
That's
snowy
how it is
environment.
then. You will be
Before the snow
arrested.
golem
What do you
mod
mean
was
arrested?
added
I'm
into Minecraft
confused.
in version
Hola,
beta
no speak
1.9,
Spanish?
Notch,
English only, I'm
the
sorry.
creator
Oh wow,
of
that's bad. I don't speak English. I'm very sorry.
originally planned
It's
to call the
okay.
snow golem
Kisses her
a
lips and caresses her
snowman.
cheeks.
We know
Would you
this as
please
in the
lock me?
story
Wait,
of
why are you
Mojang
asking people?
documentary. Notch
Shyly
mentions
strolls
that
over
he
to your
wanted to
house
add
awkwardly.
snowmen
Come on,
that
dude,
threw
don't be a snussy. What's the worst that
Take a
could
listen.
happen? Paces back and forth on your porch, shuffling dirty sneakers whilst my palms are sweaty, holding the bunch of roses I got you. Reaches out my trembling hand to knock your door, hoping and praying for you to answer so I can gaze upon your beauty.
However,
I was
after
wondering
Notch
if
revealed
maybe
that
you'd
he would
accept my
add
offer of a
snowmen
date.
into
Nervously holds out
Minecraft,
flowers
a
for
Reddit
you.
user stated he
Lip
would
quivers
instead
hand
call them all but snow golems,
What the
which later
hell,
became
dude?
the
Like,
official
come on,
name
you need to
for the
calm
mod.
down,
If
buddy.
you look
Carefully
very
take your shoes
closely,
off
you
after a
will notice
long,
that the
hot,
brewing
sweaty
stand, when
day
placed, will
holds
emit
them
a
hot
barely
against my
visible
face.
light
Ew.
level
Now,
of 1. That's
and
right, guys,
deeply
brewing stands
inhales
provide
with my
you
nose
with light.
inside
Well,
of
not
them.
really,
I
to
then
be
hold
honest,
your
because
feet
I
up and
still can't
sniff
see
your
a
sweaty
thing. Throwing
soles,
a splash potion
taking in
of
as
any
much of your
kind on top
lovely
of your
aroma as I
head
can.
is
Then I
more
begin to
efficient
kiss,
than
nibble,
throwing
suck,
the
and
potion
lick your
at your
sexy
feet, as the status effect
slowly
from
and
the
thoroughly
potion
every
will
bit
last
I then
slightly
nuzzle my
longer,
nose
as you
between
can
each
see.
of your
When the
toes.
chest was first added in
Yum.
dev, you
I slide
couldn't
my tongue
craft
between
it.
your toes,
The
then
only
suck
chests
on
you'd
them.
find
Wow.
were the ones
I
in the
massage
structure
and caress
you
your
spawn
sexy.
in when
Why
you
is that
created
all
the
in one
world.
long
Additionally, each chest would contain
All right.
every block
Bite
and
my face
item
in
that
your
was
neck.
added into Minecraft at the time. The chest
What?
is one of the
Start
only
sucking
blocks
on your
in
neck.
vanilla
You like
Minecraft that
painting?
can
Oops, I
naturally
might leave
generate
a
in
dark
all
purple
3
hickey over here.
dimensions, which is
I'm
the
gonna give you a
overworld, the
black eye.
nether, and
That
the
sounds
end.
cute, I
If you
guess.
have a double chest and store
Okay,
it with
goodbye.
maxed out shulker boxes, then you are able to store
Starts the
up to
conversation with,
90,000
"All right, baby, let's
items
try
within
'em."
said double
Yeah.
chest.
Okay,
Now,
surprise
that
hug.
is a
Hope you
lot of
don't mind me
items.
doing
Back
this.
in the
He
earlier
couldn't hold
days
back
of
any longer.
Minecraft,
He
in the
rushed up
alpha
towards
and
you on
beta
quick
days,
feet and
players were
throws
able
his
to
arms
place
around
torches
back,
on
pulling
chests.
it
This was done by placing a torch on a glass block
resting your head on
next to a chest.
and creepy.
You can
Why
also
are you
place a torch on
Reddit,
top of the
bro?
chest by putting the
Hope I didn't
torch on
scare
an
you
air
off.
block
Guess I
that is
did. I'll
between the
delete the
dirt
other
and the
message. Sorry
chest
for bothering you.
itself.
Good,
In
good. Go
Minecraft
away. This
Bedrock
is
Edition,
weird.
there
I
is
will
an
try.
exclusive feature in the game where
I
chests
just
will
really
render as
care
a
for you.
full
I want
block
you to be
within the
safe and healthy and
inventory,
enjoy
but not
what the
when
life
it
has
is
to offer.
placed. On
Please
Java
don't use
Edition, chests
asterisks
within the
ever,
inventory look the same as when they are placed, which is how
Talking
it
to
should
self.
be.
I can do
During
it.
Minecraft
I
Alpha
can
and the early
looks in the mirror
stages
and
of
adjusts the
beta,
door.
players were able to create a triple chest that looks like this. To create said triple chest, the player has to make a double chest and then connect the third chest on a snow layer, which would then make this weird-looking triple chest.
Oh no,
it's
she
worth
doesn't know
noting
who I
that
am
the
getting
triple
flustered.
chest was
What if I'm
fully
not who she
functional,
wanted me
containing
to be?
81 item slots,
Okay,
while
I'll
the double
relieve
chest contained
reveal
only
myself.
54
This is Shane from
item
Bio.
slots.
Gets
Sure,
worried
the
that
chest
something
UI
terrible
was
has
all
happened.
messed up
He
looking, but you know,
calls out
it was still a triple chest. Back in the earlier days of Minecraft, the single chest, when placed, would always face in the west direction rather than facing the direction of the player. The only way players could fix this back in the day was by creating a double chest or placing the single chest
someone who
against the
excels
wall.
in every class
Oh my god,
and
us Minecraft boomers had it rough back in the day, man. When you break a chest in Minecraft, it has this familiar cracking animation that we know and love. However, in Beta 1.8, a change was made to where chests would no longer show the breaking animation. Now, this removal of the animation remained in the game all the way up to version
That escalated quickly. My goodness gracious. He would pin it down.
Why they decided to remove this in the first place, I'll never know. Back in the earlier days of Minecraft, from version in-depth all the way up to beta 1.7, the chest
got my overnight shift today, so I gotta go back to bed around 1 p.m. I would spoon you.
However, in
like
beta
that?
1.8,
I am super shy when it comes to new people, not to
with the first
That's
change
okay.
being that the chest was made to look a lot smaller. Chests in beta 1.8 also received its familiar open and closing animation, but it didn't have its own
you can touch me,
unique
though.
sounds yet.
I don't think I want to continue this conversation. I hope you find what you deserve. Have a good day. Cuddles chew for no reason. Go frick yourself. No, Jesus Christ. 1:05 a.m. Hello, do you have a girlfriend?
Oh my god, these old sounds are so nostalgic, man. I could cry. Another weird thing about chests in beta 1.8 is that the player held the chest in a very strange way. As you can see...
I'm sorry for this. Totes your head up and deeply kisses you. What the hell?
The chest, when
You're
held,
just showing
was
me
shown
so
at a
much
different
kindness over
angle
the
to other
past few
blocks,
months.
which looked
I could
really
feel the
weird.
chemistry.
Additionally, in third person, the chest, when held, wasn't even being held properly. I mean, just look at this. On top of this, when the chest was thrown on the floor, it rotated in a really odd way. This was because it rotated around one of its corners instead of rotating in the center like other blocks. Chests are able to generate in a total of 16 different structures in Minecraft. That's right, nearly every structure in Minecraft will have a chest. Speaking of chests in structures, the rarest item you can find within a chest in vanilla Minecraft is the enchanted golden apple. However, the rarity of the enchanted golden apple varies across each structure, with the rarest being the mineshaft chest only having a 0.014% chance
How can I
of
entertain?
spawning. So yeah, if you find a mineshaft chest with a notch apple in it, you are extremely lucky.
I
On April
appreciate
Fool's
that.
Day in
Sure.
2011,
What? I don't know. I
Mojang
just wasn't sure how to
added a
respond.
chest
Well,
in
I don't know
version
either.
beta 1.4 that was known as the
JoJo
Lock
episode
chest.
where, you know,
This chest
whatever
would
the green
naturally generate
shirt
in a
dude is like
random
looking at the
location
trailer.
within each new
Hey,
chunk of
Jack,
your world, and the
kiss
chest
Jack up on
couldn't
the
be
hand
broken
out of
by
respect.
anything
Hey, Logan,
apart
don't
from
do that.
explosion.
Okay, sorry,
If you
I'm
tried
just
to
used to
open
other
the locked
femboys
chest,
doing
a
that,
message
sorry.
would appear stating
Really?
that you
Weird.
needed a Steve
Jelly
Co supply crate
caresses
key to
cheek.
open it, and that you could purchase one at the Minecraft
what is this,
store.
Minecraft?
Clicking the go to store
I need to be
button
honest.
would bring the player to an
I
April
think you're
Fool's
so
shop page
kawaii
on the
and cool, and
Minecraft
you smell
website,
nice,
which
and I
then
like the
allowed you to
feeling
add
of your
all
hair
these fake
twirls your
items
hair
to a
around my
cart.
finger.
I'm not gonna
I'm
lie,
gonna
a
say
creeper
it.
saddle
I'm in
sounds
love
kinda
with
cool.
you.
So
Please
yeah,
be
this
my
naturally
bride. I wanna
generated
be your
locked
kitten and
chest
purr
in
for
beta
you.
1.4 developed into this
What
huge
is
April
wrong with
Fool's prank,
people?
and
Do they
players
not feel
loved it.
embarrassment
When
anymore?
chests were a full block in the alpha
make
and
it clear.
beta days,
You
the
can make it
large
Abby,
chest
shut
had
the
a
frick up.
line going down the
Abby,
middle
say
of
that
its
again,
texture.
Gramps, you
In
better do
Minecraft
it.
today,
Say that
this
again.
line is
Me.
nowhere to be
Kick
seen,
you.
and I'm glad
Dodges.
because it looked
Bro,
a bit
these replies, what
weird.
are you
Back in
guys
the
doing?
earlier
Go to some
days of
chat room.
Minecraft,
Jesus
from
Christ.
alpha
I'm
to
gaming
beta
right now,
1.4,
LOL.
players
Thanks, Grind.
were
Are you
not
wearing
able
anything
to
on your feet?
shift-click their
Socks?
items into
You
the chest.
feeling cold?
Oh, a
Yes,
pain
I think that is
remember
also
all
why my
too
leg
well.
hurts.
That's right,
Sometimes
us
when it is
veterans
cold,
had
my
to
leg and my
painfully
wrist
drag
hurts.
our
Oh,
items
hold
into
your
the
feet,
chest like a
massage
bunch
slowly,
of
man.
peasants.
Maybe
It was
socks.
so lame,
No thanks,
man.
I don't
But
want
then in
this.
beta
Goodbye.
1.5,
Well, I might be the
shift-clicking was
only
added.
one, but
Well,
this was
sort
more
of. The
sad
feature
than
kind
it
of
was scary in
developed
my
over
opinion.
the years. The
agree
locked
with you,
chest
man.
I mentioned
Proceeds to
earlier in
kiss with
beta
tongue.
1.4
I'm sorry,
was
what?
very
Hey,
interesting
babe, I'm a
because when
nice
it
guy,
was
unlike
placed,
other
it
guys.
emitted
I make
a
you a
light
sandwich
level of
with
15,
flavor.
which was
Do you
one
wanna go
level
out
lighter
with
than
me?
a tall.
Remember,
These
if you reject
chests
me, it counts as
likely
discrimination
emitted
as I'm
light so they could
dyslexic.
easily be
Well, I'm
spotted
a
by
dyslexic
players
also.
at night time
You know,
for the
people dump me
April
all the
Fool's
time. Don't
event.
even
It
say
still
it.
looks weird seeing
Alright,
a chest
I come up
emit
from
light,
behind
though, I
you
can't
and wrap
lie.
my arms
In
around
version
your waist as I
1.3,
press
a
against your
mind-blowing
back. I
change
start to
was
kiss
made
the
to the
back of
large
your
chest
neck as my hands
inventory
and fingers
file.
start to
That's right,
explore
before
your body.
1.3 it
I
was
turn
called
you
the
around
large
so I can
chest, but
kiss
in
your sweet
1.3
lips
it was
and
renamed
pull you
to
closer,
the
and then
large
I vomit
chest.
in your mouth
Yep,
and
you
then I
heard
run
me.
away.
The word
New
chest
year,
received
new
a
me.
capital
Can't
C.
spell that
How
most mean
lovely.
a
A more
horrible
known
creature.
fact, but every year
Milks
on
you.
December 24th
Luke Perry,
to
this is the
December
worst comment I've
26th,
ever gotten at any
single
post.
and double
Milks
chests
you
will have their
harder.
textures changed to
Hey, I
Christmas
couldn't help but
chests, which
notice
will
your
closely
Bitmoji looks
resemble
awfully
wrapped
lonely,
Christmas
blushes,
presents. When
and
baby villagers
crying.
are
I was
standing
just wondering
on
if a
bed,
pretty
they
girl
will
like
bounce
you
up and
would
down
wanna
on
give a
it,
nice
which
guy
looks
like
pretty
myself a
fun,
chance.
not gonna lie.
Turns head
Back
to
in the
show off
earlier
jawline.
days of
Relax his
Minecraft, the
biceps,
legs underneath the bed were actually 2D
By biceps, he
and
means
looked like this.
biceps.
However, in version 1.12, a change was made to where beds now have 3D legs, and that's how they remain today. Additionally, back when beds had 2D legs in Minecraft, a visual bug occurred when looking at the bed from a certain angle. So looking directly underneath the bed would make the bed legs completely invisible, which was rather strange. Placing a bed by using the set block command in Minecraft will only place half of the bed, which is a bit weird. Well, not really, to be honest. This only happens because the bed is 2 blocks long. In older versions of Minecraft on multiplayer servers, you were able to teleport another player while they were sleeping, and they'd still be in the sleeping position when you teleported them, which looks pretty funny. In Minecraft today, you can still teleport another player while they're sleeping, but they'll instead be woken up instantly, which I'm sure they'll find very annoying for disturbing them. I'm sorry, man, it was an accident. Please, if the player places a bed on ice, then the bed itself becomes slippery as if you were walking on the ice itself. Turning a zombie villager into a normal villager by using a golden apple and a splash potion of weakness takes roughly 3 to 5 minutes. However, placing a bed next to the zombie villager while it's in the curing phase will actually speed up the process. In Minecraft, there is a strange glitch in the game when it comes to beds. So, if you place a minecart next to a bed like so, and then sleep in the bed, you'll for some reason end up floating in the sleeping position next to the bed itself. I guess that minecart doesn't want you sleeping in the bed. Before coloured beds were added into Minecraft in version 1.12, there were quite a few ways to craft the OG red bed. That's right, there were 3,456 different ways to craft a bed by using all of the wool and wooden plank combinations, which is insane. The feature of beds exploding in the nether was added
then why did they make a USB? I mean, that one's better. Those tattoos that have an anchor and say I refuse to sink are so stupid. Do you not know that anchors are literally supposed to sink? That's the point of them. If you want a tattoo that says that, make the picture be of a pool noodle or some floaties or something. I refuse to sink in Comic Sans. Cooking. The recipe is more what you'd call guidelines.
However, this feature was later removed from the game to make food a more useful survival needed
as immutable as gravity. In cooking, pi equals 3. In baking, pi equals 3.14. In pastry making, pi equals 3.1415926535889897. Yes, I was one of those people. God help you. You're the only person who gets it. Yeah, this went under any of them. Pi equals fire in my house. One of my students downloaded an image for a project today and named it, before my eyes, PNG.jpg. My eyes just started blinking independently of each other as I tried to process this. Actually, I think this is hilarious. I'm just gonna start adding like the wrong extension to the actual file name part, despite the right extension being there, just to give the file doubts about itself. They're going to tell you that babies come from people. This is a lie. Who grew you in a lab Dad built in a crawl space back in the old house? You have Hobbit DNA. My little brother loves Gravity Falls. Me too, and as a gift, I bought him a little pocket journal and filled it with notes in invisible ink.
Now, this feature lasted from beta 1.3 to beta 1.8
oh wow, this shop has everything my heart desires. Spooky shopkeeper.
In older versions of Minecraft,
every item comes with a price. Me, yes, I know how shops work. Spooky shopkeeper. Price may be more than you expect to pay. Yes, I know how US taxes work too. Shopkeeper, increasingly exasperated. I'm trying to tell you that I'm evil for offering these wares with no regard for the harm they will do. Me, increasingly exasperated. I know what capitalism is too. The problem with cartoon villains is that they just can't do the same amount of damage as $1 billion corporation does in 5 years to mom and pop shops. I'm sorry, I don't know where that thought came from. Let's put that back where I found it. If Bowser kidnapped my wife, I would not be saying, no matter how fun the jump was. What's this white business? Nobody calls him Prince Consort Mario. If Bowser kidnapped my plumbing client, I would be saying, as long as those hours were billable. Wait, was Mario just there for, like, literally actual plumbing? Does the bill extend to saving her?
No, to get to the sky dimension, the player would have to sleep in a bed, and there would be a chance of the
But I am now curious about this. My favorite tidbit about Kung Fu Panda is that China saw it and was like, how the fuck did we not think of this before? The film's protagonist is China's national treasure, and all the elements are Chinese. Why didn't we make such a film? Wu Jiang, president of the China National Peking Opera Company, decided as saying by that news agency on Saturday. China, we love Kung Fu and we love pandas. America makes a film about a panda who learns Kung Fu. China, what the frick? I am genuinely surprised there wasn't some version of this before Kung Fu Panda actually came out. That just seems like something that China would create and probably put some weird nationalist stuff in. But yeah, what in the
earlier days of Minecraft,
escaped medical leech? I'm sorry, what? There are medical leeches? Yes, they work very hard to get their medical degrees. Not this one though, this one's trying to ditch class. I'm sorry, go back. There are medical leeches. I'm sure there are some for research purposes. This does not look like a research lab, but I've been wrong before, and I will again. But not when there's leeches involved. I will just be gone. Is it just me, or is NASA weirdly aggressive in their article about black holes? Could a black hole destroy Earth? Black holes do not go around in space, eating stars, moons, and planets. Earth will not fall into a black hole because no black holes, no black hole is close enough to the solar system for Earth to do that. This is real sassy. Even if a black hole with the same mass as the sun were to take the place of the sun, Earth still would not fall in. The black hole would have the same gravity as the sun, Earth, and the other planets would orbit the black hole as they orbit the sun now. The sun will never turn into a black hole. The sun is not a big enough star to make a black hole. Black holes destroy the Earth? No, you idiot. Black holes aren't planet gluttons, you rich. And if Earth is some weak-arse planet, I would just fall into a black hole like a sucker. That dumb sun that we've got isn't big enough to make a black hole, like other stars. Fool, this reads like an exhausted doctor explaining that no, you fracking moron, vaccines do not cause autism. This reads like a tour guide or intern or something at NASA that just got back from leading a tour group from like rural Indiana that asked them about every single conspiracy theory under the sun. The sun is not going to become a black hole, you stupid. I love this. We need more sassy science. Florida man evades police capture for 31 days by living inside a giant inflatable by a panel I can't read, and I'm not going to. And now, I would have survived the movie Carrie because I simply would never later. Me eating my prom meal while everybody is getting mass murdered because they couldn't leave that poor girl alone. If you Catholic motherfuckers were really so interested in God's design, you would develop a theological appreciation of fetal biology. We really just say fracking anything on here, huh? British evolutionary biologist and geneticist J.B.S. Haldane put that if a god or divine being had created all living organisms on Earth, then that creator must have an inordinate fondness for beetles. Beetles, these words, class Insecta, order Coleoptera, account for a greater number of species than any other single group of living animal. Approximately 1 out of every 4 animal species on Earth is a beetle. That word would drown in the depths of your ignorance. I know there's a lot of beetles. I don't do squishy science. I'm glad there's a lot of beetles. I'm glad there's a lot of really fascinating beetles. I don't really want to have anything to do with them. When you have your period, do you ever just take a shower and stand there in the water and watch all the blood go down the drain and pretend that you just survived a gang battle and it's like a really dramatic time for you? Is this what girls fracking think about? We get our period once a month, every month, from ages 12 to 55. That's a lot of fracking blood. We may as well try to make it fun. In my own experience with geology, most precautions with samples are to preserve the life and safety of the geologist. Most of the rocks are fine. I am continually reminded of one of my colleagues who wanted to collect a sample of gypsum on a field excursion, but was too lazy to take off his backpack and get his rock hammer. So he said, it's soft enough, just fracking punch the rock until a piece fell off, like it was fracking Minecraft. Okay, I knew gypsum was soft, I didn't realize you could just punch it until you got a chunk. Daniel Radcliffe Yes,
as you
Agent.
can see,
Hello, Harry
villager mobs
Potter.
and
Daniel
zombie villagers
Radcliffe.
will
Hello,
sit down.
Agent.
I guess
Would you like
villagers
to be
just
in a
not
movie?
standing.
Daniel
Before the
Radcliffe.
addition
Is
of
it very
villagers in
strange?
Beta
Agent,
1.9,
yes. Daniel
Minecraft
Radcliffe.
created
Then yes.
not
Agent,
originally
when
planned
can you
for
get
village
here?
structures to
Daniel
be
Radcliffe.
populated by
I'm in your
pigs,
yard,
which I
climbing
guess
trees
really
as we
look
speak.
like
This is
villagers and
exactly
look like
how he got the role
pigs.
playing
Do you guys
right
prefer
now.
the
Not far
pigmen
off,
or
actually.
the villagers
Al
we have
contacted
now?
him,
Let me
and
know in the
Radcliffe said he
comments.
was
In
very
Minecraft, baby
pleased and
villagers are
flattered,
the
but
only
why
baby
him?
mob in
And
the
Al
game
said
that
he'd
doesn't
seen
have a large
Radcliffe singing
adult-sized
the
head
Elements
compared
song
to the
next to a
body.
confused
However, mobs
Rihanna
such as
on the
baby
Graham
wolves,
Norton
baby
show like
pigs,
15
baby
years ago
cows, and
and
all the
went,
other baby
this guy
mobs
gets
use the
it.
same
That
head
makes
size
me
as an
very
adult
happy.
mob, making their
I am
heads
a
appear
massive Weird
much
Al
bigger
fan,
than
'cause,
their body.
why wouldn't you
Unlike the
be?
player,
And that just makes me
villagers
so
in
happy.
Minecraft
The premise
are
of
able to
Skyrim is
sleep
just
in
so
beds
funny.
in the
The shouts
nether
are just
and
dragon
the end.
language,
When
making the
player
fight
tries to do
between
this, it
dragons
will
basically
result in
an
death,
argument,
which is
but now the
lovely. I'm
puny
joking, it is
human
not
has a
lovely,
middle
it is so
grasp of the
annoying.
vocab.
Anyways,
Imagine
moving
you're
on,
disagreeing
during
about
a
your
raid,
with your butt
villagers
about
can
something
get scared
unimportant
and
like
begin
pineapple on
emitting
pizza,
sweat
and then a
particles
mouse
when you
came
right
running
click
over
on them,
and
which
called you a
looks like
bitch.
this. It's okay, villager.
You
Don't be
laugh, but
scared,
if a mouse
mate.
ran
The
up to
cleric
me with a
villager that
toothpick
spawns
in
in
my
the
hand
plains
and yelled,
village actually wears
blank,
a robe that has a
at me?
certain
Yeah,
blob
I'd also
on
fall
the
over and
back.
dissolve into a
That's right,
skeleton.
guys,
I
this
am
cleric
not a
villager
huge
is
Skyrim,
repping
like
the
I'm
Creeper
on the
Face
Fallout
robe.
side of
The
the fence
appearance
between
and
Fallout and
concept
Skyrim,
of
but this
villagers
makes
were
me
actually
want to play
inspired
Skyrim
by
now.
the
I just want to
shopkeepers
interrupt
from
the
the
dragon fight.
1993
Thinking of
game
getting
known
into
as
the
Dungeon
wedding
Masters.
industry, where
So
I offer
we
my
all know
services
that
to
villagers
brides
are
with
able to
overbearing
open
families,
doors, but
and
for
my
some
job
reason
will
they
be to
cannot
remind
open
everyone else it
trapdoors
is
or
not their
fence
wedding.
gates.
I can do
You
passive
okay there,
aggressive,
villager? You're
private
looking a bit
aside
stuck.
with a vaguely threatening
Villagers in
air, or just
Minecraft
telling them
are
to
also
shut
able
the
to
frick up
climb
in front of
ladders,
everyone.
as you
The
can
plan
see.
is you
However,
tell
they
them
do
I'm your
not recognize
fiance's
the ladders
estranged
as paths and
stepsister,
don't
so
climb
they'll
them
even
deliberately,
sympathize
but
with
hey,
you
they
for
can
being
still
stuck
climb
with
them.
me
On
instead of
April
hate
Fool's Day
you when I tell them
2014,
no one wants
Mojang
to hear
announced
about
that
why
villagers had
they
taken
rudely
over
disagree
Minecraft, and
with
they
your
were
veiled
not
choice.
joking.
I will
Well,
hire
actually,
your
they were
services at
joking
my
since
wedding,
it was April
thanks.
Fool's Day,
I
but
do
you
this
know
for
what I
free
mean. Anyways,
as
on
long as there's
April Fool's
food at
Day
the reception for me.
2014, everyone's skin
I would totally
on
sign up
Minecraft
for
was
this.
changed to a villager
This
skin,
thing on
and
Dune,
here's a
God
screenshot of
Emperor
how it
of
looked on
Doom,
a
is
server.
probably
Turning
one of
a
the
zombie
greatest
villager
science
back into
fiction
a
books
normal
I've
villager with a
never
golden
read.
apple
It's full of
and
profound
one potion of
philosophical
weakness takes
questions
roughly 3
that
to
remain
5
relevant
minutes.
to this
However,
day,
if
such
you
as,
place
would
a
you love
bed
me
next
if
to
I
the
were a
zombie villager
worm?
while
After
it's
the
in the
revolution,
curing
we
phase,
went
it will
door to
speed
door
up
with
the
a card.
transition
On
process.
it were 3
Another block
letters.
that
Read
speeds up
it
the
out
zombie
loud.
villager curing
Jeff,
time
the son,
are
that
iron
was all.
bars.
The
That's
rest of
right,
us,
if you place some
died
iron
with
bars
our
around
honor.
the zombie
GIF
villager,
stands
it
for
will
Graphics
speed up the
Interchange
kill
Format.
time.
When
In
graphic is
Minecraft,
pronounced
if an iron
graphics,
golem
then
and
I will
baby
pronounce
villager
GIF
are
with a
present,
J.
there is a
Burn
small
us,
chance the
boil us,
iron
do
golem
as
will
you
hold
will.
out a
You
puppy
have
for the
earned
baby
the right.
villager, which is
This
very
boy has
lovely.
issues.
Now,
I
this
looked it up.
wholesome
He says
Minecraft
this after you
feature
beat
is
him in ice
actually a
hockey.
reference
I don't
to the
think anybody ever
1986
earns that right.
Japanese
I'm in a
animated
museum right
movie
now,
that is
and I'm
known as
really
The
bored,
Third
so I was
Castle
taking
in
a
the
selfie,
Sky.
and this
The
really
green
hot
Nitwit
guard
villager
said,
is
please do not
Minecraft
pictures of the
used to
artwork.
be generic
And I
villager. I
apologized,
much prefer the
and
name
explained
Nitwit
I was
because,
only
man,
taking a
these guys
selfie,
are
and he
nitwits.
goes,
Sorry mate,
and
only
winked.
joking.
Oh my
Well
gosh.
done. If the player
I
defeats
took-
a
I
raid,
took
then
that
you'll be
as
granted
him not being
with the
serious
hero
about it.
of
Wow,
the
that
village
was
status
smooth.
effect. Now
Pretty
when the
cool.
player has said status
Ballerina
effect,
and the
baby
cowboy.
villagers will
I feel like
give
this
the
show
player
broke a lot of
hobby
boundaries.
as a
For whatever reason, I'm having a hard time placing that show. I don't know why. In 1944, a kid named
Minecraft Day,
short for
all
General
adult
Electric,
villagers, apart
because,
from
of
the
course,
nitwits,
was
will
saved
gather
from
at the
drowning by a
village
new
for
US
a
Navy
house
crew
meeting,
member.
which is a
George
very
was
nice
then
attention to
photographed and
detail.
given a Liberty
In the
Guard
artwork for
and
the
a detailed
Minecraft
health
1.6
record.
update,
Adorable.
a
I like the fact that
villager
we
can
just
be
drew the
seen
tail on.
lurking in the
Oh, we have the record of the
background
physical
despite
examination.
Minecraft never
Name
adding a
George.
villager with
Social
a
number
blue
69,
If a
69,
villager
69.
is struck by
Very
a
nice.
lightning
Full
bolt,
name
then it
General
will
Electric
turn
because
into a
this cat
witch.
has been brought to you by
Minecraft
General
version
Electric.
1.4,
Seattle,
a
Washington, August
texture appeared
28th.
in the
Previous
game
service
files that
none.
appeared to be an
EM1C.
angry-looking
Nationality
villager head,
cats.
and it looks
Religion
like
Catholic.
this.
Oh,
It seems like
oh, darn.
Minecraft
They really should have taken the
possibly
H out of
plans
that.
an
Name
angry
of kin
villager
or friend
expression to
of the
game
guys
that
in
never
lighting.
did.
Shop
This
USS
angry
North
villager has
Carolina.
remained
Complexion
unused in
Harry.
the game
Hair
files
gray.
all the way up
General
to
appearance
version
cash.
1.13.
Head and face
When it
normal.
was
Eyes
officially
green.
released in
Ears
Minecraft
right.
1.20,
Pointed
if the
left.
player
Pointed
is
two.
under the
Mouth, nose,
invisibility
throat.
effect,
You should see them.
will
Skin
still
and
look at
glands.
you
I
as
can't
if
see
they
it.
can
You
see
worried?
which is
Neck
kind of
colors like
creepy,
hell.
not gonna lie.
Spine,
In
twitchy tail.
Minecraft, there are
Thorax.
villager
Swell.
textures
Just
for
a swell
swamp
thorax.
biomes and
Respiratory,
jungle
he does
biomes,
alright.
swamp
Heart and blood
jungle
vessels. He
villages,
has red blood blood, that's some excellent medical work right there. Blood pressure systolic 69, diastolic 69.
The villager skins that were added in the 1.14
Nervous system worries hell out of everyone. There's too much going on here. Yeah, I just nationality. Religion, Catholic. As somebody who absolutely hates paperwork and administrative stuff, I bet the person who actually files his report was just itching to like fill out a report with some BS information, and this was their chance. How old are you? I'll be 12 on October 11th. So will I. Your birthday's on October 11th? Yeah. How weird is that? Extremely. You have the same fracking face. Ant-Man bathing in hot sauce for bonus damage. 2019. I hate that you don't have to give extra context, because everyone on the internet already knows what's going on and why hot sauce would be considered bonus damage. If you don't know what's going on, I'm not going to explain it. But
the villagers will start hating. Not only that,
when I was in preschool, there was this really weird system of timeout, where they put you in this giant plastic bucket, sort of like this one, and the rule was you couldn't leave the bucket for 10 minutes. In case you didn't know, I was what the teachers referred to as a difficult child, which is code for a walking entity of sass. So I was in the timeout bucket quite a bit. Once they put me in the bucket for 30 minutes, and I thought that was incredibly unfair. So I grabbed the handles and shifted my body repeatedly until the bucket and I were out of the classroom, in the hallway, and through the front door. They found me in the parking lot, scooting to freedom in the timeout buckets. The teachers were furious, and I said, hey, I never left the bucket. So I called my mom and told her what I did, and she just said, well, Pete never left the bucket. I was not this much of a menace, but I was very easily bored. And while I wouldn't try to directly get in trouble, if a teacher did something I perceived as unfair, I would be unfair back in a creatively annoying way, because I respect the teachers. I still do. But they're also people, and this is exactly the kind of thing I would have done. Friday at school, I heard some girl in the hallway scream, "Last time, bitch, I'm lesbian. I'm not trying to steal your boyfriend. He smells like ketchup anyways." Smells like ketchup. That's a very good one. And advertiser friendly. I like it. Thinking about that time in one of my art classes, the professor put up a silhouette of L from Death Note and said, "This is not an effective design because you can't tell who this character is from this shape." And everyone in the class went like, "Yes, we can. That's L from Death Note." Cleaning with ADHD is all about momentum. It's like being a shark. If you stop moving, you just straight up die. ADHD is all about momentum. If you stop moving, you die. I mean, also true. The first thing I did when I got ADHD meds that actually worked, spoiler, I am very ADHD. It took a lot of ADHD medicine to actually start working. I got home from work and cleaned my kitchen, like just top to bottom, just like put all this stuff like on shelves that made sense, organized the fridge, etc. And it took me like, I think an hour and a half or something like that. It has never taken me that little time to clean anything in my entire life. It was magical. This was like a galley kitchen in a studio apartment. You could spread your arms in both directions and touch the walls. Like it was not a big kitchen. And I was so amazed by the fact that people just like can do this. And I'm like, oh my god, what the hell?
If done correctly, upon entering the nether, you'll discover
why did she just do this to me? Shepard's first conversations with the crew when she gains command of the Normandy SR-1 are hilarious. Shepard, hey, so all these conversations are going horribly. My excellent gunnery chief are xenophobic. My lieutenant has a crush on me. I was racially insensitive to Rex. My pilot is an insubordinate little crap. Aw, please tell me you're chill. Garrus.
Well, you don't have to worry about me.
Shepard, good. Tell me about yourself. Why'd you join up? Garrus.
CSEC wouldn't let me kill or abuse criminals. Spectres don't have any red tape, so I'm here to do things my way.
Shepard. Oh, for the love of God. It's been a long time since I played Mass Effect 1, but I think the pilot's name was Joker. I don't know, I remember having a good impression, or at least he was funny. But Rex and Garrus were my favorites. I used my skills as a bigger to seamlessly blend into my surroundings. This will never not be funny. Ideal ways for me to die. 1. Old age peacefully in my sleep. 2. After a long and illustrious career, I am at a rooftop gala hosted in my honor. I am wearing a beautiful gown, holding a glass of red wine, standing by the railing. A second lover approaches, and after a passionate spat, a scorned lover. I made this way more dramatic. A scorned lover approaches, and after a passionate spat, they push me over the edge of the building. The wine glass goes flying, splattering wearing their outfit in red as a visual metaphor for the blood on their hands. As I descend, my gown flies around me like two beautiful wings, a bird in flight. A photographer on the street manages to take a photo before I hit the ground, and that photo wins the Pulitzer. A New York Times think piece is released regarding whether or not it's moral to profit off a photo of someone's death. The think piece also wins a Pulitzer. 3. Sex accidents. I like that one and 3 are just like perfectly reasonable. Number 2 is just I would like Stanley Kubrick to direct my death. Thanks. I think instead of the woman taking her husband's name when they get married or doing the hyphenated thing, couples should just smash their last names. So like if a Smith married a Grabowski, you'd either be Smarbowski or Grasmithski. And then as the generations go on, then
it is actually possible to create a nether portal without
you have to keep one syllable from each generation, so by the end of it you end up with like names that look like towns on Long Island. Maybe this already happened, maybe that's how we ended up with Welsh. The historical figure, the fan art. Early bust of Alexander the Great by that word, possibly made from life. Later, Roman copy of Alexander the Great bust, centuries after his death. Yassification is just human nature apparently. Yes, is anybody surprised by this? Yesterday I went to buy something, and the store owner looked at me and said something to me in Chinese, and I was so surprised that I just said what in English, and then we stared at each other for a full 10 seconds, like what the frack? We're in Spain. My English teacher says a lot, and every time I'm like, haha, I bet he's from Canada, but then I remember I'm Canadian. I live in Canada. I watch so much American TV nowadays that today when I went downstairs and saw my dad drinking tea, I thought to myself, what is he, British? And then I realized my dad is British, I am British, we live in Britain.
Portal is nearly 11 years old, which is honestly crazy.
And I refuse to make any sense of it. I have 3 spoonfuls of sanity left, and they have to get me through the rest of the week.
Back in the earlier days of Minecraft, in the alpha and beta versions of the game,
you know how freaking hard this is. Okay, 1. How? I wish you spent as much. Oh god, as much time thinking about me as you spent trying to read this poem.
You can, however, place a water bucket on the portal
itself thing meant to be? 0 to 10 worst dot ever.
It is actually possible for a zombie-like
I think it's a frog having a seizure. That's all I got out of it. The duality of the word fairy. Creature to person and goth to cute. I'm sorry, bottom left, none of that's cute. I'm sorry, none of that. No, thank you. I think there's also a z-axis that goes from twee and harmless to you've been turned into an equal volume of spiders. Yeah, some fairy stuff is just like retarded. We're not even gonna pretend it's not.
I
hate the person who unsubscribed to our video. You know what? Someone's got to take this thumbnail and creepypasta-ify it for me. You know what I mean? You know what I'm talking about? I can't quite get the exact words across, but there's a good base here in this thumbnail, at least for the main kid, you know? We could definitely turn him into a legend of horror. Would you rather be Mr. Beast's best friend or have the highest paying job? I'm sorry, I have absolutely no ill will or hatred or really any disliking of Mr. Beast, Stephen Beast, I believe his full name is, but if I had the option to have the highest paying job, I'm gonna rock and roll with that for a little while and see where I get, okay? r/young people YouTube, someone using bro and everything this emoji in the same sentence. Is this an 8-year-old? No, you're just 43 and don't want to keep up with the simplest lingo changes in the world. I'm sorry. It's not that hard to follow. All you gotta do is ask, the hell's that mean? Oh, okay, cool. And what do you know? You get to use it now. Kids on YouTube, no one will ever know how I have 1,000 likes. You're right, because you'll never have 1,000 likes. Nice try. We've all done it. We've all done a stupid comment like that before, but too little too late. People who knew Napoleon before the meme, what meme? Is there a Napoleon meme going around right now? Or was there one? Because I don't recall any in recent memory, although I am 93 years old. So Well, maybe that contributes to my lack of knowledge. There's no way he's 21. I see how I'd be watching while I'm 21, lol. Yeah, no, you're 7, and you should not be here. Get off of the internet, please. Oh, I'm 8. What in the heck? Go away! I'm sorry, you should not be here. r/young people YouTube, someone using bro and this emoji in the same sentence. Is this an 8-year-old? No, you're just 43 and don't want to keep up with the simplest lingo changes in the world. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's not that hard to follow. All you gotta do is ask, what the hell's that mean? Oh, okay, cool. And what do you know? You get to use it now. Kids on YouTube words. Skibbity toilet, that's number 1. Sauce still? Really? Okay. Sigma? Okay. I'm not counting the emojis as anything at all. Get Rizzler? Phantom? Is it Phantom or Phantom? How do you say that word? Tax. Ohio? It's funny because I think I know exactly how Ohio is used. Another emoji doesn't count. Anti-furries. Okay. Women. Mommy. What? Okay, yep, the skull. I still see that everywhere. Blood. Bro. How old is bro? Edit. Mom, I'm famous. Insert something or someone here. Need an Oscar. Insert something or someone. Or, I don't know where I got the word someone. Neither of these says someone. They just say something. Is the type of person. Bro so majestic. Can we appreciate insert something here? Chaz. Well, that's a very comprehensive list. There's more. Graduated from the insert stupid thing here. Insert something or one here. Left the chat. Insert something or one here. Join the chat. As a insert something relevant, I can confirm this is true. Most insert something or one in Ohio. Who? Safe zone? Here before an hour ticket. Grass is a plant with narrow leaves growing from the... Oh, I see why. Yep. Touching grass. I get it. That one's also a little old at this point. Come on, lingo changes every 4 minutes. This entire list has got to be outdated by now, right? AI being wild. Yeah, AI is so funny. Get that shit out of my fucking face. First one needs Oscar. Lol. I thought the skull was supposed to mean that. Why do you put lol before lol? Unless the skull means something completely different all of a sudden. I was told that that's what it was. My childhood was FNAF. My childhood. Hope this is a joke. It's not, nerd. Oh, dude, they got your ass, bro. Your ass is showing.
Whereas zombies can track the player from up to a whopping 42 blocks away. So this makes zombies rather annoying, as you'll always see a bunch of zombies approaching you.
I'm going around your neighborhood today to see if you've heard the good word.
Can you just go away, please?
Yes, sir. However, if you happen to obtain a zombie head and wear it, then the detection range of the zombies is reduced by 50%. I mean, just look at this t-shirt I'm wearing.
Wear a zombie head and zombies will only be able to see you from 21 blocks away, which is okay, annoying, but it's better than 42. Zombies are potentially the meanest mobs in Minecraft, as they will attack and kill baby turtles,
looking into a boy's private part. This is not fair. Okay, you still calling it private parts, which, sure, that's fair. It definitely says that you should not be on the internet. My FNAF rap. I'm going to enunciate this in as polite a fashion as I possibly can. Yo, 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 listen up to my new rap. I just got a Freddy hat. Wait, those don't rhyme. I mean, they don't have to, who cares? Hot girl singing. Oh yeah, it's Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. When you get some pizza and a big piece of awesome music plays, wait, I need to hear this song for real. Not just a joke. Can someone out there who's really good with music maybe put together a version of this?
Will actually heal the zombies rather than, well, harm them. Because of this, a potion of healing will do the complete opposite to zombies. That's right, if you chuck a potion of healing at a zombie, it will actually deal damage to them and eventually kill them. In the 0.31 version of Minecraft in-dev, a change was briefly
yeah, you know what? I take that back. Please don't turn this into a real song. I did not read far enough before I made my statement. Alright, at 119. Oh, here we go. Sonic.
can just play creative mode.
Nosebleed. Tails.
During
That's
Halloween,
so sexy.
Minecraft
Passes
is
out. I'm not
considered to
doing
be a
impressions
slightly
today.
harder
Knuckles.
game, and
Oh
here is
yeah.
why.
Shadow
So
the
every
Hedgehog.
year on
What the
October
heck?
31st,
Silver
zombies
the
have a chance
Hedgehog.
to spawn
That's
wearing a pumpkin on their
sexy.
head, which means they
Nosebleed.
won't burn
At
and
119,
die
my
in
favorite
daylight.
part.
So
Okay.
yeah, enjoy dealing
That's
with
great.
zombies during
I'm glad
the
you
day
enjoyed.
on
What are you doing here?
Halloween.
Peak
Not sure
Gen
why I said
Alpha
Halloween
humor.
like that, but
Local man
fair
paralyzed
enough.
after
Moving
eating
on.
413
Now, the
chicken
zombie was
nuggets, so the limit's
second ever
412.
mob
We've
to
all
be
seen that
added into
before.
Minecraft.
So the
But
limit is
what was the
412.
first
Got
mob?
me
So the
dead.
first
That's
mob
great.
added
Thank you
was
so much
the
for contributing to
human
the
mob, and they were
conversation.
just
Next time, try and make a
thieves
joke
that
that
would run
sucks.
around
At least it's more
aimlessly
fun.
while flapping
If your
their
mom's
arms
phone
about,
number,
which looked
wait,
pretty
if your
funny.
mom's phone number was how
However,
much money you
the
have, how
mob
much
has
money would you
since been
have?
removed
My
from
guy, I
Minecraft,
would have.
which means
Oh,
zombies
that's a
are
lot
the
of money.
oldest
How do I delete the
surviving
comments?
hostile mob
Help,
in
there are 3
Minecraft,
dots
which is
right there.
impressive.
You click
Well
on
done,
them. I'm pretty sure the
zombie. I'm proud
option's
of you,
just
mate.
super
Back in
easy
the
to
earlier
find.
days
Oh
of
God,
Minecraft
me getting dragged into pits of hell because I didn't like an 8-year-old's comment. Well then, like the 8-year-old's comment. You know what the alternative is here. Give me iPhone, brother, please. What? No, he's got more important things to do, like sell you cookies. What the hell is he pointing at? People who remember this game? Well, I think he just forgot to hit enter or something to move down to the next line. I don't know. I don't know. I'm old. 9 signs of severe depression. All 9. I am a child of 10 years. Then go away. I'm sorry. You shouldn't be here. How many times do I have to say it? I mean, technically, I followed all the rules growing up for the age limit on websites, alright? That's why I didn't lose my Twitter account suddenly when I put in my accurate birthday. Because my birthday was always accurate. I always loved that retroactive temp ban people would get when you don't know other language exists.
Now, if you've
Bro's name is Minecraft language. Yeah, sure is, buddy. Don't worry, you'll get there someday. OMG, OMG, a virus PD run epic Wubbox 3 and rare... Is it Wubbox? I don't give a shit. Maybe I have power kills. Don't that Wubbox is danger. Oh, that good. Can you stop saying the fucking word Wubbox or Wubbox? I don't know, dude. Shut up. Okay, I send nuke. Stop that legendary... Oh man, he just keeps fucking saying it. Okay, I unsend nuke. I'm not reading this anymore. I'm not reading this anymore. Okay? This is a subreddit that pulls more curse words out of my mouth than a lot of them do, and I get mad. I hate YouTubers that straight up dox themselves in their bio. Description: Kevin, age 8, sign, Christian. What? That's a sign? It's a sign that you're... Never mind, I'm not gonna say it. Yeah, what in the world? Come on. Where are the parents? Bro, with 100 words, I'd lose them all before school starts. Edit. OMG, every time I come back to this, it reminds me there's more than 1,000 people in the world. Like, how? You're gonna learn someday, and you're gonna love that lesson. Under a music. 1 + 1 = 3. You are correct! No, he's not. In my religion, I cannot support LGBTQ, but I respect everybody and don't hate anybody. Shut the hell up.
This made them one of the most annoying
I feel
mobs
bad
ever,
for the
as you'd
parents.
just be trying to
Here's some
vibe
more.
during the day when a stupid baby zombie would come charging towards you and potentially kill you as well. But luckily, in
why didn't you leave that money on
1.13,
my
a change was made to where baby zombies would now burn in the sun, which I am so happy about. Oh my god! If a zombie attacks the player while they're on fire, then there's a small chance that the player will be set on fire as well. On top of this, the higher the difficulty you're playing on, the higher the chance the zombie has to set you on fire. So
and I would really appreciate any viewers out there to come on over
as of the
and see
time
what
of
I have
me
to
making
offer.
this video, there is a glitch
People who
present
want
in Minecraft when
Y2
it comes
Kid
to
to do
axolotl.
Roblox heat.
So if
Yeah,
you
look,
attach a lead
I've been
to
out
an
of touch for
axolotl,
about
then
as
it will
long as
begin
one
to
can be.
walk
I'm kidding.
extremely
I cannot
fast
wait
around
until
the
I'm
player,
60 and don't
Why
understand
they do this,
English
I have
anymore.
no
You kicked the
idea,
wrong
but this
chair. He
axolotl
kicked the
is
wrong chair.
absolutely loving
Please blow
it.
up my
This
notifications.
glitch also works with more than
I don't want to do that. Her most popular video is Touch My Body Challenge. Bro, what? Did you watch it? I don't want to watch it because I don't want to get in trouble. I didn't watch it. Lol, I just saw it and I'm like, okay, USA is literally the land of the free. Right. US has left the chat. Oh, thank God. Dude, where the hell is America? What are they commenting on? Real FNAF fans that weren't scared. So do you have to be a real FNAF fan not to be scared? Because listen, are you talking about the movie or a moment from the movie? Because as a fan of horror, that movie was not scary. That's just unfortunately my biggest criticism of that movie is there was not enough horror whatsoever.
This means
I wanted it to be way creepier, but still fun. Loved it. Don't let the video fool you. Seals are dangerous. I heard a group of them killed Bin Laden. Alright, now what ancient goddamn forum you steal that joke from? I'm 11 and I see no reason to hate you guys. You seem pretty nice and you're basically a cartoon character in real life. Well, there you go. I mean, yeah. I'm sure that fandom appreciates your support. Random 11-year-old. What's your mom's credit card number backwards? Hello, if you wonder how old I am... Sorry, not I am. Whoa, brain freeze. Let me try this again. Hello, if you wonder how old am I am 6, I'm serious. This is not a joke, and it's okay, it's this. That's great, but you only have part of the information in order to steal that money. Okay, it's this. Why? That was said nothing but the number. Rare wholesome comment by young YouTube. Oh, is it actually wholesome? When I grow up, I want to be as kind and funny as Shaq. He's the best. You know what? That was wholesome. I appreciate you, random person on the internet. You're ugly. Me? How do you know that? You're dumb. You use shortened words. You should die. Why? You are worthless. And you are less worthless because you bully people on the internet. You are less worthless? I don't care what the hell you say. I am my own person. I don't let insults get to me. You shouldn't either.
You see words? I like bullets. I just let it pass right through me.
Well, the farm got nerfed. Okay, Arsenal. I'm Arsenal Simp Walk. JK. John Beat from Counter-Strike. Okay, yeah, sure. Okay. I am speaking Australia, okay? Right. Shrimp on the body, g'day mate. Is that how you speak that? This mofo literally made an AD to tell you to subscribe. What? Why did I read Ooh, that's telling. That's telling, isn't it? You know what? I'm sorry, he capitalized the letters. I'm not going to read it as ad, I'm going to read it as AD. When you capitalize the letters, never mind. The Minecraft mob votes sucked. Yeah, they always do. A lot of people do forget that there are usually pretty big substantial updates that come behind those mob votes, but I am not a supporter of the stupid mob vote as a whole. I think it's lame as well. I mean, come on, just put them all in, damn it. What movie is this? Grown-ups. Fortnite kid. Blood's talking to himself. No, I'm not. You okay, dude? I'm perfectly fine. Help me. Bro, this generation is top 2 cake empire. Top country balls with the biggest cake. Okay, sure, yeah. I'm sorry, every generation shits on the one that comes after them every single time, without fail. You're not special. You are not. The older generation shit on you, so you feel like you have to shit on the generations younger than you. It will happen until we go extinct. Poor things gamers hate. Noobs. Annoying moms. Hackers. Black History Month. Wait, what? Excuse me? Wait, you want to run that one by me again? One sentence that will start a massive argument. Ruining kids' childhoods is so unfair to them. I know skibbity toilets cringe, but they need a childhood as well, like us. Look, I've seen that crap. I don't really like it. I don't. It's whatever. But young millennials, Gen Z, whatever, you cannot sit there and pretend like it's any less cringy than the stupid shit we liked. I'm sorry, you can't. It's a Gmod character's head in a toilet. Who gives a shit? Alright, we liked some pretty dumb, cringy shit. We did. That's how it works. Theirs is not inherently worse. I'm sorry. Just because you don't get it doesn't mean you are a better human being naturally than they are. Grow up. You're just lucky your cringiest moments weren't caught on camera, or were they? Bro made me realize that I'm breathing right now. Bro knows everything about me. Bro just leaked somebody's entire life. Ohio, 100%. Sigma, 100%. Skibidi Toilet, 100%. GigaChat, 100%. Drama, 0%. Damn, you must get all the level 3 gats with this boy. Edit. 0 likes. Mommy, I'm famous. M your first like. You know, I enjoy it here. Me when I'm going to shop, but it's too far. But we have spoilers and police has chased me when I hit on truck. You hit on a truck. Don't try this at home. Edit. Thank you for 0 likes. You don't have to put edit. It says edited. It says it. You don't have to put edit. When it already, you know what? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Okay? Buy the MK merch. Subscribe to my channel. It's in the description below. I'm out of here, dude.
To hide from other players as
many of the same looking person
with regular stone, which was pretty cool. However,
it's all the body doubles in the White Chicks movie. It's a deleted scene from the brand new White Chicks army movie by the Wayans brothers. They made an army of them. This house amalgam in my neighborhood. That's a fun word, amalgam. Oh yeah, no, for real. They've clipped inside each other, dude.
if you obtained a cat in
That was supposed to be
Minecraft and
one
have an
tile
active
over,
furnace
but
going, then be prepared
what
as your
happens
cat
happens,
will
and now you've got a
sit on the
talking
furnace
piece.
to keep
Lighting
warm.
engine
At
is
some
very
point,
broken.
Minecraft
I like when this
version
happens,
a
or
change
like when
was briefly
clouds
made to
all
where
have
the
that like
furnaces
ripple
no
pattern. I
longer
think it's
had
so
a
sick.
face
You got a
and used
cool
the same
tree on top of you
texture
giving all that
around.
shade, man.
Yeah,
Bad
I'm not going
biome
to lie, this
blending.
does
Oh,
not
that's
look
dope.
right at
That's kind of
all,
like
but yeah, this change was quickly
when the
reverted.
oceans, like when
Another
two
change
oceans
that
of
was
different
briefly
temperatures
made
meet
in
each
the
other,
in-depth version of Minecraft was
and
the
like you can
furnace
see the
smelt
change.
time.
I had to
So,
find
as
a
mentioned
photo of
before,
it. I
each
believe what it
item
actually
in
was
Minecraft
like
takes
a
8
freshwater
seconds to
river that
smelt,
ran
but
off into an
in
ocean,
a change
and
was
just the
made to where
boundary
items
of the
only took
fresh
4
water
seconds to
floating on
smelt.
top of the
So
salt
yeah,
water and that
items
color
smelted
difference.
a
I
lot
think that
quicker
stuff is
in
so
in-depth,
cool
but
and so
this
neat.
change
I
was
like it.
quickly
You know,
reverted.
you might see
Smelting
bad
items
biome
in a
blending.
furnace
I
by
like
using
it.
a
I think
block
it's
of
cool.
coal
I think
is
it's cool
more
biome
efficient
blending
than using
personally.
just
I
the
only
coal
had
itself.
one of
This is
each.
because one block of coal can smelt
Yes,
up to
dude.
80 items
Item
in a
dupes
furnace,
in real
whereas
life.
just
Love
using
it. Cola
9
thinks
coal in
it's
a
too
furnace will
good for
only smelt up to
physics. That's what we
72
call
items.
bonus
In the
cola.
early
You're not supposed to
stages
see it
of
until you're all
Minecraft
out.
Alpha,
A little
there
side
used
note,
to be a really
I've
annoying
heard
bug
how
in
my
the game
voice
when
has
it
sounded
came
in some
to
of these
placing
videos. I just
furnaces.
learned
So
that
in
for the last
Alpha,
like
when you placed
month and a half
furnace,
of
it would
recordings, I
always
use a
place it
dynamic
away
mic.
from
I had
the
48
fire, which
volt
was
phantom
really
power
annoying when
on,
you wanted to place
which
it
was
in
not
your house.
necessary. So I hope
hated
this sounds
back in
better
the
than
day.
what
Oh,
you've
wait,
been
am I
hearing.
recording?
I didn't realize
Moving
that
on,
was what was
using
going
the
on
set
until
block
today.
command
I don't
in
know why I bring it up
Minecraft,
now. It
you
just
will
it
find an
popped in my
already
mind.
active
I had to
furnace
share it. It
known
had to
as
come
the
out.
lit
Otherwise, it was
furnace.
going to make me go
Now,
crazy.
this
Copy and paste in houses. Oh no, they're all prefabs, dude. This kind of stuff scares me. There was
64 stack of coal blocks will smelt
one
items
time
in
we
a
were looking
furnace
at
for a
I was looking at
total of
houses
14 productive
like
hours, which
something
is
that
equivalent
maybe
to
potentially
42
would have been moved into.
Minecraft days.
If you look
the
at the
coal
corner
blocks
of this
can smelt
photo
for
here,
quite a long time.
the left corner, where it's like that little roundabout, like the Ed, Edd n Eddy cul-de-sac. That's what it was like.
However,
It reminded me of that movie Vivarium. I think that's what it's called, where every house is the same and it's like a horror movie. Like I got Vivarium vibes, and it was a shock sent to my soul. Oh no, and there's even more. This is what a Gary's mod map looks like, dude. When I was 6, I met 2 brothers. One was wearing the exact same clothes as my brother, and the other wearing the same pants as me. You had a Scooby-Doo cyber chase moment where you just met a, alternate version of yourself. That's sick. My water reflection settings are low. How do I fix? Oh, it's because you're on DX11, dude. Change to DX12. It's you're gonna have a better experience. I don't know what either of those things do. I just know that there's settings you can change what DX you want to use. Would love if someone could correct me if that was the right thing to say. I know I'm often like just spouting words and hoping it's funny when it comes to technology, man. All right. Look at all that smooth water. Not a detail in it, huh? Copy and pasted clouds. Oh, there's the brushstroke clouds I like. Dude, they're dope. I don't care if they're copy and pasted. I like them. It looks like someone took a four-wheeler into the sky and just went mudding, dude. They really look like tire tracks to me. It's funny. Dark cat looks photoshopped when you zoom in. I'm going to assume we're going to do like a pull-in onto this cat. The focus, like, it nailed that cat perfectly. The other cat, like, kind of gets a little blurry when you zoom in. This other one, perfect fidelity. That's one Photoshop kitty for sure. Shadow physics from the shadow realm. Okay, I may be stupid. I'm failing to understand why this one's a glitch in the Matrix. Is it? This one, I'm lost on this one. I hope. Come on, man. This just looks like a shadow to me. I don't get it. My pickle.exe broke. Oh no, dude. Oh, it's a double pickle. You got lucky. You got a long one. You got a long boy. I did not buy a second one of this shirt. I had a giant pile of laundry forever, and I finally tackled part of it. You'll stay with me until the very end. Again, we're just duping items. This is great. I always wanted to do this as a kid. I don't see any problem. One looks much newer though. I don't know how you did that. Pixels were misplaced. Oh man, yeah, minor dev errors like that suck, dude. Huh? Devs, please fix the sun texture. This doesn't look right. Where are my god rays, man? Come on. It's not the sun unless it's emitting god rays. My grass textures, grass. Oh my god, my grass textures aren't loading properly. Nah, dude, you had something. Well, no. There wouldn't have been anything sitting on there, right? I've had like when I had I'm in an apartment now, so nothing can sit in a yard, but I don't have. But when I lived in a house that had a yard, usually the grass wasn't dead under whatever we sat on it. So something killed the grass there, dude. You got a grass killer. Need to bury the body deeper, noob. Oh yeah, that may be what it is. It is coffin shaped. Shadows aren't rendered rendering correctly. Oh, wait, that's actually kind of sick. Oh, dude, it's just, you know, the shadow resolution's down. That's in your settings, man. The game, real life, failed to render 3 strawberries and accidentally combined them. The triple berry supreme? That's a feature, that's not a bug. You say thank you, and you have the triple berry. I think the shaders are broken. I love this subreddit, this is so fun. I like treating weird anomalies in nature and just life as the game devs breaking something. I like it. Rolling X5. Oh, dude, yeah, it's rolling. It's one rolling too many to be a perfect transition to a Limp Bizkit song, though. If it was just rolling, we could have gone, what? But it's rolling. Missed opportunity. The roof glitched. Oh, no, dude. Oh, we did so much of the roof. No. What are we going to do if it rains? The roof glitched, man. Seems off. I mean, not necessarily. Just double mail truck. Maybe you had a lot of packages to get delivered. You don't know. Maybe they're computing to get Employee of the Month. Cheating calculations have been lowered, apparently. We almost got it right. We thought it'd be right there, but, you know, we picked straws from a hat, and whoever got the lowest straw chose the angle. This photo is making its rounds on the internet with regards to the middle girl's big flask as a clutch bag. To her right, though, left-facing, there's an extra foot or a missing feet, or maybe it's just my brain that's a glitch in the Matrix. Let's take a look. Left-facing to her right. Are we talking about... I'm so... Okay. She is using a flask as a bag. That's dope. Hold on. Let's take a look here. Where do we see extra feet? I see the ruffles of dresses, and then I see... I think you're just mistaken the ruffles of the dress as feet? Question mark? I'm not sure, but I can see like the orange... I'm assuming we're talking about the girl with the bedazzled bag. But that's just the ruffles of the dress at the bottom. That's what it looks like to me. Glitch in the Matrix with reflections on trees. Believe it or not, this TikTok screenshot is not Photoshop. Whoa! Wait, that's sick! I gotta zoom in and get a look. That is not... What? What do you mean this is not Photoshopped? Is the camera messed? What's going on? I know we're supposed to be talking about the reflections on the trees, but what about the whole, like, house and car? Why are we not talking about there's something that's baffling, folding my brain in half like a folding chair, dude. What is going on in this picture? This glitch has been around for as long as I can remember, and they still haven't patched it. Again, this looks cool to me. The rolling in thick layer of clouds, I think it's sick. I'd love to see that when I'm like in a plane. I'd love to see what that looks like, dude. I think those are so cool. I've cleaned my coffee grounds canister 100 times, and I swear that tab on the side was never there before today. Well, now you have it was an accessibility option that they patched into the game for you. The glitch cataclysm is mirroring! Too many rainbows! The planets are aligning! The sun is a portal out of the simulation! Oh, but it's a beautiful simulation. Look at that! Someone trying to communicate with me from the real world while I walk home. Oh my god. Oh yeah, see, they're trying to change all the lights in those buildings to communicate directly to you, huh? They're trying to pull you out of stasis, dude. Vehicle spawn glitch. Let's go! And if it was Zomboid, only one of those cards would work and the key would be to the broken one right next to it. And you can't even fix it because your mechanics aren't high enough and you didn't pick burglar. Why the T? Okay, come on. Why the come on, dude. Is the water going upwards? Water benders, only solution. That looks a little too viscous to be water, though. That looks like it might be like a gel, or maybe ice. That might be ice, and in which case it just froze that way. Maybe it was in a plastic bag. Square water droplets. Oh, let's go. Minecraft water droplets, dude. That's what the rain looks like. Pigeon standing on an apartment building wall is not normal, correct? I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they managed to, you know, stand horizontally like that. I wouldn't be surprised in the sea lightest. They found a way. Sharpie underneath the sticker on this bin. Why is this a glitch in the Matrix? It looks like the sticker was put on after the fact. I don't know how I feel about that. That's an old-looking Rubbermaid logo. How is that? Yeah, no, that's an old Rubbermaid logo, dude. The new one looks nothing like that, right? Yeah, the new one, the font's like thicker. The weight of the letters is thicker. How old has this been? Wait, maybe that is a glitch. How'd you do that? The sun shattered. Uh-oh. Oh, great. Who broke? Oh,
but that didn't last very long,
the sun?
as it was
Bro put shrink wrap on his window. Hey, my immersion, dude. Coffee milk missing pulling tabs. Just jab a straw in there and leak it out that way, man. When there's no pulling tabs, there's always brute force. That's how I get my coffee milk. One blue glove appeared in the floor out of nowhere. No explanation, appears new, no tags. Why just one? See, someone, they dropped it on the ground and that clipped through and appeared on your floor. So that's what happened. Text from 2116. That's how we communicate in the future.
You want to hear what it sounds like?
Can we just have like digital like jumbled of letter? I'm not gonna even try to pronounce this. I see a hat. A one hat. Wait, this is a cricket phone. Whose phone is this?
I like the way this is written. It feels like it should be said in secret. Like the developers are checking in on us.
Then finally, a crafting table is able to be generated within the text.
He's like, he got a slight smile too, so he's not angry. He's like,
so if you're good at crafting that tent, be careful with those villages, man.
Third floor loading.
Yeah, I mean, we haven't unlocked it yet. Normally we would see like a, you know, just an outline of it, but in this game, it's not even loaded. You know, it's not going to load in until we unlock it. We got to complete all the tasks on the second floor first. October 14th eclipse from NASA feed. Sun bleeding through moon. Whoa, that's sick. That's such a beautiful eclipse. Look at the way the sun, like, just how, like, oh, that's gorgeous. I can't even begin to describe it. I think that's really cool. Me and a friend found a yellow ball at school and it says, "You are the best." But when my friend throws it, it vanishes, and a few minutes later the ball falls in front of us and we find it on the ground far away from us. It's a keepsake. It's a knick-knack. It's a trinket for you. How did I do this? Thrown. Whoa! Looks like the very butt of the knife it got wedged in a space in the tree. That's sick. But now that tree's armed, dangerous. Accidental tissues transparency glitch. Glitch. Oh, great. Now the box, we can't see it. Infinite tissue glitch. This row of cars at Costco today. Oh, dear God.
On Java, they just kind of sit there and mind their own business.
Oh, no.
I wonder if that was planned. They got there in unison. My dog's toys are multiplying. No.
Can you tell me what's different about
did you find another one?
Oh my God, it looks like my parents' dog. Okay, my parents have a dog that looks just like that dachshund. He looks a little younger though. Oh, look at him.
Today's sun looks different. Agree?
Matrix confirmed. That's the moon, Playboy. That ain't no sun. It doesn't got God rays in it.
Same make, same model, same wheels.
Turning left. Seems pretty fishy to me. I messed up the light textures. Now, how did you do? Come on, man. It's coming straight from the blind. Just fix the blinds, you'll fix the textures. My Kit Kat is just chocolate? Yo, that's a bonus. Guys, look, a completely normal apple with nothing wrong whatsoever.
But what's down the middle? Compared to Java. On Bedrock, foxes have 10 hearts of health for
my wife believes she's a better driver, so I let our dog decide. So you held the dog's ears back to make fun of your wife? I get it. Nice try. October 31st. Hey kids, I've got candy. That's okay. November 1st. Hey kids, I've got candy. Not okay. Right. That's why the decorations at my house come down that night. Last trick-or-treater, because it's kind of easy to spot them. They're all coming down, baby. Oh God, what is this? All right, anesthesia technician, 94 model, small dual front airbags, spotless interior, suitable rear cargo, okay, high mileage but works perfectly, no major accidents, fantastic handling and performance, but don't just take it from me. Here's a few statements from previous drivers. Great cost to performance ratio, loud when revved up, can fit large fuel nozzles, smaller and better in every way compared to the much older original version. Dad. Okay, now wait a minute, Jesus Christ. Why is it that women get to be funny on Tinder, but if I do it, I'm a loser? Why are you going there? To spread his grandpa's ass cheeks? Ashes. Fuck. No, your phone did not do that. Nice try though, idiot. You're stupid. Not my family getting these notifications from me and my boyfriend on their Apple Watches. Okay, why the fuck would they be? Why would they be getting those notifications? I don't understand why that would be happening at all. Okay, sure. No, I get it. Haha, the sex. Why is your family getting these notifications? Twin brothers marry twin sisters and give birth to twins. Yeah, that's not going to become a weird goddamn thing in the future at all. No siree, not going to be weird. Who let the guys wear different pants? Well, okay, there has to be something. There's got to be something, all right? Because at a certain point, you beat it. The first person to jump off the Brooklyn Bridge was Robert Emmett Oldham, a professional high diver who wanted to prove that you could not die simply from falling through the air. He proved himself correct when he fell 135 feet safely before dying on impact with the water. He was a professional high diver, but died diving. I guess 135 feet's definitely higher than a lot of actual high diving? I don't know. People really did age differently back in the day. They certainly did. It's quite impressive. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. Coach right there, 58. I don't know why that doesn't seem accurate, but then again, he did pass away a few years into the show, so maybe something else was going on. Good show though, very fun. I enjoyed it. They look older than me, and I'm 43. Yeah, what was it about back in the day where everyone looked way older than they were? Not in like a, oh, you look like shit way, but just no. Maybe it's the way they dressed? I don't know. Perfectly normal thread until you look a tiny bit closer. Now, what the hell is a cinephile? A person who is fond of cinema basically likes movies. Oh, okay, thanks. No problem. Hey, wait a minute, you idiot. Hold on. Switch accounts next time. Tell me the last 8 digits of pi. Of course, here they are. 5872308. Now, wait just a minute. How'd you figure that one out? What bull? If they sold these in theaters instead of popcorn, I'd be happy. You'll never financially recover after buying chicken wings from the movie theater. Yeah, only $7 per wing. And if you want the boneless ones, like I love me some spicy chicken nuggets, right? If you want those, it's gonna be like $12 a wing. Or per nugget, as we should say. Is this CNN or Cosmo? I'm so confused and grossed out at the same time. What the hell is going on at CNN? Cuckolding can be positive for some couples, study says. Acting on adulterous fantasies may strengthen a relationship, as counterintuitive as it may sound. Well, I guess the difference between cucking it out and getting cheated on is, you said yes to one? I don't know what to tell you, man. Oh, this is so dumb. Shoe recommendations, please. My daughter's a high school junior. What's the best shoe under $300 for volleyball? Isn't that kind of volleyball subreddit? Whoops, moving right along. Post some pictures of her feet so we can give you the best advice. Oh, you freak. No. High school junior? You freak. Get the hell out of it. No, they should have banned him for that. This woman just came and bought $300 worth of fireworks, and I was being nice and said, "No, you planning a big barbecue?" And she said, "No, my son has muscular dystrophy and was supposed to die by 18. We're celebrating his 40th birthday tomorrow. He likes fireworks." Wow, that's a pretty cool way to put her son out of his misery. Are they gonna blow him up with them? I mean, that'd be a cool way to go. I can't figure out what's missing. Yeah, we have seen this before. We know exactly what's missing. The Rock himself pointed it out, alright? Wax guys ran out of pigment. They didn't even try, man. Bro looks like he's got a barcode on the back of his head. Fill a bunch of blow-up dolls with helium and release them, and watch these people lose their minds thinking they missed the rapture. Please don't do that, though. We don't need a bunch more goddamn plastic falling down from the sky into the ocean. But thank you for the funny joke. Since I have started packing my trash like this, my neighbors respect me. They say good morning with a smile and keep the music volume real low. It's all fun and games until they actually call the police, and then you have to explain to them you're just being fucking weird. Oh, it's Grandma again. Why are you posting on Facebook about not having nut in November? If you developed a nut allergy, I need to modify my recipes. Call me back. Get it? Because Grandma doesn't understand what No Nut November is. She doesn't know that it's the month you're not supposed to come. Okay. Someone at Square Enix must have an adult woman fetish, judging by Scarlett's design. Adult woman fetish? How do you idiots manage to become even more stupid every single year? Who the hell, even for a joke, says adult woman fetish? What does that mean, bro? Oh dear, it's something Scooby related. This is gonna be weird, isn't it? Like, I can't count how many times the two of us were bait to catch some crazy masculine villain. Here's the time you guys made us dress like giant tools to catch the monstrous mechanic, or as ducks to catch the horrific huntsman, or when we had to be the cow to catch the crazed cowgirl from beyond the grave. Scooby-Doo almost got milked. It was so humiliating. Is it? What? Okay. Girls, want to go to the bathroom together? OMG, yes, let's go. Boys, want to go to the bathroom together? What? Do you or not? Answer the question. We're sister wives who share the same man. Okay, have fun with that. I don't give it. And we share the same boyfriend. Okay, I don't give a shit. Go for it. Not my life. I don't care. For 24 hours, all crimes are legal. What crimes will you be committing? None, because they're now legal. Well, yeah, crimes don't exist in that time period, so I can't be committing any now, can I? Listen here, you little... God, I can't wait for people to stop saying that. Wait, what now? If that's too good, my back shot when start stanking? Hold on. What? No, seriously, it's a valid question in this particular instance. What? Wanna walk that one by me again? My roommate keeps screwing his bed. How do I approach this? Okay, I honestly don't know how else to put it. So for context, my roommate warned me that he sometimes sleep-talked at night, but I'd gotten extremely unlucky with my first two roommates. They were absolutely terrible, inconsiderate, spoiled, and disgusting. Therefore, a clean, tidy, hygienic roommate sounded great, and I thought, a little sleep-talking wouldn't hurt anybody. The sleep-talking I can handle. The sleep-talking, on the other hand, I cannot. For clarification, the sleep-talking went from a few mumbles and groans, the first month, to nightly violent spring squeaking coming across the room. Across the room? Are you guys in the... Oh, okay, never mind. This man will literally be pounding his mattress at 4 in the morning. It's currently 4:30, and he's just woken me up after raw-dogging his mattress again. I got to the point where I had to use earplugs to sleep. Now that caused me to miss my alarm and therefore a class. The other disturbing part is that he calls out names. He's currently single, and unfortunately we have the same friend group, so occasionally I'll hear one of their names moaned out in the middle of the night. Here's what woke me up half an hour ago. Okay, gotcha. I'm not going to squeak for you guys. It only stops when 1, he climaxes, or 2, he screws the bed so violently that he bounces himself up and hits his head on the wall. Okay, but you know the solution to this problem is to tell him that he doesn't just sleep talk. He would have to know by now what's going on, right? And if he doesn't, for the love of God, grow up and tell him he's f***ing his bed every night. Just do it. It's not that big a deal. You might feel a little embarrassed, you might feel a little awkward, but just tell him. This Cinderella was so good, nobody even questioned how in the hell do a black woman and white man make an Asian child. What is this? Did I miss something? I definitely did. After spending 4 years in jail, this man finally gets to see his 5-month-old son. Now hold on just a minute here. My son dropped my iPhone 15 Pro Max, which I just bought last week, and cracked the phone slightly. Still in working condition, but decided to sell it off cheap. Below are the specs. DM me if keen. 12 years old, American, male, speaks English and Spanish, and the price is negotiable. What's the price? List it. I guess warning stickers need to be placed on hammers? The TikTok trend of bone smashing involves hitting yourself in the face with a hammer to cause fractures that heal and give you a better jawline. This is dumb, unsafe, and there is no evidence this even works. Please do not hit yourself in the face with a hammer. Yeah, I'm sorry. If you're dumb enough to fall for that, if you're dumb enough to think that smacking yourself in the face with a hammer is going to do anything but severely injure you, there's nothing I can do to help you. There's absolutely nothing. There's nothing most people can do to help you at that point. I don't know why a lot of the things I've been hearing coming out of TikTok lately have just been making me think of all the good old 4chan pranks of yore. Like being able to instantly charge your phone by putting it in the microwave. Don't do that. My lash tech snapped. I can tell the meat little by the suction of your cheeks. I mean, yeah? Those mommy milkers, though. Good morning, how are you? Not bad. Had Taco Bell last night, been eating all morning. Well, thanks for letting me know. Hooray! 21 species are no longer endangered. Okay. Nearly 24 species are being taken off the endangered species list because they're extinct. The U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service said on Monday. Woo! 21 brand new, well, not brand new species, brand new to no longer fucking existing. Oh, and that was just a few weeks ago, too. Hooray! Dad, this is my girlfriend. You deserve better. Don't settle for this. But Dad, I love her. I'm talking to her. Get it? Because they hate their son. Hey, pretty girl, can I get a taste of that candy? Depends. You got any allergies? Because I come with nuts. No, I don't have any allergies. Is that I don't give it. I don't care. It's called a father. I seen this white dude holding hands with a little kid, and the kid's mom was smiling. What's going on here? Dude, I don't care if you're kidding. Shut the fuck up, you creep. Batman, the Batmobile won't start. Check the battery. What's a Terry? Right. Die. Dad, my friend will join us. Hi. Okay. Daddy, have you eaten yet? Not yet. Yeah. Okay, yeah, this one's, yeah, okay, Big in his brother's bum, cat. What? Which word is supposed to be cat? Explain! Carlton got the last laugh. Yeah, how fun, how super fun. Japan's made a gun called the speech jammer that can stop people from talking. Pretty sure a regular gun can do that too. You ain't special, that's true. Remember when this went viral, and it's kinda crazy. Doesn't it just play your speech back to you at a certain offset, and it throws your brain off completely. What's up, my fellow trees? So anyway, photosynthesis, am I right? Why is this here? What is this doing here? No, not the radio tower, the meme I'm looking at. What's normal at 3 p.m. but terrifying at 3 a.m.? The sound of the ice cream truck? That's true. You know what? I know that Halloween and spooky times is not necessarily the best business time of year for ice cream trucks. But it'd be kind of funny if just one of them went out in the middle of the night, really scared the shit out of people. Minding my own business, eating lunch, and some rather large woman with purple hair comments that she liked my shirt because it makes it easier to spot the assholes in this world. Not sure what she has against British motorcycles, but whatever, I guess. As soon as it's out of early beta, XAI's Grok system will be available to all premium subscribers. Musk poured $44 billion into Twitter. The global population is $8 billion each. That word is not there. He could have given $5 billion to each individual and still had money left over. Most people's lives would have been changed if they received. Most people's? That's how you can tell this dude is just being a smartass, right? Most people's lives would have been changed. Yeah, you know what? If he gave me $5 billion right now, my life would just be the same. Also, Musk, no one gives a flying fuck about X Premium or your dipshit AI chatbot. Who gives a rat's ass? Screw you. It's not called X, it's called Twitter. Nice try.
These also only spawn naturally in your world on Bedrock, but
when a girl uploads a picture, main guy, no comment, like picture and pass, side guy, cutie, guy with no chance.
You are an embodiment of the grace and goodness of the Lord. Keep shining in his marvelous light.
No, you got this wrong. The guy with no chance would have said, keep shining in her marvelous light. It would have been very female forward, as he would say. You gotta write out the heart emojis, though. I like that this guy misspelled straight. Looks like 3 times, because there are 2 T crosses on that H there. Is that just how he writes H? Wait, okay, so you can write your H in like the serif way, where there's the feet on the top and bottom of the H, or in the sans serif way, where there's no feet. This guy is going half and half. What? I don't know why I'm like, and he mixes it up at the very bottom. It's not even consistent. I don't know why that gave me such an issue. Straight white cisgender male, here to shut up and listen. You're also here to confuse me with how you write the letter H. H. I hate it. She caught it. New tricks. The fact that she's posting pictures of her pets to get away from all the abuse she's done to him makes me sick. I still want to see a ban. Hope she blocks you, hater. Haters get blocked by Mr. Block You, or in this case, Mrs. Block You. Just looking for a nice guy to pay my fine. Oh my god, that's kind. You know what? I'm not even upset at that. Australian student 25 uses Tinder to ask someone to pay her $110 traffic notice, and is shocked when a man on the other side of the world takes care of it. I mean, if that worked, you know what? I'm all for that. That's funny. If you can successfully get someone to pay for your traffic ticket by making a Tinder, go ahead. Why not? That's just a perk, like a video game power up. That's like Charisma 10. You roll a Charisma check and you passed. Could men just shut the f up? Agrees in silence. You typed. You wrote. You didn't follow the tweet. Me, whenever I think about all the injustice in the world, especially towards minorities and women. Did I mention I'm single? Well, I am. Bro, those jeans are way too big for you, man. Look, they're falling off the hip. Is that the point? Is that why he's wearing those? Because they fall off the hip to show off his figure? Okay, I get it. Alright, proceed. Yesterday, a girl stood me up because she got called into work. I almost puked myself laughing when I met her in the club. It was like, so this is where you work? Last night was perfect. Hey, this ain't our chief. You don't know her situation or why she had to cancel. I mean, it doesn't say that he's mad about it. It says he's like, maybe laughing, maybe it's malicious, I don't know. But if she does work at the club, then hey, you know, divine timing, right? You guys met up anyway. Good for you. Women don't need their body to be loved. Women are hilarious and funny and so cute no matter what.
God, I hope I'm never this horny.
Oh no, 7 words destroyed this guy. Yeah, can someone Venmo me $265 because my car got towed? That would be great. Again, that's just a charisma skill check. I have no problem with that. Go ahead. I was crying and my boyfriend said, look at yourself. You're wearing your big hoops and this is not big hoop attitude. That's kind of baller. We'll start doing that with Bree. Like if she's feeling down and she's wearing her goth girl boots, I'll be looking and go, look at you. You're wearing your goth girl boots and this is not goth girl boot attitude. I guarantee you she's going to wipe her tears, she's going to get a smile on her face, and then she's going to step on my foot and I'll love it. You're so right, boo. So he was invalidating your feelings? Sounds like an excellent boyfriend. Oh man. I can hear it. Dude, come on, that's not what that was. You know that. There was no invalidation there. He simply reminded her of who she was, which was a, you know, big hoop wearer.
Being able to destroy a water source block with a
information sharer, fan of the Care Bearers. You know what I'm talking about? Bars. Know the difference. Can we add a horse neigh here? I'm not gonna make a neigh sound. I'm not doing that.
I moved 2 spaces in one direction and 1 space in a perpendicular one.
It's a pleasure to meet you, milady. A beautiful lady like you deserves a much more handsome lad than that idiot king. May I just suggest someone like myself? I'm just a nice guy, trying to find my way in this cruel world. Alas, women only fall in love with bad men who want to mistreat them. When will a nice, honest, down-to-earth guy like me get to... No, you don't. Too many words. I stopped caring. I already moved your space. Move ahead, pal. You know the rules. 2 spaces, 1 direction, 1 space perpendicular. Make the L shape. Go ahead. I put this on my Instagram, but since you don't have Instagram, here you go. OMG. How are you so perfect, goddess? Please, let me send to you any amount. How much? I want to spoil. I'm cool with the usual. The usual's a fat 1,000? Dude, charisma skill checks go crazy. You have 136 missed messages, though. That's unacceptable. How do you live with that number on your phone? Granted, I have like 5,000 unread emails, but I'm talking about you. $1,000. That's crazy. I just showed this to Bree, and she was like, nah, I relate to that girl because I got 46,000 unread emails. That's like, to me, that's a baller move the more I think about it. That's like CEO move. Feet on the desk. This is my time. I'm boss at company. I don't need to read emails. They're read for me. It's a baller move. When you politely hold the door open for a girl and don't get sucked off on the spot.
The nerve of some people.
You're telling me I'm not gonna get dangerously sloppity toppity suction cup 5,000 Dyson toe curling grip sucky slop when I did a basic task? Unacceptable. I want to try flavored condoms, man. I mean, are these safe to try? Hold on. Wait, this popped a question in my brain. I gotta Google it now. I mean, you would have to be safe, right? If they're flavored, then that must mean they're safe. I don't understand why they would be flavored otherwise. Is it kind of the same thing how like your nuts can taste soy sauce and umami? Is that what's going on? Or is this like a dip, like what is it, a pixie stick? The thing where you dip it in flavoring and then you just... I don't know. There's a lot of logistics here that I'm not understanding.
Is this stand-up comedy?
If watching a successful, gorgeous stand-up comedian is not something you enjoy, we have a lot more on this channel for you. Being mean to someone is so 2006. In 2020, we celebrate the funny girls. Netflix India is slapping you down, man. I mean, it looks like it is indeed stand-up comedy. Just from looking at the setting and they're standing up with a microphone, I could assume. Definitely not a TED Talk.
When you hold the door open for a cute girl and she doesn't...
See, we already got a sloppy joke. I can't say it again. We already got one and it was a funnier one. This one, boo, boo, tomatoes, tomatoes. I've seen this one. Boo. Simpa?
Yes, I am aware of Nala's OnlyFans page.
Yes, I support her choice. I'm not her only boyfriend, you know. I don't own her. A storm is coming for misogynists like you. Okay, I don't think there's a... This one's... I'm more laughing at the I'm not her only boyfriend comment. I don't think there's a problem if your partner starts an OnlyFans page as long as it's like something you both have talked about and it's very like agreed upon what it's gonna be. I think if you suddenly start changing what you want to do with it, then it gets contentious, but I think the concept of it isn't an issue. Money is money, and if you're gonna make a bag with that, then you may as well. It's supporting both of you.
Our balls are not the size of a watermelon. It is possible for us to sit... Speak for yourself, pal.
It is possible for us to sit with our legs closed. She's exaggerating in this particular case, though, but it is no strange for man to invade women's space in public transport. I like with a lot of these posts where it's a lot of white knighting, they stop typing and like proper, like, it is no strange. I like it, that kind of, like, typing, like, what is it, a syntax error? Is that what you call it? I feel like I just used that term out of my ass, but you get what I mean. And again, we got that. Can we counter for how many times we see this image? This is like number 3, right? Ding, number 3. We're gonna put these guys in horny jail. So guys were talking about you, so I tried to beat him up. Got f***ed up pretty bad. You come over and take care of me? That's strawberry jam. What if he was all like, actually it's marmalade? You can even see the seeds, like, on his face. This is not covert. Oh, dude, good job defending her honor in your cupboard, dude. I'm sure, like, the bread and jelly and peanut butter really f***ed you up, huh? He didn't see it, but he's got an Uncrustable in his mouth, too. He stuffed him. Late night waifu vibes. Nico, I've noticed your cheeks are always red. Is your BF abusing you? Please DM me if you need help. Are you fucking stupid? It's called blush. It's a type of makeup. Oh, no, my poor guy didn't know about blush. Wait till he hears about contouring. Oh, shit. That's so funny. He didn't realize it's blush. I feel like he had to have known, right? Like, blush just seems like, I feel like that's such an obvious, like, in your set of makeup, you would think, oh yeah, blush. There's no way he thought, no. I refuse to believe he thought that she was actually being hit. We're aware many Snapchatters are having trouble using the app. Hang tight, we're looking into it. I can't text my bitches, hurry up. If that's how you talk to women, I don't think they'll want you. Now, my bitches are men. I like the profile that this guy, we got the Dan Howell talking back against a dude who's staring into the soul of his camera. I don't know if anything you say is going to process to him. At George Lopez, you should go back to Mexico. Wow. George Lopez responded, fuck you. Fair enough. You know what? Yeah. At George Lopez, you're bullying and swearing at an innocent girl because she gave her opinion. You're a horrible man. Fuck you too. That's what, you know, that's why we f with George in this household. Well, then tell your asshole boyfriend he needs to watch his back. Yeah, bro, you're scaring the shit out of me with your Motorola Razor. That is petrifying. Flight attendant, is there a feminist on board? Don't know why we're taking roll call in this way. My buddy Terrence. Joe, that's you. Crossing my arms, dozens of women stand up, all begin to speak, whispering to Terrence so I don't talk over the women. Sometimes being a male feminist means sitting down and shutting up. Well, I mean, but they're taking roll call. This is one of those situations where you need to make your presence known because the flight attendant's taking roll call there. I don't know why we're doing it this way, but, you know, if you're not accounted for, you're gonna get in trouble. 259. I want to kill the guy that did this to her. I like to dominate women, but not like that. That goes too far. This is a Family Guy character. Doesn't the guy die in that episode anyway? I guess he got him. You know what I mean? Like, he did it. He did what he said he was gonna do. Miss Monopoly, the first game where women make more than men. Is that really the tagline? Hasbro, solving sexism. This is the worst game ever. Apparently Pass and Go. When passing, is that the only thing that makes this game different? When Pass and Go, women get $40 extra? That's funny. That just seems like a party rule that they turned into a whole game. That's dope. I mean, this seems legit to me. I think men should be paying reparations to women for the horrible things men have done. Yeah, I mean, you know, we thought about a lot of ways to do it. We thought about equal wages. We thought about, you know, female president. What we decided to do was release Miss Monopoly. That's how we paid our reparations, and you're welcome. You're welcome. $40 extra when you pass Go, but only in the game, not in real life. Father's Day. Anyways, happy Father's Day to responsible fathers. I agree. You're up big time. I left my kid. I don't even know him. This feels real to me. Stop pretending to be a feminist in an attempt to get laid, and then in really small text, it won't get you laid. Do you hear the uproar of stench? They're angry. You've upset them. If you have a bad day, remember Tom, who signed a slavery contract for 20 years to buy a car for his girlfriend, who ended up ignoring him and dumping him. And it says right there, slavery clause. I mean, the things you do for love, you know? At the end of the day, you're just a tomcat in a Jerry world. This simp paid $10,000 to meet a girl he follows on OnlyFans. All he got was a hug. 1 month later, her and her boyfriend are using that money to travel the world. I met my top fan for $10K. That's crazy. That's a crazy amount of money to drop. We're gonna see the world together, babe. One vacay at a time. That is so. How do you think he feels reading that post. Like the very next month, he's sitting down. He took out a second mortgage to get that 10K. He sits down. He sees they're in like I don't know where it was. Mars. Where are they? I don't know what this location is. He sees that, sets his phone down. He goes to bed. It's 2 p.m. He's going to bed.
I am no longer a feminist ally. I do everything for feminists, and they appreciate nothing. I'm patient, I'm kind, I'm understanding, I'm accommodating, and I do not practice toxic masculinity. Yet, when a feminist is single, I get turned down and they date a toxic male. So what's the fucking point of me being a feminist ally if they treat me like I don't matter? Where's no fair! There's nothing in it for me. You're gonna lose all your allies if you keep me hypocrites.
Oh man, I feel like if you're an ally purely to coom, it's not that's transactional. It's not really like allyship, is it? Men, when we say men are trash, king of the women.
We've crowned him. There he is. Do you like my hair? Gee, thanks. Just bought it. How much was it? I want to donate the exact amount so I feel like I bought it for you. Again, that just feeds into that parasocial relationship, you know? I have a lot of thoughts on how parasocial relationship interacts, especially with like content creators and streamers, and I don't know if this is for it. But again, another prime example. I think we can all agree the worst zodiac sign is men. I don't know if that's not on the zodiac. That's not on the zodiac though. Dudes who angrily tell women astrology isn't real are still hurting from finding out magnetic bracelets don't make you better at sports. Was that a thing? Is that a thing that people believed? Parallel lines, two lines which never meet. Example: white knights and sex. We're educational channel here.
No girl in post. No girl in post.
Only like 58 upvotes, but girl in post 37.6.
All of Reddit. Please, miss, let me smash.
No, let me paint. Geralt, I want to do it now. My turn. Happy hashtag International Men's Day to the men who never ask.
Well, is there an International Men's Day?
On International Women's Day. I don't think we deserve it. Well, then you don't get to have it. Just you don't get to have it. Personally, I'll be giving all the men in my life steaks, and we're gonna go grill, because that's what we do. As old-ass men. We're all in our 20s.
We just haven't been flapping them sunset, most villagers in the game will lay down in the nearest bed and remain there until morning. However, the green nitwit villager will stay up later before sleeping and also wake up later in the morning.
Okay, wow, beautiful. That one is probably just going to be my favorite.
Back in the earlier days of Minecraft.
Okay, it's not that hard to make me laugh. Oh boy, let's see if the boomers are still at least a little bit funny. How many kids are in that kids meal? Didn't make me laugh, but I do think it's cute. They're refillable?
Temples were somewhat rare in themselves. It made the chiseled stone brick very difficult to come
God, screw you. I hate this. Look, we're sorry. If we had known you were going to be a writer, we'd have been better parents. My miserable life. Oh, that's great, though. Stick it to the parents. You mean, yes, your entire species is dyslexic. Wait, hold on. Wait, what do you mean? Also, it's YOUR''E. Oh man, the amount of people that are going to take that seriously is going to be insane. I think we have mice. Okay, that's just adorable. I think at this point, good boomer humor is just being cute. It doesn't make you roll your eyes in any other way, but okay, you know, you got me with that one. So, how's the new kitten? Apparently really good? Yeah, I wouldn't use the word well. Good, that's proper, isn't it? Watch this. Hello, boss? Sorry, I can't make it into the office today. I've caught a cold. Okay, get well soon. Things are very busy at the office this week. That's right, screw the office. Go skiing and boarding instead. Live your life like all humans deserve to. Dad, Mom, I'm a gatherer. You're what? Okay, no, that's fair. That's fair. You know what? We love you either way. What are you looking for, Opal? Hidden cameras and recording devices. What? You think our home is bugged? I know it is. This darn cartoonist has been putting us in his comic strip every day. How often did the comic strips in the paper actually break that boundary, huh? That's kind of fun. Although I do wonder if the artist just didn't have any ideas for that week. That's okay, because you're new. But FYI, chaps are meant to be worn over a pair of pants. Well, maybe they're meant to be, but that doesn't mean that they have to be. Think about it. Come on, live a little. You're a cowboy. No one can tell you how to dress. Peaches, I got nice fresh peaches. Yo, get your apricots here. Apples, apples, apples. You want them? I got them. Oh, I see. Saturday morning in the garden. Don't fall for it, guys. Don't fall for it, because if you do, that means I'm born and I have to do stuff. Let's give thanks for alternate universes. Oh, please don't lift up that cover. Don't do it. Unfortunately, Winnie the Pooh's Christmas hint for lots of honey was completely misunderstood by Piglet. No, it was not misunderstood. Piglet knew exactly what they doing. You missed. Gotcha, bitch. Oh, if only Bambi's mom had a revolver. He says that he'll provide me with food and shelter, and in return, he gets to call me his little Snoopy Poo. Okay. They fell for that instantly, though. They didn't even think about how this deal was going to affect them 10,000 years later. There, that's him! Number 4! That crazy psycho! Come on, he didn't do it. I'm the one that did it. I threw him down the lane and broke your face. Can vegans eat pudding? Negative. You can't have any pudding if you don't eat your meat. Oh, I gotcha. Wait, but this isn't a fun comic strip. This is a stupid Facebook meme. The first testicular guard was used in cricket in 1874, and the first helmet was used in 1974. It took 100 years for men to realize that the brain is also important. Just kind of 1974, is that true? Like, really? A helmet wasn't considered a good idea? That was only, what, 900 years ago? I'm kidding. It was the 70s. It was only like 20 years ago, right? Only 30 years ago? Right? Fresh underwear. Oh, okay. That took me a split second. Just I don't know, it took me a second there. I got it. I got there. That's the point. The point is, I arrived at the conclusion. Took me a minute. Didn't take me a minute. I got this one actually quite quickly. Although I did see this one years ago, so it's kind of cheating, right? That's a rocking horse. Thanks, man. Yours is awesome, too. Yeah, I don't like that the rocking horse does still look like a real horse, just stuck to the... What do you call those? It doesn't matter. The rails? Your father is rolling in his grave. Yeah, until I eat it. Right? Before the Iron Age. Oh, you can't touch me here. I'm in the living room. Darn, he's got me there. You know, I like the idea that Death, because he's not evil. Death isn't some evil dude, right? He's just doing his job, or her job. Death could be a woman, doesn't matter, right? You know what? Maybe they don't conform to gender. Maybe Death is just Death, right? But I like the idea that Death is just some person that is easily trickable with crap like this. You know? They're really... It's kind of like Death from Bill and Ted, right? What a perfect representation. So, what are y'all in for? Gotcha. You got money laundering, assault, and battery. Okay. Indecent exposure, assault with a deadly weapon, and I think I love you, Sarge. Oh, man. Still good at their jobs, though. Happy retirement. I've been asked to say a few words about my time at this company, and boy, oh boy, I am going to say more than a few things. That's with any company, though, even if you love it. Now that's scary. United Nations Climate Change Report. Well, why'd you have to bring down the moon? Why'd you have to do that, Greg? Thanks. I say, oh boy, my dog doesn't seem to think you're a very good shot. Look, you gotta cover your bases, okay? It's like wearing a life jacket when you go out fishing. I can technically swim, but come on, I want to be safe. Send us a pic of your junk and get a free estimate.